Good evening, everyone. Hope everyone's doing great. I'm not. I'm kind of annoyed, and I'll get to that in a second. But hope everyone's doing all right. I don't want to bring anyone down. That day was pretty cool, except for this, what you're looking at on screen. So, big news. I suppose it is because Derek made it big news in a way. Cagney Lynn Carter, an adult film star, passed away at 36. And this is a very polite way of saying it because what actually happened is that she killed herself. And I'm hearing that it was a pretty grisly way of dying that she chose. And Derek here, um, demonstrating his infinite compassion, said, "No, not Cagney Lynn Carter. My favorite scene Cagney was in was FamilyStrokes.com scene with the awesome at Brad Knight." I mean, I don't even know really where to start with this shit. It's so crazy. Derek Derek is an actual sociopath. He doesn't care about people. Nothing matters to this guy. All that matters is his nut. He doesn't give a two shits about this person. And there is a couple things that I agree with DSP about, but of course, the thing that he says it's very self-serving, which may be the things I agree with it for are also self-serving reasons. One of them is that DSP complains a lot about the types of jokes you're not allowed to say anymore. Usually that you can't just say racism, which is a bummer. You know, DSP, that's what, 50% of his humor? So you're taking away 50% of his rule book, his
Scumbags and mental
joke
cases on
book.
the internet
Oh, shit.
still support me.
Well, thank you very much for the subscription. I'm sorry you're toxified. But don't worry, Derek is far more toxified than you could ever hope to be. But there are certain jokes that I kind of limit also aren't really acceptable anymore. And one of them is suicide jokes. And I like to joke about suicide because, I mean, I had my own bouts of depression. I had my own thoughts of suicide. And I don't like saying that because it makes me feel like I'm something special, but no, I'm not. I'm actually very normal. A lot of people have these intrusive thoughts. A lot of people go through this shit. I am not normal. Or I am normal. I'm very average. And I still appreciate suicidal humor because to me, it's a way of just getting past it. It's a way of making these things that seem so impactful not actually have the same impact. Like if I joke, up, they don't have my favorite burrito at the gas station. It's time to go. I'm going to go ahead and clock out now. You know, it doesn't, I don't see how that could really hurt people because I'm making fun of the triviality of it, which is what people say is that jokes about suicide make suicide seem trivial, to which I disagree. This, what you're seeing on screen, makes suicide seem trivial. This is what makes it look bad. You got a person who was apparently going through some very hard shit, very difficult shit. You know, that shit's inescapable. It's so painful to go through these things that make you decide to off yourself. And you got this disgusting beast commenting, "Oh no, you died? But you made me come." Well, I mean, you didn't, but watching you have sex made me come. Did you think about me? Well, I mean, he's not really saying that, but this is what matters to him. And look at what he's also done here. He's tagged the porn star that she apparently did a scene with. How is that not traumatizing to him, too? You know, he's seeing this comment and saying, you know, this is the thing that this guy remembers her for? Not that she had a family, not that she had loved ones, not that she had her own wishes and ambitions or dreams, but that she made you nut. That's what made her live on. That's grisly as hell to me. That trivializes suicide, in my opinion. So Derek pisses me off a lot, and this is another evidence or another piece of evidence as to why DSP really should get rid of this dude. This dude's a piece of crap, and I'm wondering if it's the kind of same thing that's going on with DSP, where he doesn't even realize he's a piece of crap. And likewise, same thing with DSP is he shuts down all commentary to the contrary. No one's allowed to criticize Derek. No one's allowed to tell Derek, "Hey man, you're a little bit fucked up in the head." The only people who are allowed to tell Derek that he's messed up in the head are the porn stars that he's lusting over. And then he'll give you a half-assed apology video and go back to saying, "Oh man, you died, but you know, you made me aroused. Isn't that cool? You shouldn't kill yourself." Sorry, I got a little heavy there at the beginning, but this particularly antagonized me. Ah, Someone says that might be a fake account. I don't know. I've seen that dude comment on 1,000 different posts in that exact same style that's been linked back to Derek. So personally, I don't really think so. And it's not like I could verify it because Derek has me blocked on Twitter. And I've never spoken to that dude ever. Ugh. Anyway, sorry if I made everyone's day a little rougher. I apologize. I'm catching up on chat and everyone's been kind of pistol whipped by this. So I heard about him doing this little Q&A and then it turned into frustration and crankiness. But real quick, we've got a really short video. And I want to say this is speaking of deranged individuals, this is a very bad take. And this is coming from Mainman SWE, and he defends Low Tier God. Now, I'm thinking that this dude does not know about the recent allegations about Low Tier God, because he would not say what he's about to say.
Someone's like, he's just playing defense, he's super patient, he's using movement well, and he has good reads on my 50-50.
I wish he had a real male mentor in his life to call him out and point out to the better level. Yeah.
say what you want about
he's got
LTG,
no one. That's
but
how this
is there
happens.
anything more pathetic than his fucking beta male cuck incel haters who make those compilations on YouTube? Who make fucking beta male cuck incel haters who make those compilations on YouTube?
I mean, I just found out about this dude. I'm already kind of toxified to him. Even before the grooming allegations, how can this dude even really say that? Because
you have money, you scam people, you're gonna spend it on burgers.
Mankind's most profound question is, why are we here? Our purpose? Derek's question is, how can I come to every poon star in the world?
Oh, thank you, Sonic. I really appreciate that. Yeah, few have asked such a question, and the reason why it's few is because that's crazy and stupid. You're absolutely right, though. Derek, I implore you to find some sort of goal in your life besides this shit. Is this the DVD guy? No, this is a completely different dude. This is a dude who's really popular on Tekken. And even if you don't go by the grooming allegations, this dude absolutely must not know anything about LTG at all. And as you say, Lackey Bracky, he clearly doesn't know the lore. But if you don't know the lore, don't you think maybe you should reserve judgment on people until you do?
Those compilations on YouTube.
Boom.
Yeah, that'd be great. Like,
you know,
right now, there's some co-op.
Getting popping. She's like, "So can we go in the room?" I said, "Sure." We go in there. We start fooling around, kissing this and that. Mind you, I never really was attracted to her, but I was just like, "Fuck it." I've been knowing her for so long. I might as well fuck now that you're legal.
How much of a fucking loser are you?
Because you get to play two parts. Not only do I get to deliver you BBC mechanically, Aliens 3 Vein Dick, I also get to take you under my wing and give you that somewhat of a father figure.
It's like the definition of beta male.
They said she's 16. I don't know her.
Sir.
If you don't like it, don't fucking watch it.
Exactly. I mean, we really don't have time to get into all the things that LTG has done. That's what I think, Bob. But here's also another thing. If you do have judgment about a person, or you want to make judgment on the detractors or whatever, your capacity to make a judgment should be directly equal to your understanding of their side of the story. This dude clearly doesn't know anything about Dale's backstories, so he really shouldn't have as much emphasis behind it. Now, if he knew all these things and still believed it, then I could understand his intensity. He would be even more of an asshole, but I could understand it. Goddamn, Sudden Fool. Is this a Danish thing? Yeah, this is dangerous. This is very dangerous, man. And he's doing it again. He's grooming a second woman. Anyway, that's about it. I apologize. I'm starting off the stream with so much heavy shit. Oh, Little Shadow, we were doing great. LTG 445. LTG, what was it? The new number is 1729. Mm-hmm. The irony of an effeminate voice calling others beta males. Yeah, what is this dude? I mean, I really don't buy into all the red pill stuff anyway, because I just smell sales. I smell advertising when I say that. But this guy, he's a dork. What are you doing talking about this kind of stuff, man? Whatever. But yeah, this dude's already toxified to me. A second woman? Yeah, he's already grooming her. And he basically, from what I understand, faked some sort of identification to prove that he isn't 40. And she believes it. So there you go. Another dose of grooming. What could go wrong? Okay, this is the one I wanted to watch. DSP can't shorten podcast because money. Too old for gaming. Not giving right What? Not giving the right feedback. What?
Snort. Code.
Now, yeah. Okay, hold on. I'll pause and address some discussion in the comments. Scott, there are parts of red pilling that I can get behind, especially like very base level stuff, such as, you know, I feel that men should learn some sort of capacity for self-determination. I feel that in many ways, men are, how do I put this very gently? I feel that a lot of men are a little too reactionary when it comes to certain things. And so when they become reactionary, they react the other direction just as hard. And I feel that in some ways, just being able to ground yourself is a very important thing to have. And I feel that's something that not a lot of people are learning. Now, that element of red pilling, I can kind of get behind. But honestly, most of the rest of it, I don't really get behind. Because it's just, you know, all women are evil. It's like, that's not true. All pig roaches are evil. You're kind of confused. How's it going, Corva? What's the other thing I missed here? I apologize. Okay, never mind.
Snort. I got the drip. Go. And now I want to talk a little bit about confusing feedback.
More of an extended tantrum about people disagreeing because he's too regarded.
So here's what I mean about this.
Nice.
If you guys aren't aware, I have a suggestion box thread open for like 3 days now, right?
I thought you closed this, DSP.
Basically is like, just tell me what you want, you know, improve me. I want constructive criticism. And I'm approving all the suggestion box posts. And I'm not reading them fully, but I'm skimming them as I approve them. And I can tell you right now, a lot of the people posting in the suggestion box are saying things like, streamline the podcast, make the podcast shorter, less time talking, more time.
Oh, no, that's not going to work.
I'm not kidding. That's what it says in the suggestion box. Okay.
I heard he's going to do Q&A, PNF.
Okay. That's the feedback you're leaving in the suggestion box. So then I do a poll. What do you want to see Tuesday night? And the majority of people are voting for, let's just hang out and talk. You mean like what I do on the podcast that the suggestion box is telling me to do less of? Huh?
There's this thing called variables. It's a very, very confusing thing. And DSP probably missed that whole week of school when they discussed variables. Variables are these things that alter the equation ways that can be unpredictable at times. For example, how long does it take for DSP to drive from his snort fort to Total Wine? You know, you could go to Google Maps and calculate it, and it's, 10 minutes or whatever. Well, DSP, what if Cat is beating on you and your car exploded? That might change the time a little bit. Likewise, there are things that can change polls. For example, if the alternative is Tekken, a game that people are bored to tears of, you can understand why they would want to maybe not play Tekken. It might not even be that they want you to sit and talk, but they don't want you to play Tekken. Do you understand how there could be multiple explanations for things? It's not, you're not nearly as smart as you think you are, DSP. And furthermore, there is a level of trolling that happens here, DSP, and I think you should realize that. Because people will give you mixed messages to annoy you, but you should listen to your fans when they say something.
How does that make any sense? And the answer is it doesn't.
that's
None of it makes sense. I'm getting conflicting information. For example,
Right, Lunar Guardian.
We have
Just
seen
give it up,
in the
man.
last few
I
weeks,
give up.
actually what's happening on a lot of daytime streams
Aristocat,
is
I
that
can believe
people are
that.
coming by and they're talking and engaging in the podcast and supporting the stream on
The
the
poll is only
podcast,
legit as long as I
right?
say it's legit,
We're
I
getting
guess.
things like tips and super chats and memberships and gifted memberships during the podcast. Then I start to play the game and all the contributions just stop. The engagement dies off. People leave. I sometimes have more viewers on this podcast than I do for the gameplay sessions.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Do you know why, DSP? Can you guess why? Can we list out the reasons why podcasts might be more people and more money? One, DSP, is that the trolls are usually watching you more often during the pre-stream. A lot of trolls don't bother to watch you, or restreamers or detractors don't really bother to watch your gameplay because it's awful. It's terrible and dreadful. And only during your pre-stream are you going to have really specific rants about stuff. Unless we just so happen to get one during, say, Yakuza or something or other. The other thing is a lot of your supporters, DSP, don't really stick around. And by that, I mean they come in, give their money, and then they leave. So it doesn't really matter about the gameplay. They don't give two shits about your gameplay. They came in, they gave their daily donation to Ffil, and then they're gone. Furthermore, another thing he never thinks about is that the whole silent majority thing. For DSP, he brings up the silent majority, but for him, the silent majority is him. It's the voices in his head. You can't hear them, therefore they are technically silent to you. Did he ever think that maybe the people who like the pre-stream, while there are people who like the pre-stream, are less than the people who would like it if you didn't do the pre-stream? That maybe the 10 people who like it, that 10 might be less than 15.
Happened today. Right now we have 394 people on the podcast, and when I play Baldur's Gate, we get between 200-300, right? So you're telling me I have more of an audience for the podcast and more support for the podcast, but then my feedback is do less of the podcast.
I think Phil should adopt a pit bull. Definitely won't
And it
kill
makes me
everything in the house.
scratch
Just
my
rescue
head.
Jasper first. Yeah, you know what we should do is we should take Jasper out, put a pit bull in there, and disguise it as
wonder,
Jasper.
You know,
Jasper, you're looking kinda
what is
fat.
his feedback then? Right? On the one hand, people are saying do less of this, but then that's what's getting the most attention, the most support, and people are now voting in a poll for more of it. So, right? I just don't get.
Do you think it's a little stupid, DSP, that you always pick the one that you want? Maybe, just stick with me here, DSP. Maybe you should try to shorten the pre-stream. Maybe instead of shutting it down 100% all the time, perfect parry, you just shorten it for a couple weeks. A couple weeks, we're going to do 10-minute pre-streams. See how it goes. See if people enjoy it more. You know, test it. Test the data. Can't do it.
Get it? It makes me confused. It
Yeah, you are
absolutely
confused.
makes me confused. So I don't know how to take that
They'll
feedback.
drop their non-mandatory
Nor do I know how to
contribution, but the
respond
fact that
to
many
it or
bounce
how to
afterwards
improve my
says to me
content
that's a grudging.
when
Yes,
I'm literally
it's an
getting
obligation
two
to them.
completely opposite impressions from
Who's
feedback
ready to
I'm
chill?
getting,
Oh, I'm ready.
Right? In fact, what we've been talking about recently is me moving forward.
You got taken
okay,
out like it, Braggy.
and me becoming older. I'm not going to be
God.
Mr. Full-Time Gamer forever. I'm 41 years old. I'm actually going to be 42 in less than 2 months. Holy shit. My birthday's almost here. It's being pretty crazy, right? As I've told you guys, when I do this,
Oh, the hands
okay,
again. Nice.
certain days,
Look at
today,
this.
not so bad.
I
but
can't
some
do the
days
church
worse,
and the
I
steeple
get
anymore.
really bad tenseness, pain in my right hand. I feel all the muscles here in these fingers are tense and tight. And sometimes I get shooting pain and either numbness in the hand. It's carpal tunnel. And I know I'm going to get it. I've been playing games full time. Well, not full time, but games full, non-stop daily for the last 15 to
How is full time and nonstop not the same thing? If anything, I would think nonstop is more. That means this dude doesn't even sleep. Are you doing quarter circle inputs in your sleep, DSP? That's not good.
16 years.
Yeah, just get a wrist
of
brace.
My life. That's almost half
Or,
of
you
my
know,
life,
don't grip your shit so
right?
hard.
So obviously, as I get older, this is going to become a problem, right? I'm not going to be able to just sit around and do this anymore. So
You guys take DSP for granted.
I need to
Someday
find
I
a
won't be
way
able to game.
to diversify content. It can't just be Phil sits around and plays video games all day. All right? But then at the same time, I get feedback, and the feedback is Do less of the podcast so you have more time to play games. Because the problem right now is it takes you too long to get through games.
That sounds
But
like
did we not just
perfectly
have the
legitimate
discussion that I'm getting
feedback.
older and I shouldn't play as many games and we should diversify the content? Then why are
The
you
pain
telling
is real.
me
I
to
can
do
hear it in
less
his
of
voice when I
podcast
vote.
to
The
play
vote's
more
already
games?
over,
It
and he
doesn't
doesn't count
make
your vote
sense.
anyway.
And that's what I mean. Like, I'm really trying to
I believe carpal tunnel can be in the fingers and digits. I do believe it can be. I think the more likely explanation is that DSP doesn't really take care of himself at all. This dude, he does two things with his hand. Well, three things: masturbate, play on his phone, eat. Well, okay, four, and play games. He doesn't do any sort of exercises. He doesn't take care of himself. His diet is trash. Look at this dude. He looks like he's dying. No, man. No. My hands get cramping and hurting when I work on a model kit for maybe like 4 hours, but then I go do something else and my hands feel just fine. DSP also, you've seen how he plays games. He grips that controller like he's about to snap through it. So maybe you don't put your hands through so much strain. And furthermore, that's still a load of shit because there are way more ergonomic controllers. There's a lot of equipment that helps with this. There's wrist guards, there's wrist wraps, there's gloves that help this. There's those compression gloves. I have some. They're very nice. And all these things, DSP, are actually pretty cheap and affordable. Can't do it. Furthermore, if you were playing on PC, it would be easier for you because the keyboard kind of spaces out your hands, or you can get a spaced out keyboard and play better that way. Can do it. No, man, it's you. It's you. And you don't want to play games anymore. I get it, man.
grasp everything going on here. Like, it seems like there's definitely two routes that are happening. If you want the truth, here's what I really think is happening. I have a very different
That
fan
control
base
weight on his
that
pinkies,
splits, right? I've been doing this for 16 years. You've got people who've been around for 16 years. Who
DSP
like the
needs to
content and
like
wanna see it
work out
continue
by
the way that
lifting.
they're
Oh well,
used
he
to.
might be too powerful
They
if he works
want
out.
me to play a lot of
lifting his
games.
wife.
They want to see me play all the hot new releases. They're upset when I skip games. Some people are so pissed at me
DSP comes in
'cause I
super
skipped
swole.
Suicide Squad.
I'm
'Cause not
sorry,
checking out Hell
my
Dive,
shirt doesn't quite
right?
fit.
I didn't try
Look at
Clone
that.
Stars. I'm not playing
Ugh.
Persona 3
I've been kind of
Reload.
bulking.
You know, they're angry at me. Why didn't you play all those games? Old Ffil used to play every game.
Why would he
And
buy
now you're
her?
not playing those games? No.
That's true,
Ffil,
big man. I
modern
didn't think
Ffil
about
is a
that.
live streamer. I can't play all those games. There's just not enough time. It's not viable, right?
But that's what people are saying is not true, DSP. You can actually, dude, you have this argument with reality all the time, DSP. You take 40 hours to complete a game, and then people in the chat say, hey, this is actually a 20-hour game. And then you say, oh, then all those other people must be lying. No, dude, it's you. You're the one that takes so long. And I do understand to some degree that, you know, a streamer is going to take longer to finish a game than someone who's not streaming. I get that. But this dude takes an exceptionally long amount of time to do anything. He has to think about his choices. He has to yell at chat. He has to ban chat. He has to convince chat to pay attention to his gameplay. He has to ask chat after he's done yelling at them to tell him what to do in the game. And then he's got to read shoutouts, and then he's got to update the leaderboard, and then he's got to ban another person. Well, that's 15 minutes right there. And you do that, what, 6 or 7 times a stream? And then you don't really... DSP, you're like a really bad restaurant that fills the glass full of ice and then puts a couple drops of Coke in there. No.
So there's not much I can really do about that, you know? But that's it. People are so
Yeah,
used
Bob.
to the old days. Before I was a streamer,
That's stupid.
when in 1 week I would beat 4 games because first
16
of all,
years.
games were much
Okay.
shorter. You know, the average game back then was 8 to 12 hours long. So you could play through a whole game in a few sessions and move on to the next.
He used to work out according to himself. It's true that I've never been able to go from being
But
in
in
shape
addition
to this
to
bad
that,
out of shape.
um,
You're just seeing someone rot.
now
I also
there's
don't think
just a
DSP
lot
ever
more
worked out
games
because he doesn't
at
have the
once,
body
so
of
you
someone
can't
who
really play
used to
them
work
all,
out.
right? And I'm a live
least
streamer,
during his
meaning
formative
everything
years.
I do is on a stream that I have to have scheduled for you guys to be here to see it live.
I'm trying to do a
That's
lot
how I
more
make
food
my
references
livelihood.
since that's
Back in
what
the
he
day, there was no
understands.
direct capture, no live streaming. I could literally play as much or as little as a game as I wanted.
He needs to
in
do
one day,
pre-streams from the
as long
toilet.
as I uploaded the videos, and then the videos would get tons of
Washing
views,
hands, not
and ad
necessary.
revenue would pay for
Got
my
hand
life,
sanitizer.
right?
I can
Now
do that
I
on
have
the
to
run.
be here on stream, but that's way less time because it's about being here on a schedule, interacting with you guys, making sure the stream's running, playing a certain amount of gameplay, then having to upload separate because you can't upload when you're streaming. That kills your bandwidth. Can't do that. So you know it's got to be limited. I used to be able.
Uploading videos takes 10 minutes, DSP. It takes 10 minutes. And you've been doing this for 15 years. It's very, very brief. I can understand if you're kind of new to it, uploading a shit ton of videos at once. No, you can template it. You can do all kinds of stuff to make it faster, DSP. You create all these barricades in front of you. You do all these things yourself. No one self-sabotages. No one self-sabotages quite like DSP. And a lot of these things that he has to do, that he has to spend extra labor on, are things that are his fault. For example, I can't do an automated leaderboard. Trolls will mess with me. I can't do this. Trolls will mess with me. I can't do this. That would create a problem. I can't have chat on screen. That would create a problem. He kneecaps himself and then whines that he can't do anything.
I used to actually be able to record and then
exactly,
upload while
JJ. It's a complete waste of time.
So that's another reason why.
And what exactly is babysitting going to do?
I went to upload a batch of videos,
the computer senses that DSP is nearby.
I literally
and works.
can't even do that right now. When I'm uploading, I can't stream. It's not possible, right?
I see it specifically. Perdido, I usually see it in the shoulders, and DSP does not look like he worked
balance. I do, and again, I'm seeing the future.
What? Holy shit!
As a balance between.
Oh, I thought he saw the future like psychically.
Gaming, which I still want to do. And
DSP, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Go away ever. Like I would,
if I'm
going to continue to make content.
I'm really hoping that Chad is dead all
through
stream. Yeah, I hope so.
I'm
going to play a game while he's doing this. I'm not going to sit there and watch all that raw,
will always be the majority of what I do.
Ffil.
Will eventually, it actually become the minority of what I do, and I'm doing other content more. I don't know, but I absolutely want to do gaming. As much as I can, as long as I can. It's my passion. It's what I got known for on the internet, and so I don't want that to go away. But I guess the question is, how much gaming? What gaming? Do we have to pick and choose? For example, right now, just think about this. I'm playing Baldur's Gate 3. I'm playing Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. We were playing Sea of Stars. We put that on hiatus. We got Final Fantasy VII Remake coming out, and we got Dragon's Dogma 2. I think at one point,
that's a lot of burping you did there. That was a chain burp.
Only pick and choosing the games from a certain genre that are the biggest.
The Human Centipede. I insist that people are being sarcastic.
And everything else just has to be.
Oh, DSP, you're looking really cut.
I can't be playing 5 RPGs.
Oh, yeah, I've been working out. Oh, yeah, man, we can tell.
You're playing 5 RPGs at once. You can never make enough progress in any to really satisfy the hardcore fan base of that game. You see, the one game.
But you're not trying to satisfy the hardcore fan base. And furthermore, DSP, you don't give two shits about the hardcore fan base. You shit on the hardcore fan base all the time. You call them fanboys. You say they need to live in a reality. They need to pull their head out of their ass. You hate the fans of any given game. But now you want to appeal to them, or you're concerned about appealing to them. Okay, continue. I apologize. I interrupted.
Progress in is Baldur's Gate 3.
How's it going, Nebson?
And that's literally because I'm playing
or
insane
Nevins,
amounts.
I apologize. I mispronounced
it. So long, right? And even then, now it's going to have to go on hiatus for Final Fantasy, and people are going to be upset. And it's like, dude, I played it for 100 hours, and you're going to be upset. I know they are. I know how these people are, right?
Okay, now you're shitting on them.
But I definitely feel, to me, like there's just too much
of the
same,
like he's just like the mainstream, really.
I played Street Fighter 6 for 7 months, dropped Street Fighter 6, and now I'm playing Tekken. So you get it? People are now, well, it's more fighting games. Well, you're right. It's a completely different kind of fighting game. Yep. But you're right.
It involves hitting people.
Game, right? And then you got your RPG fans who want RPGs, but then there's too many at once, and everyone's upset because there's not enough of the one that they want. So I'm definitely seeing patterns emerge in the games that I'm playing.
I see a pattern as well, DSP. Do you think that maybe this is the fault of you hoping that the game will carry you to success? Because that's always been DSP's mentality, is that it's not so much him that fails at these things. It's not so much him that's the issue here. It's the fact that these games aren't good, or that they're too long, or they have too many cutscenes, or they have unskippable cutscenes, or there's too much sex in them. It's the game's fault, because that's what his viewers come for, is they come for the games. Now, on some level, I could kind of understand this perspective, because it's not like you're getting good gameplay out of the guy. It's not like you're getting good personality out of the guy. I'll always use Super Best Friends as a good example, is they could play any game, and I would sit and watch it, because they had such a great personality. I didn't give a shit what they were playing. They could be playing Free Cell for all I cared. It's going to be funny. DSP will play a game that you are excited for and make it look like shit. But he's created this thing where, because he can't rely on himself, he has to rely on the games. And so he has brand new issues to consider. How many games of this genre should I play? How many games of this genre should I play? If DSP had personality, this would be a non-issue.
And I think the key moving forward is going to be finding
Yeah,
the
that's
happy
pretty
balance
established pattern, Ron.
of the right genre, the right amount of each genre
He has brain
at the
gout.
same time to keep that variety going, to appease each type of gamer that actually watches me for those various types of games, but also finding a way to diversify my time for other projects. Like right now, I'll be honest, the one stream that I'm doing every couple of weeks of the Retro React stuff is a really great stream. We get a good audience of 200-300 people who love the retro stuff, and they're engaged and they support that stream. So there's no reason for me to not continue that and do more of that. But the more that I do that, the less new stuff I can create, because I'm only one person. You know, this would be different if I were...
Man, this dude is so disrespectful. I think on some level, I've said this a lot. I keep saying it because I'm always confounded by this. I think that DSP really doesn't understand how much of an asshole he is. It must be some sort of cognition problem, because that sentence was extremely disrespectful. He is not one person. Exactly, Lackbrecky. He's got interns, unpaid interns, essentially slaves. And he doesn't give them any credit. He doesn't say, you know, I'm only able to do so much with me and my support team. No, you get no credit. You get nothing. You are nothing in the eyes of Ffil. You don't even get mentioned. Yeah, it must be. It must be something so deep down that DSP can't not be an asshole. It's something cellular.
a team of people working together, and we each split the content up, and one person could do this and one person could do this, and people, you know what I mean? I'm one dude, so I'm in demand a lot. It's crazy that I'm one guy
business
being
agree, but doesn't
pulled in so
understand
many
that you can't have
directions.
a
We got
business
the
that plays.
standard React style stuff here. We got the retro
No one told him
React,
that, dude.
throwback
Banana
stuff
Jones.
here. We got the new stuff
Business
here. And
used
then
to be the
people
Wild
also
West back
want
in the
me
day.
doing content where I'm like podcasting and talking and hanging out. So it's like, that's like 4 different projects I do all at once.
Yeah, Pixel.
In a
He's
work-
been
in a
shaking
work
a
week.
lot
When
recently.
you think about it, I'm balancing all of them. It's wild to me because
Now
when I
there's
moved
a
out
Hitler
here 10 years
comparison I
ago,
haven't seen yet.
my
Is
goal was to
DSP's
diversify.
trimmers.
I told you that was one of the reasons I wanted to move, is because I wanted to do variety content. I didn't just want to be a gamer anymore. And inadvertently over the last decade, that's happened. I never really intended for that, because I remember I said I wanted to do a gaming news show every day in the morning, and now I basically do that. It's just called a podcast. It's not really
Gaming news covers maybe one subject, somehow turns it into himself, uses it to grandstand, uses it to beg, then checks contributions. DSP, that's not news. News would be so obnoxious if you get on there and they're like saying stuff such as, you know, the city council voted this and this, which really affects me and pisses me off because I'm a small-time, you know, news broadcaster and I need to make a living doing this. So tip today. I'm not watching that shit. No one's watching that shit. DSP thinks that's perfectly fine to have as news. I've never learned anything from DSP when it came to gaming news. And not only have I never learned anything, my understanding of things has never been broadened by DSP. He has the most banal takes on every single thing always.
a gaming news show. It's a podcast with a variety of topics, but I'm doing what
How
I
the inside of the body
intended.
would be in cells at
But I
work
never
adaptation.
realized it until I
that would
was
be an
already doing
interesting
it,
adaptation.
you know?
I think it would be something really grisly.
So anyway, this is where my confusion comes in, right? So tonight you guys are voting. What do you want on the late stream? 54% right now have voted to just chill and hang out tonight.
Exactly,
I'm okay
Ron.
with that.
This dude
I'm
somehow
really totally fine
advertises
with that.
things that would be
I'll
even
hang out
worse.
with you guys for a couple hours. We could do whatever you want. Like I said, we could just talk.
Right, Repsy.
We could do some suggestion box stuff. You know, we could, you know, whatever you want. I'm okay. But the thing that gets me is so many people are like, don't make the podcast shorter, but then you vote for like essentially podcast 2.0 on the late stream, and it's like, so that's a mixed message, right? So I don't even know.
There's also a difference if
what's more
your
in
whole
demand.
dedicated stream is talking
Jasper, what do you
and the
think?
talking
Jasper, do you
segment's supposed to be a
prefer
portion, DSP. Do not understand that.
Podcast style interactive content, or do you prefer gameplay?
Meow. Oh, wait, that's a pitbull, DSP.
Which do you like more,
The very angry pitbull.
gameplay or talking?
It's got, like, sleep deprivation.
Jasper, you gonna answer? Maybe Jasper's not the right person to ask. Anyway,
Oh, man.
yeah, I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say. So anyway,
Yeah, you don't know, DSP. That's the most honest thing you've said so far. Huh?
just kind of relax and shoot
Oh, here
the
he is.
shit
Cool.
and have a good time together.
Didn't have to set up
Right?
the gameplay or anything.
That's right,
Nice.
the Elden Ringers, all those Baldinians or the Baldergators, or the Baldinians. You have had your time in the sun. It is time for the Elden Ringers to once again rise up and become the dominant force in RPG gaming.
You being funny?
But forget
I'm
it.
trying to be.
What you're forgetting is the Final Fantasy Weebos, right? Or Weeaboos, Weebos. Those are coming. Those... The Final Fantasy, the Seveners.
I understand
the
your attempts
Seveners
at
will
humor.
rise
I
next
simply
week.
do not find them
So we're
entertaining.
gonna have a triple threat battle between the Seveners, the Balders, the Baldarians, and the and the Elden Ringers. Fight to the death. The most highly regarded. There you go.
Dude, shut up, man. This isn't
Very
funny.
exciting. Drinking
It's not
anything
even close
chill?
to
I had
funny.
my coffee. Not gonna be drinking any liquor.
You
or
wouldn't even
anything
get
on
pity
stream.
laughs
I
with
already
this
had
shit,
my
man.
coffee right before I came up here.
That's trash. And what do you care, DSP? You hated Elden Ring,
Okay.
and you hated Final
And by
Fantasy
the way,
VII,
since this
and
is
you
an
hated
interactive
Baldur's
stream,
Gate.
Obviously, I'm gonna take a ton of
It'd be a shorter list of
questions
games that
and
DSP
or,
actually
you know, I'm
likes.
reading all
Super
your
Street Fighter 2
messages
Turbo
from
for
the chat.
PlayStation.
You
Every other
guys
game
for
could
a
go to
lot of
hell.
The night will be directing the discussion because I don't have anything particularly to discuss tonight.
So you have nothing to discuss. It's on
really
us.
you guys,
We have to
whatever
do
you
the
wanna
work.
chat
We're
about.
the
You
interns
you
today.
told me in a poll this is what you wanted, so you got my attention.
There you
So
go.
it's
You got what you
wanna do
wanted. I
with
hope
my
you guys are
attention tonight,
happy.
right? And
No.
yes, it's going to be a full shout outs and everything for anyone who supports the stream, just as just like a normal stream.
Can you just keep the slideshow
enough.
on the whole time? Because I actually don't really want to see you.
Haseo, good evening. Haseo just showed up. What's going on?
No,
man?
I'm a weebo too.
Already a
and
contribution came in.
this
Actually,
is really lame.
Dan
DSP
the
always
man
tries to see himself as the cool
just
guy
hit
who
me up
doesn't
with a
like all these
$50 tip to
groups.
start the stream, and the stream really hasn't
I'm not
even
like you
started yet.
weebos.
Thank you very much,
Is
Dan.
it
I appreciate
a
that.
bad thing, DSP, that
Get
weebos,
that
the
going.
most
I don't know if
lamest
you guys
one,
really
is
want me to
cooler
wear
than
the
you?
glitter glasses tonight. I'm not gaming. It's really up to you.
Yeah, tip
If you
$50
want to wear
and
a
you get
city hat or a
gutter
vest
glasses
later,
and it doesn't mean
you can do
anything.
that,
Nice.
great. I don't know about the glasses though. It's your call.
Hello, cute.
I
Shut
don't know
up.
if it really makes sense.
That's way too
when I'm
funny.
not doing any gaming, but thank you, Dan, so much.
No, it's cool, PNF. I completely understand. I'm going to stick around for a little bit and then I'm going to switch to a
Contribution of the
gameplay.
night there, boom. Yeah, see, I thought about having my coffee live with you guys, but I kind of like to have the coffee before I start because that way it allows me to.
I feel I should
that
count that
caffeine
as a new
boost,
clone. That's not entirely true,
before
DSP.
I,
You've drunk it on stream multiple
begin with
times.
something.
I guess it's a preference. I'll let that one slide. Hello?
Do I have a monocle? What do you mean, like Mr. Peanut? No, I don't
Yes.
have a monocle like Mr. Peanut. Sorry.
Loser. Can we donate one?
How do I prepare the coffee? Well, I brew it, and then I put it inside of a mug, and then I consume it with my mouth. That's my preparation process. It's 3 steps, primarily. If I'm going to really break it down, what I do is I grab an empty mug out of my kitchen cabinet. I put it under the faucet. I turn on the tap water. I fill the mug with tap water, and I turn the tap water off. I walk over to my Keurig coffee maker. I push the button. I open the lid. I pour the water inside the Keurig, making sure not to spill any over the edges, which sometimes happens if I pour too fast. Then I close the top, and I open up the front lip, which is the coffee section, where you put the pod. And I'll take the old pod out.
shut the
And
fuck
throw it into the trash, and I open, my container that has the newer pods in it. I take a newer pod. I usually give it a good sniff because the pods I have actually have a mesh bottom rather than plastic. Smells great. I put it in, and then I push down the lip. To
I can
close
do
it
this too,
firmly. This
DSP.
causes, well, the water drains as you open the lip, so you hear the draining already. You close it down. You place the mug underneath the dispenser area. And then you push the button, the brew button, and then it brews for you. And that's my coffee preparation process. No sugar, no creamer, no milk, nothing. Just pure.
It's the same old fucking shit!
That's how I like it. Black,
God
pure,
damn!
strong.
This motherfucker is garbage!
There you go.
Well, hell, we ate up a lot of time with that. Nice. Going green
That's
stream,
right.
I wish. That last one, I didn't get that
Weird
high.
stream. Technically, the stream
So I
hasn't
think I need
started
to.
yet. I'm not even
I
on
think I need
camera
to
yet.
ease back a little bit.
That's
Yeah,
it.
that was
We haven't even
really
begun.
obnoxious.
This is just me.
I'm thinking of
like,
playing
warming
Dead by
up for you
Daylight.
guys.
Or I could play Gundam Battle Operation, or what
In
else
reality,
do I have
this is
on
what
here?
the pre-stream used to look like. Remember? I remember for years and years.
Yeah,
my pre-stream
it's
was
because
just this.
you had art
Literally
that was
just
worth
this.
showing.
I was never on camera for the pre-stream, so it was just
Except for
all
that
of
one
us staring
pre-stream
at
where
this
you were
artwork,
masturbating, DSP.
alternating here while I talked to you for like 2 hours. and then we would jump into a game.
That's just
But then eventually people complain. That, well, what are you doing?
That's pretty
all right,
sad.
well, then let's
Where's
do a
LTG
podcast.
yet?
I turned it into a podcast with segments and me talking to the camera.
Oh.
So
I
there
don't
you
drink
go.
coffee to Human Centipede. I don't really like it.
For late night hangouts, can I wear a robe and close a big book like I finished reading when the camera comes on? I could, but I didn't plan ahead for that. So
Yeah, I
have
don't
that
really
prepared for you
like
tonight. I do have a
do
robe.
funny or interesting
I
things. That's
might
the
have a
wrong
freak
stream for
pipe.
that, okay?
Like
If
a
you want
proxy
funny and
pipe.
interesting things, you go to the
I have
Restreamers,
things that
okay?
There, however,
You come here for
not tonight.
chill, quality gameplay.
Show myself? No, we're not. We haven't started.
Yeah,
yet.
expose yourself,
I will
DSP.
show
Full
myself
frontal.
on camera when we start.
You
We
guys
haven't
want to
stopped-
see
not
it? Well,
started yet.
unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pull my camera back because I've got a pretty huge hog.
This is the pre.
This is some
Chill
form
session
of like
session.
punishment.
This is
What did I
pre-chill.
do?
That's what this is called. This segment. It's called the pre-chill.
Did I kill
This is not
someone
the
in a
formal
previous
chill, this is
life?
the pre-chill, and then we're gonna have the.
I didn't
the-
mean to,
the
I
chill,
swear.
And then we're gonna have the post-chill, where you warm up a little bit after the chill, because if you want to be chilling all night, then you can't get.
That was funny to you?
You see, or maybe we could call it the warming.
Uh,
the post-stream
Can you
warming,
shut up?
right? Maybe that's what you call
Man,
it.
no one's
I
gonna
don't
ever
know, I gotta
vote
think
for this
about
shit ever again. Holy Christ.
Oh my goodness.
Are we done?
That was so terrible, I think you gave me cancer.
We don't even know if he's
You
like,
guys,
in the
you guys
room
are
sometimes.
way too early. What are you doing? You're asking me questions. This is the stream has not
I
started.
think so,
yet.
Jumbo
You're
people.
asking me questions. I will answer these questions when the stream starts. This is the pre-chill segment.
Dude,
It's
this
not the
isn't
Q&A
funny,
segment. Stop
okay?
bombarding me with questions.
This
Stop
is
that. Save the
disrespectful
questions for
and
the
passive
actual chill
aggressive,
session.
okay?
You're spoiling. You're jumping the gun. Do you know what happens when you jump the gun? The gun.
What is
accidentally
this?
goes
Is this
off
some sort
up
of
your
power
butt.
thing?
That's not.
Is he
good.
having fun with
That
this?
is not good.
This is toxic, man.
So by
This
the way,
is
hold on one
disrespectful,
second.
in my
Hold on
opinion,
one
anyway.
second. Hold on. What the? Hold
This
on.
is DSP torture.exe.
Let me see something.
I don't know. Maybe this is some
Give me
sort of
1 second.
surreal super
I'm just trying
comedy.
to do
Watch a sad, pathetic old man desperately try and fill conversation time. Here's how a coffee machine works. Check it out. Pretty cool, huh? Well, I'm not going to show you, actually. Hold on. I'm going to tell you. All right? That sounds pretty cool, right? And then, hold on. Something's wrong with my stream. Well, I can't really show you, okay? Here's a picture of me and my cat. And, wait, hold on. Oh, shit. Oh, that looks infected. Ugh. Should I pick at this? I don't know. I should probably see a doctor about this, but I really don't have any money. By the way, guys, if you want me to take care of this, what looks
Sorry,
like a festering
I've
ulcer,
removed a few pieces of the artwork in this slideshow.
I might
and
need
think
some
I
money
added
for this.
One or two new slides, only because there's been artwork that's I've used for years and years, and it never really fit. And I said, I'll remove a couple of these that don't really fit, so that way we'll actually have a true widescreen that doesn't like, not actually fit the stream. There's a few that I got rid of, and there's a couple
I don't know about Delta 8 or
All right,
Delta
I
9. What is that?
received- Let's see here. A $3 tip.
This is, I don't know. On some level, this is pretty
Kurt,
funny of a
all this
stream, though.
stalking and copying gets to my head as a humble
This
man, also
might
not get a
enter
big
the
ego.
Hall of Fame as
I have
the
no
worst
idea what
stream
that
ever.
means. Kirk, what are you talking about?
DSP thought,
I
you
have
know
no
what?
idea what he's saying.
Let's go ahead and have the
I don't
dumbest
know.
stream ever. I've been working on it,
What does that
so
mean? I don't know. Kirk, thanks for the $3 tip.
this is an interesting
All right,
filler
let's
episode of the
continue.
DSP show.
Let's continue.
This is like one of those episodes where they all get stuck in a freezer and have
All right.
memories about previous episodes. That's this episode.
Oh no, we're locked in this room. Remember that one time I masturbated on
All right, we're gonna
stream?
get started soon, very soon.
Yes, I was masturbating on
Just so
stream,
everybody
right?
knows.
And no
I
one
removed
knew.
a few pieces of outdated artwork. I removed the one that said 14 years.
A couple minutes later.
You guys remember when I
Obviously,
masturbated
my
on
16th
stream?
Yes,
now
Phil.
As a content creator, I removed the one with the frogs that artwork never hit the
Rags?
stream, so I got rid of that one. There was another one too. There was 3 or 4 I removed that either they're outdated or like they weren't fitting right. And then there's a new
Yeah,
one.
that's
me,
the
I think it's
secret
supposed to be
technique,
me as
Jonathan.
The president. So that's a new one in there. At some point, you'll see it in the
Canadian Slurk is on our Discord? Oh, no, get
Yeah.
him out of here. Your gummies. Delta 8 can be pretty gnarly if it's coming from a place that does... Oh, that thing. Let me see.
Very exciting stuff.
Uh,
Mm.
You Yeah, let's be honest. The whole frog meme ended many years ago.
Yeah, because
remember?
you made it
The
really
frog meme was
lame,
a huge one
DSP.
over on Twitch. where everyone
I'm gonna
posted
be
the
real with
frog
you. I
emotes,
don't know if I
blind
can
frog
find the
emotes,
delta
it was a
level on
thing.
this.
And then when
Is
I
there
came
like
over
a
to YouTube,
symbol
pretty
that
much died
indicates it?
entirely. Like no one really cared about
It's
it anymore.
100
I think it's because
milligrams.
I actually adopted it. And
Got a bunch of
people
lightning
don't
bolts on the
like using
package.
memes
That means it's
after I
pretty
adopted it.
badass,
They're like,
right?
oh well, then it can't be a toxic meme anymore if Phil's doing it.
It's
Like, yeah,
well, you
that's right.
detoxify it for
So
sure,
they don't like
DSP,
that, so they
but
dropped
you
it.
also
So the whole frog thing's
de-interestify
kind
it.
of very outdated now. So I got rid.
Yeah, frogs are
I don't know
gone.
if it makes
If I
sense.
see
I'm
any
still playing it
frogs,
for,
it's
like, 3
ban
years,
world.
So there you go.
They're on Brand Dude's Discord. Oh my god, get him out of here.
We used to do streams like this pretty frequently. But this is before I
Remember
did
when we
the
used to do
podcast,
streams like
remember?
this?
Like,
Hey,
every once in a while, I would do
audience,
just, like, a
remember
chill
when we
night
used to
stream
do
where
streams
we'd
like
hang out and
this?
talk and,
Where you wouldn't see me,
people
would you
would
hear my
actually go
disembodied
to, like,
voice
the
kind of
top
drift in and
tier
out?
at night. They would have like cheering wars. Remember the
Yeah,
trains,
and you
the
guys
night
would give
trains
me
and
money.
everything on
Remember
Twitch. I
that?
totally remember all
Remember
that
that?
stuff.
Oh
It's
shit,
been
who's the
years
master?
removed. We used to
Hold
do
on,
all
I
that
got that
stuff
answer for you. Hold
on
on.
streams like this.
Yeah!
There you go.
You know, that was a long time ago, and then it became, well, it's just a common thing. Every day Phil does a podcast, so we didn't really.
This
do
is
these
really
streams
rough.
very often, right? Oh, my nose.
The fun thing about this is you can imagine whatever you want
Start
going
using
on
big
right now.
ups so it
You guys
dies.
can't see it, but his
Isn't big
whole room
ups
is on
just a
fire.
freaking, a wings meme. I'm not gonna start saying something.
And there's
that
also a
means
shit
that
ton of
people stop
ninjas
saying
fighting in the
chat.
room.
It's
Obviously, you
stupid.
can't hear them.
I'm not, if you want to use a wings meme in here, you're welcome to.
It's
it, but
pretty
it doesn't bother me
badass.
at all. It
As
makes
someone
no
who can
sense.
see ninjas, it's
not
pretty
anything I
kick-ass.
say or anything like that I would reference.
Like 30 of them in there. And they're all perfect parrying each other and Roman canceling all over the place.
I'm not saying Wings made it up. I'm saying, isn't it?
DSP, turn on the thermo
Wings would say
goggles.
that? Like, that's in his dialect. He would say that all the time, and so people picked it up and started using it as their own meme too.
I don't know. It's kind of circled
man, I'm
back.
glad you're enjoying that
DSP
walk
does
today.
have this interesting
Over years
horseshoe
ago.
effect where he can go from utter shit to also really hilarious at the same time. This is trash, but it's also really funny to me. It's
Okay,
like he's
shall we
trying to
begin?
kill his viewers.
Shall we actually begin now with the stream?
I'm trying to create
'Cause this
condensed
was all the
super boredom.
pre-chill. Now we can actually do the chill
They look like Chip
Are you ready
Zaniff to you.
for the
One
chill?
or two of them do.
with Phil. Actually, I have to see if the leaderboard's centered now.
One
Probably
of them looks like Static. Oh god,
Chill
never
with
mind. They
Phil.
all got out of there really quick.
Cool. Ready to
Yeah,
start?
that was kind of fun, DSP. Go back to the slideshow. I was
All right,
just
let's
getting
do
into
Let's
it.
get started. Ready? All right. Here we are, everyone.
Go back to the slideshow.
Everyone out there, this is what you wanted. It is the evening of Tuesday, the 20th of February, 2024. And
I've lost
tonight
interest. I was enjoying the
is
slideshow.
a night where we are literally going to just hang out and do whatever you guys want because tonight was
Oh,
an
man.
open night. Originally,
Have
we
seen
had a
the new
plan for
Dent who's
tonight.
talked Selena
Plans,
go- No.
basically
What?
kind of fell through over the course of the week. And I could have
That's
done
dumb.
anything tonight. I told you guys I'm down to play this game. I'm down to
Oh,
play that game.
also,
I'm down to do
I
this.
feel like
We
I
had a
should tell you
poll,
guys
and
that
winner
the
of poll
clone
was
counter,
just hang out.
you couldn't see,
And
but
what's
I could
happened
see
recently,
what was
there's been
going
a lot
on.
more discussion around the fact that I
Roughly
think a lot of
40
people
DSP
wish
clones
they
went
had
down in
more
that
time
ninja
to
fight,
interact
so I
without
think we're up to
the
like
game
46 clones
going
already.
on, taking my attention away. For
Shit,
example,
hold on a second.
There's actually been
Oh, it's-
distinct streams over the last several months
was wrong.
where everyone shows up
There
to my
we go. Oops.
podcast, talks to me during the podcast, interacts, supports the podcast, and then I start playing the game, and the whole stream goes dead. We lose viewers, we lose engagement, we lose support. Everything just why is that? And
It was
I've
cleaning
asked
day for the clones.
feedback.
We had to
People
take
are
out a
like,
bunch
lot
of them.
People are here to interact with you. They just want to hang out with you rather than focus on gaming. As I'm getting older, I'm learning that there's a lot of people who are here more for me than the games.
Oh, I
Not everyone.
kind of agree with you,
Certainly the
DSP.
people
I
who
am
show
here
up
for
and watch
you.
me
Your
play
gameplay
certain
sucks.
games. But there is a group.
Yeah,
who
exactly,
wants to
Bob.
hang out.
I'll do whatever you
And
guys
I'm like,
want.
that's
DSP,
what you guys
play
did. Well, cool. If
play
you
Gun to
remember,
Battle
this is
Operation
something
2.
we used to
I'll
do
play with
over
you.
When I used to be on Twitch TV a lot before I had a daily podcast. We would have night streams.
If I could
We would
Roman
just hang
cancel, I
out
would
and shoot
Roman
the film,
cancel all day.
right? And so that's
I want
kinda
a
where it
full meter.
originated, but that was many years ago. And then when I came over to YouTube as a full-time streamer, I started doing the podcast. First it was the pre-stream podcast, then it became the level 1 podcast. And since we have that large segment in the morning every day, I figured people didn't want this kind of stuff
Wait,
anymore.
what happened?
But come to find
Oh,
out,
this
that's
dude's
not the
trying to
case.
talk to me
People are
on
like, well, the podcast has
PlayStation. Get him outta
segments,
here.
right? You got your schedule segment, you got the news segment, you got your Phil's Day Off segment, you got other stuff. We'd rather have something where we just hang out and talk. And I'm like,
Yeah, Sonic, there was
Alright,
a
if that's
shit ton
really
of
what you
ninjas in
want,
the room, and they
let's
took
do it
out a
tonight.
bunch of
Let's see
Ffil
what you
clones.
guys want to chat about. So that's
That's
really
why
it,
we
but
had to turn the
there's nothing
broadcast
else
off.
to
We had to
this
chase
stream.
all those
There's
ninjas
no
out of there.
ulterior motive. This is not a fundraiser.
How's it
This
going,
is
Big
not,
Hero?
oh, we're trying to solve an issue and we had to have a emergency late night stream to figure that out. It's nothing like that. It's just people want to hang out. I'm willing to hang out with all of you.
DSP, I
All
want to
right,
hang out
already,
with
thank
you in
to the people who
person.
already early
Come chill with me,
contributed.
dude.
I appreciate that. All
Let's
right,
play,
so let's start.
what can we play,
Paseo,
DSP? What sounds
33
fun to
months as
you?
a member at the super supporter level.
You want to play
It's a rank
Tenchu?
enjoy
Let's play
Ffil stream
Tenchu,
with some
DSP.
good
That's a really
fan.
fun game.
I had my coffee before the stream, and it's a little early for me to be drinking. It's 18 p.m. You know, I might
No,
if I
see,
have a
Stephen
drink
Hawking,
tonight with my wife,
Cat
that's one
is
thing,
a
but
robotic
probably I'm not gonna be
DSP.
drinking
That was our
anything
first
right now,
attempt at
so
an
I just got my
Android DSP.
filtered water in my
That's
thermos.
why it's so buggy and
It's
horrible.
filtered, not Brita, it's the other one.
Tell us how you make the
God, I can't
water,
remember what
DSP.
it's called now. The one that pure, P-U-R, pure. It's a pure.
Pure,
filtered
commence to
water in a
cleansing.
little thermos there. That's what I drink on my late stream. So, and by the way, I was just saying to my audience before we begin, because I'm going to start answering questions. It's a great opportunity.
Yeah, someone
to
gave
do
him
this tonight.
$50 in one
Really
tip, and then he kind of shit on the
tomorrow
person and
the
said,
podcast,
well, I'm not
we got
playing the
three
game,
things to talk
so
about
I don't
our gaming
really
news.
see
We've got
why I put on
Nintendo
gunner
Direct going
glasses.
on in the
Oh,
morning,
thanks.
And
You
Elden
stupid
Ring
bastard.
is going to have its very first ever trailer
Thanks for the money,
preview
dummy.
of its upcoming DLC, Shadows of the Erd Tree, overnight as well. So we will have gaming
DSP, let's play
things to
Elden
talk
Ring.
about in the morning.
Let's play
So
Lo-
it makes
let's
a
play
lot of
Elden
sense
Ring
to
right
do this
now.
tonight, so that way tomorrow
What?
we can focus on the gaming stuff and not worry about, oh no, we ran out of time.
Wait. Hold on. Let me understand this
All right, so
correctly.
let's see. If you guys want to chat, ask me a question or whatever, tag me in the chat at DSP Gaming. Any contributions that come in, I'm going to shout out and address those as well. So let's see what you guys have on your minds tonight. Good evening, RAC. Says,
Oh,
hope your night's
God.
going well.
So back in
far, so good.
2008,
It's
I
been
experimented with
relaxing,
Play-Doh,
chill weather
sexually,
outside right now.
and then,
You know,
well,
cool air,
middle,
cool
cat
What's up,
android.
No Sleep Real Vibes? Good evening.
I would like to know the middle
That being
parts,
said, I don't get the
DSP.
hype for the Elden
Please
Ring,
do
so
not
it'll
actually
look
skip
like
this
the
story
regular
for
Elden
once.
Ring. People need to relax. Well, here's the thing. I think the reason people are excited is because, number one, there hasn't been any new Elden Ring content in 2 years.
Yeah, Dab Hands,
Elden
you
Ring
are
came out
quite
2 years
possibly the
ago,
stupidest
if you
person in
believe it.
DSP's chat
And
right
it's
now.
a great game. People
Here's your
love it.
medal.
It was the best-selling FromSoft game, right? And people were expecting.
I'm still not
that
sure
they
I
were gonna have the
understand this whole
DLC right
perspective
away.
of,
And
let's
that
not
didn't
discuss
happen.
Elden
It took
Ring
2
now.
years.
Let's
And
discuss it on
everyone
the
was kinda like, well, what
pre-stream.
happened, right?
But
Even
what do you
me,
guys want
I've
to talk
I've
about?
started a second
Talk
run
about
and
it right
everything,
now.
and, you know, it'd be nice if they had new content.
Well, he is talking
Now,
about it right
you're
now,
right.
but you get what I was trying to say.
Do I believe that they will actually have brand new gameplay content? But likely it'll be they're going to show the new dungeons, some new bosses, maybe a new weapon or two, a new spell or two, right? But you're right. It's not going to be like, oh, they redesigned the game. Look at all this brand new shit.
Why would
Now,
it
you
need to
fly on
be
a
that to be
Pegasus
interesting?
horse and shoot lasers out of your butthole as you spin in the air and decapitate enemies. It's not gonna
DSP,
be like that.
shut
You're right.
the
It's gonna
fuck
look like Elden Ring.
up!
But people are excited. I am too. I would like.
Yeah, I'm
some new
excited. That's why I
FromSoft
shit
gameplay.
all over it.
Like,
Very good,
last year I was
DSP.
craving
I
it,
really
so
get the
you know,
excitement in your
the
voice.
first 2/3 of a second run.
Yeah, shut
Then we put it
up.
on hiatus. Then I played Lies of P, and Lies of P was really good.
I'm
and
going.
that was like, wow, gave you the bug back. Like, when's FromSoft doing it again? And now they're gonna do it again. So
This
I get the hype.
motherfucker is
I
garbage.
understand it. Is it super hype like a new game from FromSoft? No, but at the same time, to get more content in Elden
Why
Ring,
does he
it's pretty
have to
cool, so I am
always
looking forward to that. Good evening, Avarice.
shut this shit down, man? He
Don't
always
know
has
the
to
chicken
treat it
nuggets
like
are
it's
kind
such
of- you
nothing.
have the choice, you
Oh,
obviously
it's
go
not
for
even
it,
that
right?
big
But
of a
it depends,
deal.
like,
It's just a
if you're talking,
small
like,
little DLC, but people are
you're
getting so
Popeyes,
excited.
you're a
Are they going to
Mason or
completely
Chicken
change the
Tenders.
game?
If you're talking like in the freezer,
Well, DSP
or
DLCs don't
freezer or
change much of
whatever,
anything.
They're all the same. Like chicken nuggets and tenders are the fucking same if you buy them at a grocery store, right? It doesn't matter. It probably tastes exactly the same. But if you're talking like fast food, yeah, I would go for the tenders.
DSP finally found the conversation he wants to have. Talk to me about fast food. Just rename the stream.
What's
Talk to
better,
me about
Baldur's
fast
Gate or
food.
Elden Ring? Well, here's the thing. It depends on your
As
perspective.
the the LTG signing guy? All right, I could try it. Do you
Or
guys have a
you
killer you
a
want me to try? Because I'm just goofing around with them. I don't really care.
20-sided die roller, right? I don't know.
You guys
The
can see
Elden
my mains.
Ringers
The highest
all
leveled ones are
stood
my
up
mains.
in a big army with their hands above their heads like this.
Give you a
And the
second to
Baldur's
consider
Gators
it.
ran up with their
What the
dies
hell
and they were
hand
shaking
movement are
them
we
like
doing here,
this and
DSP?
started rolling. Who would win? I don't know. That's a tough question.
I'm jacking it on stream, and you
might
all
actually
can't
create a
stop
big
me.
black hole that sucks everyone in, destroys all of reality. I'm not sure. Slayer, good to have you here tonight.
Yeah, exactly,
I missed your
Othroke. It
entire
would
message.
benefit
You
him
scrolled
to
off
hype
the
it up
screen.
and
Sorry,
say,
but I
hey,
saw
you
you
guys
here.
want to watch me play the DLC?
Did I hear about a new Xbox console coming out in 2028? They're just targeting a new console. And they said
I refuse to engage with that question. Goodbye.
To speak of yet.
Get him out of here.
Is salami a legit pizza topping? I've never
This
had
is Dead by
actual
Daylight.
salami on a pizza. I've had pepperoni of various kinds on a pizza.
Yeah, I'm kind of a
Regular
pay pig for this
spicy,
game,
but
even
I've
though this
never
game
had
really
salami
does
on
suck
pizza.
in a lot of
I'm sure it
ways.
could be a pizza topping,
But
but I've
yeah,
never had it.
I have fun with it.
Um,
No, I haven't tried the PTB yet. I want to play the new
Slayers,
Killer,
you see the
and I
cards
want to play the
posted
new
on Legendary
Survivor.
Infinite Wealth. Yes.
Goth
I've
Dork
completely
Girl.
forgotten
Yep,
about
that's gonna be a
Revolve Bar.
main.
I haven't returned once, right? So I don't have any of the drink links or anything unlocked in Like a Dragon. I haven't gone back.
I don't really
You're right,
pay
like, I
attention to
think
games, dude. I don't know
For
what you're talking about.
both Kiryu and for Tomi, their links are like up to
All right,
level
Chucky.
30
Do
friendship
the pig
links, and I
snort.
think that now
Let me
it's
see what I
like
can
20
find.
something. So if I went back there, I'd probably get multiple levels.
Oh,
of
this one here.
upgrade to make combat
I can
better.
give you the snort
I
or
can
the
do that
EX
at some
snort.
point.
I don't have meter for the EX, so you're only going to get the DSP snort.
Will I ever continue my Ragic run in Elden Ring or restart? I guess it really depends on what we learn about the DLC.
Why does that
We have to
depend at
figure
all?
out where does the DLC activate, right? Once we know
Oh, so
that,
you're just going to
then
roll
we
it
can
all
say,
together.
oh, well, the
Okay,
magic
that's
run was
nice.
already there, right? Or
Yeah,
do I have to
Chucky's
go
in this game.
further in the magic run, or is it early in the game? And in that case, you want to start another build.
I'm not a
we don't
Phil
know.
pay
I'm
pig.
down to
I've never
repeat
sent
the
this dude
magic
money.
runs.
I'm really
Like, I've
happy
been
that
down
I
for
never
almost
made
a
that
year.
mistake because I'd be really
Suspended in May
embarrassed
of last
if
year,
that time
and then Street
period
Fighter
where I
6 came out,
enjoyed
and that, like, took out all
DSP
my time from
unironically,
summer
I gave him
onward.
money.
But I'd be down to
Chucky?
continue it if people wanted
Chucky's a
it.
little bastard.
What is my least favorite Italian food?
Oh yeah, tell me, DSP.
What
I'm
is
very
my
invested.
least favorite Italian food? That would be a hard question. There's probably certain kinds of pasta I don't like as much. Like when I think Italian food, I typically think of like marinara sauce.
Dragon Ball
red
the Breaker
sauce.
said it's
They
gotcha.
have
Oh, I
other
don't know about all
sauces
that.
aren't like that. Like they have butter or wine sauce or Alfredo sauce.
I'm only gonna
prefer
play a
red
Dragon Ball
sauce
Z
to
game
those,
if they
even though
put
I'll have
Sonichu
those
in
every
there.
Once in a while, like I think a good chicken marsala.
I feel like that's a
is really
reasonable
good,
request at this
but I
point.
would prefer to have a red sauce over that. So it's not that I don't
All right,
like.
well I'll go with Chucky
those
since
dishes. I just
that's
don't
the
like
only
them
one
as
so
much.
far I've
A
heard.
white pie. You know, if they have the white pizza pies. My mom loves a white pie with broccoli and onions. That's like one of her favorite.
I'm sorry,
kinds of
what?
Italian pizza to get. A white pie with broccoli and onions. I don't like that. I like it with sauce. I like a red pie. I would never want just a white pie. Maybe those would just be the things that I would pick. Okay, let's see here. I received a $10 tip. Let's see here.
Play pig? All right, I'll play pig next round. Derek has entered the chat.
So the tip is from someone named Cody. I said,
I
I know
hate-
you don't watch wrestling
get
anymore.
doxed.
WWE's current top star is finishing the store.
Let's do this one.
He's finishing your story,
Just
going
pick
on a
one.
honeymoon
I
with
really
Pat,
don't
or maybe
use him
having
that
a
much. I'm just gonna
conversation
grab
with
stuff.
John Rambo.
Whoa, John Rambo.
First of all,
Ban him.
let's address a few things, okay?
John Rambo
We have
never existed.
already addressed all of my past with John Rambo and all of that. That
He's
stuff
dead
is
to me.
long in the past. There's no lingering stuff there. That's been
I
dealt
refuse
with,
to
talked about,
apologize. There's nothing
done,
to address.
okay? There's
Fuck
zero
that dude
desire
forever.
for me to go back and talk to someone who I have not spoken to now in almost
right, let's go.
9 years.
Come on, Chucky
who has
dude.
moved on with their life, has no internet presence, literally has made zero effort to ever reach out to me and talk to me again. No. I don't have any desire to talk to John Rambo again. I wish him well. I hope he has a great life. But doesn't
He does seem to have a
affect
great
me
life.
in
He's
any
doing
way
movies and shit
anymore,
now.
right? Do I want to go on a honeymoon with my wife? Oh, of course I do.
Yeah, I wanna go on a
I'd be
honeymoon
crazy
with
to say
John.
no. Of course, I would love to one day be able to go on a nice trip with Kat and enjoy.
Oh yeah,
it.
these
We
dudes are
should
gonna
have done
get
when we
it.
got
This
married
person
5
here
years
with the
ago.
flashlight.
Yes,
Oh, you guys
we're
think you're gonna run
wedding
flashlight builds?
anniversary.
Wait, I'm
We
gonna let
say,
them run it because
and
I like getting
we haven't done
toxified from the
anything really
flashlight.
together since we got married. That was the last.
I'm
thing we
gonna
actually
become
did
so
together outside of
negative
just
with this
going
game.
out locally, we haven't done anything. So many things have changed since
DSP, she's been there for how
COVID
long, and you've made
kinda
so much
rocked
money?
everything. Inflation destroyed stuff.
Oh, it's inflation. It's
and
not WWE
It just
champions.
so happens, all these life things going on, and we just can't do anything. So,
Just ready up,
yes, we would
guys. I don't
eventually
care
like
what
to go
you're
on
using.
a honeymoon. Is that the end of my story?
I'm gonna be
Finish the
annoying.
Story? No. My story is probably, in the middle.
What?
Right?
Oh, that's
My-
not true,
my
DSP. I
story's
feel
in
like
the
you're
middle.
wrapping it up,
I got a
honestly.
ways to go. A lot of adult life
My
left
story will end with me
do fun stuff,
trying to gun
and hang
down
out with
federal
guys,
agents.
and do different kinds of content, and do many,
And
many
they
things
will
with my
be
family.
rather amused that I missed
We are
every
not
shot.
at the end of the story by any means. Okay.
Look, I plan to
There's
die
a
by
big
my own
thing.
hand, okay? You're never taking me alive. I barricade myself in here. I got my cyanide capsule right over there.
Let's see here. Did I see the Eddie character released for the Tekken update? It's Eddie Gordo. It's Eddie Gordo from Tekken
Yeah,
3.
it's LTG
Another
as
Tekken.
Eddie Gordo.
Doesn't really interest me that much because I already know the character. I already know he's a flippy, kicky.
Yeah,
character.
normal Jinx. It'd be
The
kind of
spam-
hard
the
to
original
fly
kick
with
spam
Cat because
character,
wouldn't she like
I
tip the
take that
plane
back.
over?
Bayek was the kick spam character.
I guess they'd have to
in
helicopter her
Tekken
in,
2.
like a
And then
Chinook
Tekken
or
3
something.
was either Huarang or Eddie Gordo, but Eddie Gordo was the worst with that kick spam, just mash buttons.
Eddie
get
Gordo
away with
syndrome,
it,
I remember.
kind of a deal. So But yeah, I mean,
Yeah, exactly,
yes,
Scott.
yeah,
It's
I'm
so
not excited
stupid.
or anything.
He makes no effort to do anything.
Do I know
Like
what
a
the co-op game
kick-ass
Overcooked?
honeymoon
I heard
out in
about
the
it. People
forest in
mentioned it
Washington would be
since
pretty
Pat
sweet.
and I are eventually, going to be looking for other co-op games to do. Then the game Overcooked has been presented as an option,
Overcooked?
and I'm
Oh,
sure
that
we'll
will
look
be
into it.
really
I don't know
funny.
anything
I
about
would
it.
really
I've
like to
never
see
played it.
those two play that game.
Do I feel the fabled midlife crisis coming? No, I told you, I'm the anti-midlife crisis.
No, I've just been in
What does
my
that mean?
whole crisis
Most
my whole
people, when
life.
they hit a midlife crisis, they hit the age of 40, which I already
My whole
passed.
life is
They hit the
crisis.
age
What are
of
you
40,
saying?
And when they hit the age of 40, they look at their life and they feel miserable because they're locked into a dead end job or something
Right
they
here.
don't do for employment.
Right here.
They're with a family and maybe they feel like I'm trapped because now I
Yeah,
have a
you're here.
family with kids. I'm married and I don't really like.
All
that.
right, it's
There's
time to
parts
get
of me I
chopped.
like, and they feel like they're trapped.
DSP, hold
Oh,
on.
no,
I'm
I
paying
have
attention.
the
I really
family
am. I really
van
am.
car instead of the
Purr,
nice
purr.
car I always wanted.
All
I
right,
don't
who's
live in
getting
the
it?
nice house I wanted. Instead, I live in this house that's maybe good for the family stuff.
DSP,
like that, you know
not
what I'm
having
saying?
any ambitions
So,
does not mean
that's
you don't
when
have
the
an. I
midlife
see you there,
crisis.
sir.
And then you have the person at the middle of their life. I gotta go act like I'm a young kid again. I gotta go splurge money on a sports
Where'd you go?
car, right?
Dude, this dude
And
is
I gotta
super slippery. He
completely
disappeared.
Change my lifestyle. I'm gonna act like I'm a young hip guy or something like that.
What?
I don't have that. I'm the
DSP, you
opposite.
still try and be hip.
Literally,
there he is.
right now in my life, this
In hot
midlife
pursuit.
is better than when I was younger. When I was
You
younger,
seem
I
to
did
be
not
having
like
fun
my
when you were
life.
younger.
I
How's that
suffered
add
from
up?
Depression. I hated who
Dude,
I
I'm
was.
terrible
I
with this guy.
hated
Oh, there he
everything
is.
about it.
Found him.
And now that I'm older, in the middle of my life, this is the best I've ever enjoyed in my
Drop the
life.
pellet.
So it's the
Oh, no,
complete
he
opposite.
hit
How
me,
could I have a
and he's
midlife
flashlight
crisis
spamming.
when I'm loving now my life more than I had when I was younger, right?
DSP, you are coping so
you know,
hard right now. It's
not-
it's
for me,
frankly
it's
kind
the
of
complete
adorable.
opposite of people who go through that.
All right,
you
this
know?
guy's gonna get staboed so
That's right.
hard it's
Life
gonna
has
blow
a
his
mid-fill
mind.
crisis. That's absolutely correct. There you go. Dark Gaming says, I'm waiting for you to become a hip-hop star like you were destined for.
Oh
That's
yeah,
right.
you
I'm
think
shooting
you
every
so
night
special?
with
Come back here and taste the knife,
my
friend.
baseball
Come
cap
here.
curved to the side.
And track you using
know,
your blood.
Big grills, a big chain.
People don't know
hang,
this about
go on the
Chucky, but
rings
he's
on my
like a
hands,
like
and I'm sitting
super
here in, like,
badass
a big
tracking
hoodie
dude.
with all kinds of
Think
graffiti designs.
think
on
Vamp.
It.
Yeah.
This is DS Ffil coming to you live.
Oh, I'd watch DS
Snap.
Ffil. That sounds pretty badass.
Here we go.
Nice
The
try,
rebranding
stupid.
begins. Clay JT says people who hit 50 and then they get frosted tips.
Yeah,
Exactly.
woo! Welcome to
If
the
you
hook,
haven't
idiot.
noticed, I mean,
Come here.
the only thing I've changed is my wardrobe because people have asked me to. They're like,
Yeah,
you're
LTG
14
asked you
years old,
to.
you're
Hit me
wearing
with the
gamer
flashlight.
shirts. I
Come on,
guess
it's
it
really
makes sense. I've
funny.
been wearing the same gamer shirts for 10 years. So now I'm wearing just clothes that I had. And it's like, oh, you look normal now. Like, yeah, I always was
You do not look
normal.
normal.
This is what I
Normal is
actually
not
wear.
running
I don't
around
wear
with
gamer
pajama
shirts all
pants
day.
on all the
I just wear
time.
them when I'm on stream, you know?
I do like DSP's interesting statement that his life is better now than when he was younger. I don't know, DSP. At least you were having fun. You look miserable
Let's
and
see.
tired all the time
I don't know
now.
anything about Ip Man movies, no.
Oh, Ip Man's great.
Who my
Oh,
rapper
shit,
name
you
be?
son of a bitch.
Philly Blunt.
Get back here. Oh, I'm going to give you so much chopping. It's
Devin, we
unreal
literally
the amount of
just talked
chopping
about
you're
the
about to
opening
get.
DLC, like moments ago.
Look, don't delay the inevitable. Just come here and get chopped.
So,
All right,
Korea
hiding
does
mode
not have
mode.
drinking
Let's go.
books. It's for Tomi and
Keep forgetting about his stupid ass ability.
Chitose. Okay, got it.
Oops. She baited me. This horrible,
No one
toxic
knows
individual.
has any clue what
Wait,
you're talking
they're
about,
trying to get the
so
dude.
you can stop repeating that in the chat now.
Derek's getting banned? Ban Derek.
Chill Phil, maybe Chill Phil, Chili Philly.
Chill Phil.
I've never tried Nutella rolled cookies. No,
Phil
I've
toxic.
had Nutella and it's delicious, but I never had it in a cookie.
All right, where'd this
Cat and
guy go?
Jasper are great. They're downstairs relaxing.
They're just kind of kicking it. Oh, you think you're slick, eh? Well, check this out. I'm
What is
slick
my
too.
favorite gaming genre? I don't have one. There's many
Yeah,
genres
I
that
don't.
enjoy.
You know this
I have
game
favorite
thing that I
gaming
play all the
genres,
time? Yeah, I
but
don't really
don't
have an
a
answer to
favorite
that.
genre overall because I like variety.
That's
Much
stupid,
like with
DSP.
food,
This is your
if I just
career.
did the same kind of game all the time and said, "Oh, it's my favorite," I'd actually not like it anymore. I get bored of it. I like.
Oh, yeah? You
variety.
want to try and get me
If I
out
eat
of
pizza
this?
today, then
I
tomorrow
don't
I
think
don't
so,
want
friend.
pizza. Tomorrow I want ramen, and then the next day maybe I want.
You can't hit me with the
Right?
flashlight from here.
It's the same
Nice
thing with
try,
my games. Today
dickhead.
I'm playing a platformer. Tomorrow I want to do a fighting game. Then I want to do RPG. That's what keeps.
You
things
don't have
going.
any
It's
answer,
not
huh?
Boring. I don't have a favorite genre because of that.
Oh, I see.
All right, Jade. Yeah, Jade, I know.
Jade, ban Jade.
I know that you weren't down for. You're not really into Baldur's Gate. You know, you're waiting for the return of like.
Get back here.
So,
Get back here. Just
hang
walk
out
on my
with us tonight
knife
feel
if you don't
like it or
mind.
Not. You know, like a dragon tomorrow night. What's going on, Dark Maggot? Good to see you tonight. Day's going good.
See, it's a
Day's
trick.
going
I know someone's gonna
Good
try and
day,
unhook
Baldur's
him.
Gate 3 today. Great plot progress. We're now firmly.
Oh,
into
he's
Act
killing
3,
himself.
which
That's
is good
nice,
stuff.
too. That
Not
also
very
works for
different
me.
From Act 2. Had a good time with it. Dinner was
That's
fine.
fine.
It was hot dogs and flavored rice.
Are you serious?
Because my wife worked today.
You're just gonna let me kill you? All right. Well, I mean,
That is exactly the plan, Slayer.
cool.
We play Like a Dragon tomorrow night.
All right.
Major side quests and story advances.
Okay, so
I'm not
DSP
doing
had
more
friends and he had fun,
kind
and he
of
went to
stuff
events
at
and he
this
had
point.
went to
We're gonna be doing
competitions,
everything kind of
and
story
people
advances.
actually kind of semi-liked his
That'll be
content
tomorrow.
back in the day. But he had more fun now.
Yeah, I heard that's happening now. So
Okay,
Dark
yeah,
Knight
this dude's
Convention
just giving
bought
up.
Helldivers 2,
Well,
and I
if
can't
he's
get
giving
the
up, I'm gonna
server
get him out of here
sucks.
so he
I
can
wanna
go play his
the
other game.
Apparently, this is awful. This happened over
I
the
figure if you
weekend.
don't want to play, you don't want to play in a school game.
Helldivers 2 wasn't supposed to be this popular.
Yeah, it
Like,
was
the game
supposed to
developer
actually be
is a
complete crap, and
small-time
no one
game
was supposed to
developer.
buy it.
And now it
That's
went
dumb,
virally popular,
DSP.
and so many people have bought the game.
It wasn't
they just
supposed to be
can't handle it.
successful. It was
So
supposed to be a
literally
huge
people buying
failure.
The game now can't play it.
Oops.
They just can't. It won't let them. And so people
That's
are like,
dumb.
well, fuck this, and they're going and playing other games. That's actually bad because
Come here, lady.
when you're
You've been a
that popular,
persistent issue
sometimes
for me, ma'am. I'm
popularity
gonna
can
chop
lead
you.
to a level of failure.
Yeah,
and
drop the
sometimes
pallet
what's
on me.
happening, like they just weren't equipped for
Yeah,
this.
yeah, that was a good
so now
move.
they got hundreds of thousands of people trying to hit a server at a time, and it can't handle it. Disconnect.
Yeah, they should have had
disconnect,
DSP build
play.
the server. That thing would have
So,
been really
hopefully
powerful.
they get it under wraps. If it is so good of a game, it just sucks that happened.
Reported what I do. Oh, come on, man. I was just playing. Oh, man. Now he's making me look bad in front of my chat. What exactly did I do? Because I tunneled him? I mean, tunneling is a legitimate strategy.
No, my wife is not interested in playing fighting games competitively. She likes playing them casually or, something like that. Like Tekken, she liked the demo. The first
He's gonna
day
try and
that
hit me
it
with
came
the
out, we played
flashlight?
it a
I don't
lot.
think so,
We played
friend.
it like a ton of hours that day. Then next week we played it again.
Welcome to the
We played it,
basement,
one more
dude.
time, and she's
This
like,
place is
"We're
pretty
doing it."
cool. There's
So,
a
it
rumpus
kinda
room,
sucks 'cause she bought
and
it,
there's
I thought
bumper
she would
pool.
like it more,
But you need to
that's
stay
kinda
on the
how it
hook,
is,
okay?
Like, when she
All right,
basically she
good.
did. Well, she almost beat the arcade mode, which is the one with the simulated arcade.
All right, where'd this
And
lady go? She's been
she
an
played
issue to
a
me.
few character story missions, which was interesting, and she wanted to try online. And as soon as she went online, she saw how online.
You're
players
trash.
and
Better
like,
get
this is gonna
good.
be
Stop
the end
tunneling
game
and
of it. I
camping.
don't like it.
Hey, look,
Like,
man,
well,
you're trying to make me feel
that's
bad.
that, I guess, right? She's just not into it. She's not into competitive games like that.
I think this guy's trying to hurt my feelings
But
or
JT,
something.
this has already been answered on the podcast. I'm not here to rehash the same things we've talked about a ton of times on
shit,
the show.
okay.
So I recommend you check out some podcasts from last week. If you want to hear my opinion on Xbox having some games go to PS5 and Switch.
I'm just gonna camp because, like, dude, I don't really have a whole lot of
Good
options
evening,
here. I
Mark.
played
Good
really
to have you here.
shitty.
How you doing?
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Some
Helldiver 2
dickheads
has
here.
destroyed Suicide Squad. Helldiver 2 has
Huh.
sold way more than Suicide
Some
Squad.
negativity has been
Basically,
detected.
what happened is Helldivers 2 came out.
Now time to
and
get
then
chopped.
Suicide Squad's dead. Like, anyone who was going to play Suicide Squad got Helldivers 2. And that's it. It's
Where are you?
So Suicide Squad
Where'd you go?
completely dead on arrival. I hate to know what's going to happen to that studio now.
Someone's
Rocksteady,
here.
that's
Are you
not
here?
good.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
not
it's
here.
gone.
That's
It's dead.
kind of tragic.
I'm playing
And
both Rise
here.
of the Ronin and Dragon's Dogma 2. Do I have interest,
Nothing?
more interest
How
in
about
one
here?
or the other? No.
Oh, I'm eventually gonna find you.
No, we're not doing a drinking game on stream with my wife. That's stupid.
Why not? Drink with cat. All right, welcome to the hook. You are definitely getting camped. You've been an issue to me, ma'am.
How do you post a video for me on DSP Reacts? Well, you have
Bye.
to be a member of the submission.
And why are people shitting on me so hard? Because I camped and tunneled? I mean, what do you want me to do, guy?
That's there all week.
It's kind of a strategy you have to
Everyone
use
posts up, and
occasionally.
like I put those submissions into
I don't mind when I get
uh,
camped and
actual
tunneled.
playlist, and on the show I literally hit.
Look, man, don't hate the player, hate the game. No, really, hate the game. It's
If you
pretty
become
rough.
An ultra member on that channel, which
I
is the
will
biggest
camp
level
this
member
lady.
supporter, you are guaranteed. to
It's
have your
lame
video watched
gameplay,
on
I
the
get
show
that,
once a
but what do
week,
you
so
want me to
if you
do? I don't
become
have a whole lot of
member,
options.
you
I don't
get
have no
4 videos
goddamn
watched
options.
once a month. And that's its
Chase you
own
down?
Separate community post.
No, because I'm going to chase you down.
That's how it works.
The door's going to be opened. You're going to get away, and the other person's going to save the lady.
I
No,
never
that's
watched
stupid.
True Detective. I owned the first season, but I could never finish it for whatever reason. I liked it. I just
All
never
right, you're
finished
breaking
it.
stuff. That's
I
cool.
don't have it anymore.
Aha!
I haven't watched
I found you.
others. I know that there's 4 seasons out now, but
That's
no,
fine.
I've never been into
That's
it.
fine. You looking to play games with me?
I don't even know what a CRPG is.
A Chinese role-playing game.
Thoughts on playing other CRPGs because I've enjoyed Baldur's Gate 3. So you're
Computer
saying that
role-playing
basically
game.
Baldur's Gate 3 is its own genre of RPG called CRPG. What does the C stand for? See, I don't
It
know
stands
that.
for
But anyway, if you're
community
telling me Baldur's
donates.
Gate 3 is the epitome of it, I probably wouldn't want to play other games.
Look,
Like, I
I'm
played
sorry,
1
but she
and 2.
died.
I got really
All right, the rest of you
bored
guys can get away.
I probably would not want to continue with a game like that. If Baldur's Gate 3 is the best, then I just want to continue to play the best because even Baldur's
shit,
Gate
they didn't
3
get away.
I have issue
Oh,
with
bummer.
and I get bored. You know, so I'm
gonna
glad
chase
that
them
I
down
have
with my
an
slice of
interactive,
dice.
engaging audience to help me.
Yeah,
with
they're
it.
waiting at the door. They're going to run away. That's
Engaged
cool,
in
man.
it.
That's fine.
If I didn't have that, I literally would not have kept playing it. I would have gotten bored and stopped playing it by now. But yeah, like I don't think so. Like I think that newer games coming out that are following in the steps of Baldur's Gate 3 or other
You guys want to waste my time? I'm gonna waste your
I would
time
play,
too.
But I probably wouldn't go.
All right,
back
so
to
this
the
is
old
fun. We
ones
can
that-
have a community moment
that
here
would be the-
where we can
if you
decide
really
how I
like-
respond
you really
to this
like Skyrim,
incredibly
but
interesting
if you
individual.
Go back to play Oblivion, you realize it's more outdated. And you're like, it's not for me.
Damn,
Like
all
I
right,
know
well.
that. I played Divinity 2, and I already know it's not for me. So I'm not gonna then go try to play other games that are similar to Baldur's Gate.
Yeah,
that
that's
are
so
older
funny
and
about
it's
how
disappointing
tiny
to
you
the
are.
core,
Does that make it
right?
harder for them to see you? Yeah, it does make it really hard to see them sometimes.
Hidalgo did a super chat. He said, "What are your top 3 narrative experiences in gaming?" Once again, I'm not a top ranking guy like this. Okay.
All
But if
right,
you're
let's
asking,
talk
like,
to
what's
this
some of
dude.
the best stories, I would say BioShock 1 definitely ranks up there. Probably one of the biggest twists.
What do I want to say? Should I just
I've
throw
ever had in a
LTG-isms at him?
Ever. And I wish that I could kind of go back and relive it because I can't. Once you know the twist in the game, you're like, holy shit, right? I would probably say Silent Hill 2, because when the plot was finally explained and you realize what all the bosses and all the things are, you're like, oh my god. that's
DSP,
like
that game is kind of your life
that's
for real,
really
for real.
gross and nasty, but it's horror at the
Good
same
game.
time. I would definitely say The Walking Dead Season 1. Reason being, because The Walking Dead Season 1 was really one of the very first video games on YouTube that ever made me feel strong emotion. I actually cried at the end because the characters were so well written, and to see
I thought he was going to
it
say
so
robust.
awful
A mom's house.
actually legit made me tear up and feel terrible, you know?
Camping in the bushes.
So I'll just throw those 3 out there off the top of my head. That's all I'm going to say. Off the top of my head, those 3. Yeah, if there's ever another fishing game you guys want, I would be down for it. There just hasn't been one in years. You know, it was 2 years ago that we were doing the Bassmaster during the summer, and we made the hat and everything with the lures, and then it just died out. There's no other fishing games. I would be down for another fishing game if one came out, but there hasn't been any recently. So.
God, I wish I could send audio clips. It would just be this dude's doing strings.
$10 tip from Cody again. Thank you, Phil. Hope your hand gets better. Oh, are you talking about...
Oh, wait, my lie. Okay, yeah, this thing. Oh, hold on, I gotta hold up my hand. Ooh, look. Oh, yeah, this hurts.
And I feel
Oh,
like
yeah,
if I
my
keep
hand.
doing things like using an exercise device like this and stretching and things, and I'm not overdoing it with games, it shouldn't be a massive thing, but undoubtedly it's going to happen. Like, if I'm already seeing the signs of it at 41, as I get older, the next 10, 15 years, you know it's going to get worse and worse every year, right? So it's just an inevitability. You get older and these things happen. Like my dad, too, I know as he got older, his hands and things kind of got messed up. Are you retiring at 42 or 43? No. I might change up
Damn
what I
it.
do.
Let me send
I might change up
sound
my
clips.
formula. I might change up the format
Mods,
of content that I
bandits.
make. It might not be full-time gaming anymore, but I'm not quitting. I love this. I want to do this literally for as long as I can, as long as I'm capable of doing it, because I love this job. I've now been doing it full-time since 2011. So you're talking 13 years of my life I've done this. I want to continue. How much you have left in the tank? Oh, I got a lot more to go.
I
got a
doubt it,
lot more to go,
DSP.
like I keep telling
You're
you
complaining
guys.
about your hands at 40,
I feel
man.
like we haven't even begun in certain areas. And mostly I do gaming. Yes, I delve into other topics every once in a while, but it's mostly gaming. There's so much more that we can explore and do together here on streaming.
All right, there we go.
Not even really
I feel like
scratched the
that's an
surface.
eloquent
That's why
response.
it's funny when
You know what? I
get
did
some
camp.
other
I was at your
YouTubers
mom's
and it's
house
like,
camping in the
so they
bushes
started off
waiting for your
doing
dad
this
to
thing,
leave. I waited
then that
patiently to
fell
give her the
off, so they jumped
BBC.
on the
There you
next
go.
trend,
That's
then that fell off,
this
they
dude's
jumped
doing
on the
strings.
next trend,
All
then
right,
that fell
nice.
off, and now they're desperate and they don't know what to do. They have no content, right? So now they do what everyone else does. They bite other people's content. They just react to other people's content or whatever. I literally have only been doing gaming for 15 years and I'm still good.
Yeah, I shouldn't get reported.
I think that says something, right? But now as I'm getting older and I choose to change,
I feel like I should
think it might be time
screenshot
to do
this.
some
Yeah,
change.
let's get
You know what I'm
let's get a
saying?
screenshot up here on that. Oh
For your
yeah.
final stream, will you end the stream with your cowboy hat on the chair and your
With
original vest laying on the chair? I have no idea.
I think DSP's
you're
last
acting like
stream
for some
should end
reason-
with him getting up and turning out the
Yeah,
lights,
it
and then the
doesn't end with
credits roll.
anything. In fact, like I said, one of the major reasons why I decided that I did not want to do this documentary with Mike Klum this year.
Felix
is 'cause I
Richter,
feel
was
like
he the
a
one who was
documentary
whining?
like that
No, this
should
one
be
was the one that
done
was
at the
whining.
end.
I
Like, when
will
you're on
actually
your
praise
last
this dude,
legs,
'cause he
you're on
gave
the
me a
road
lot
to
of
what
fun.
your final
Thank you,
statement
dude.
to the world is going to be. Then you do a documentary like that. I feel like my story is right in the
So we
middle.
have to
We're
update
not
some
even
clones?
close
Okay.
to the end of the finish line yet.
Yeah,
So
I want to
why would
update the
make,
clone
like, a
specifically for
documentary
him
that's
for
like a
getting his
desperate
lie.
thing
Oh,
when
yeah,
it's
my
not at
hand.
all?
What?
I think that's what a lot of people were misunderstanding because they saw that Boogie documentary that Mike Klum did, and everyone was like, "Wow, that totally was a cry for help, a cry
DSPs
for like, look at how pathetic I am.
DSPs wouldn't be a
Bad
cry
for
for
me,
help, of
me.
course.
And why are you doing that documentary?" I was like, "That's not what my documentary is going to be." And people are like, well, then what was the point? What are you doing it for?
Wait, did he say he didn't have his own react
You're,
show?
you're good then.
I must have
right?
missed that. I was too
like, you know
busy
what? You
telling
guys are
this
kinda
guy
right.
about my BBC and
I
all
don't
that.
see the point.
Did he
Why am I gonna
respond
kill
yet?
myself to
I
do
feel
this
I want to have more
documentary now when
conversations
it's
with this
on
guy.
Right? So there you go. DC, good evening. He's got a haiku involving rain. Rain cloud covers skies. The relaxing, calming rain, water sounds soothe souls. We got rain outside right now.
I did nothing wrong.
So it's a very pertinent haiku. Thank you, DC.
Okay, and
Hope
you
Goes
asked
says
for
Dave
Pig,
the
right?
Diver and Dredge are pretty fun fishing games that you missed. Dredge has horror elements. But
Dredge
they're
is a
not
character in
fishing
DVD.
games. They're both.
Wait, I
other
don't have
kinds of
Pig.
games
No,
where
there he is.
fishing
Okay.
an element. It's
Where's
not
Pig at?
sit there and relax with fishing.
There it
You
is.
see my point? Like,
All right,
what
Pig
were the
Man.
2 things of fishing that people like the most? Me fishing in Minecraft, which literally you're focused on.
Yeah, we enjoyed the
fishing,
rants in
nice relaxing
Minecraft.
rain sound coming down, or doing an actual fishing game like Bass.
DSP
Match.
doesn't
You're-
need a
you're talking
documentary.
about,
You're
like,
right, big guy.
survival
What
games
what
that
kind of
are bringing back the
documentary
fishing
are you gonna
element.
do
That's
for this
very
dude?
different.
He's
See
a
the difference?
he's a dedicated lolcow. It doesn't matter.
Starting Infinite Wealth now, Pizza Box. Good luck. I don't know. Going from guide and right into Infinite Wealth is a ton. Even I needed a little bit of a break.
What?
Mark's
I
I've never been
can't
to
upgrade
America.
this.
Trump versus Biden is interesting. I would love to hear your talk about politics.
Yeah, I would love to
Still
hear it,
play
DSP.
games.
Please tell us your
I know.
take.
We'll see what happens this year. I'm considering. I don't know yet.
My
I don't know
take
what
is
we're
that
ready to do yet.
everyone's stupid and like should not be stupid.
Nightman says I respect
Beautiful
you for not doing that
DSP. Print
documentary.
it, put it
That
on
was the best
t-shirt.
decision. For now, I think it was the best decision. Again, I'm not saying never. I think there might be a time in my life where the documentary makes a hell of a lot of sense. I just
It's
don't
gonna
think
make a
it's
hell lot
now,
of sense when you're
right?
like on trial or something.
Okay,
Would I
now
try PGA
for my
golf? I'm
defense,
not
I want you to
really into
watch my
golf. I don't like
documentary.
it. I've never really played games of it, so probably not. Isaiah says, why do all pirate games fail when launched that Black Flag is like the best ever? Because Black Flag took a formula that worked from Assassin's Creed and combined it with pirate elements to make a unique experience.
So there you go. Debunked,
But
idiot.
It's not that they don't work. Like, for example, Sea of Thieves, when it launched, didn't have content.
Ladies
When
and dudes,
they
I can't take
eventually
him.
took
All right,
the
take
game
care,
and added a
Despotin.
bunch of content,
Minecraft is a
it
game
got
where you
great,
run
and now
back
it
and
has
forth
its
fetching
own
buckets of infinite water while
community
attacking your
who's
chat
really into
after you
it.
scam a
But they
guy out of 20
launched it
bucks.
bare
Yeah,
bones,
that's what
and
made
that
it so
was their
fun.
mistake, okay?
All right,
Skull
I'll
and
play
Bones
with.
isn't even a video game. Skull and Bones is a mobile game that they released on console and PC. To
That's
pretend
toxic,
like it's a full
DSP.
game. It's not at all. It's an unfinished mobile game. It's
All right,
really
we're gonna do
pathetically
just the
bad.
scrub shit right now.
And,
'Cause I don't really have time
they
for
should be
that.
ashamed of themselves, except I think that they wanted to cancel it, which is what they tried to do many times.
All right, let's go
but
here. This is
they
fun.
were roped into releasing it because of the Singapore
And I'll
government.
grab this
because
one
they
and
went
this
there
one.
to
Whatever,
develop
let's go.
it. So I think they had to do it no matter what.
He says he's
Seriously.
middle of the
I
road,
think
but that
it's
is because he's too
improved
chicken
into
shit to
that.
take an actual stance on. Yeah, and also DSP doesn't care. I will always swear by this, but DSP doesn't have any
Let's
politics.
see here.
He cares only about himself, so his only stances are things that benefit himself.
Matthew,
He doesn't
read-
care
rephrase
about how
because when you
society's
read
run.
your
He doesn't
statement,
care about
there's
his
a big
neighbors.
grammatical
He doesn't
error,
care
so I
about his
can't understand
family.
what you're saying. If you
He doesn't
read
care
the
about
text, I don't
society
know
or the
answer.
direction it could go. That's
Keto
all
Man says,
meaningless
"Do
to
you consider
him.
Zelda games to be therapeutic. When I feel down, I play Zelda and it helps. Oh, to some extent.
All right,
Like,
let's
for
go.
me, playing a game like Super Mario World.
Did that
or
person
like
ever respond?
Zelda,
Damn it.
Link to the Past.
That person has way too much
those can be
maturity.
Considered therapeutic. Any game that you played a ton, especially a game from your youth.
I heard a
that
lot
you
of
feel
bad
more
things about
comfortable
Skull and
playing
Bones.
because you've played it so much. Is very more relaxing.
Clone
and
is literally a video
therapeutic
game,
than,
not a
say,
mobile
brand
game.
new
A
one.
mobile game
new
literally
Zelda,
can yeah,
I wouldn't say the
that's
new
true.
Zelda's therapeutic, you know, but a classic Zelda game is to me.
DSP doesn't find Zelda therapeutic. Yeah, because you're getting struck by lightning and getting
Listen, man, as I've
confused
already
and
explained,
screaming.
which I guess I if I'm to understand it correctly, okay? People ask me to will I check out Kick, this other rival streaming website?
No, you
right? 'Cause
won't.
Let's all be real here. There is no growth on YouTube for streaming at all.
This
It will never
motherfucker
happen. Like
ate
when
up
you're
when
on
it
YouTube
starts to-
streaming.
Yeah, this
you
dude
are
might
who
actually
you
blow
are,
up in
and there's
politics.
no way to get noticed. There's no way.
It
to
would be
branch
really
out.
funny
Streaming
if
on
you went
YouTube
back
is
in
stagnant.
time and
It
told,
always has
you
been and
know,
always
a
will be.
DSP
It's just
fan
they
or a
launched
DSP
this streaming
detractor back
platform.
in,
They
what,
don't work on it, they don't promote
2012?
it, they don't
Yeah, you
try.
know what's going to cause
There's
this
no way
dude to
grow
fail?
on
Is he
YouTube
opens
streaming.
up a
I've
politics
accepted
channel.
that, okay, like I know that, right?
That'll finally be the end
Twitch,
of the guy.
there's potential for growth, but Twitch continues to go down this toilet spinning spiral.
Oh, because
of
they
bad
banned you.
choices and awful takes and things that are terrible.
Different
I would
cat
never
crow.
go back
It's
to Twitch
cat in
because
her
I
dreams.
can't monetize my content there. They won't let me, and they won't explain why. So why would I give them the time of day? So then people are like, well, what about Kick? This is a new competitor. Number one, Kick's business model is not sustainable. Kick is focused on paying people a ton of money, but that they're not generating the revenue to keep that business model.
DSP, you stupid bastard.
Generating, or what's
Why
the
don't you
word?
go in there, get a shit ton of money, and then leave?
Self-recycling, right? It's never going to work. It's just a bunch of investors threw money in it, and so they're paying all the creators, but there's no model there that's going to
So
work
you
long-term,
go
in my
there,
opinion.
get your
Number
money,
two,
and and then bail.
has
It's
no
like being a
moderation.
drug dealer, DSP. There are
Someone
people
like
who get
me
into
going
drugs
to him,
very briefly to
who
get a
has
lot of money
fake
and then they
proof,
leave.
who stalked me all over the internet. The moment I stream on Kick, the entire chat will be racist comments, sexist comments, insults about me, doxing people, swastikas, penises, and every possible kind of thing that you would
Canadian
never want
Kirk
to see.
will feel
That's all
pretty
you're gonna
welcome.
see in the chat there. So it's either I stream on Kick with no chat or I stream on Kick with the worst chat possible. What's the point?
I choose
The whole
no
point
chat.
is interactivity. I
Dude,
need
that
a
would
chat
actually be
to
really good for
interact
you,
with all
DSP.
of
No
them.
chat.
Correct? So
All right, time to camp and tunnel.
Their site
All right, let's do it.
manageable for real
Bloop.
professionals rather than just
Time to
fucking
get
kids
blooped.
fucking
Come here.
around over there. It's
Oh, yeah,
not
crouch.
possible to do anything on Kick.
Time to
It's a waste
hide.
of time. So,
They have no idea what's coming.
okay.
I have no audio too on this game, so
Let's
I'm
see.
a little bit handicapped because I don't have audio cues. But it's cool. Who's getting banned?
It's a moron. I can
Oh.
ignore the moron. There we go.
Damn it. Oh, yeah, I got him. Oh, shit.
The
I thought for sure I
$3
missed.
tip came in from Mulch Man. Please promote
Oh,
usage
this
of
meme
mulch to
again.
fight
What's the
spring
mulch
weed. There
thing?
you
What is
go.
that about?
I assume mulch is pretty good. I don't know. I've never actually used it because I don't really have a garden or anything. So I don't
Nicely
know
done,
about
dude. That was good.
true
That was a good
benefits of
technique.
mulch. I can
The way
only
you
hear about
dropped
them
it all
from
crazy and
vested
stupid.
interests. So, but thank you, Mulch Man, for the $3 tip. I
I
appreciate
thought for
that.
sure this person would come back to try and fix it while I was chasing this dude. Oh,
Rumble
man, I
is
tried to
better
do a
choice.
big brain
See,
tactic and I
don't
failed
know.
completely.
Rumble, I thought you can't stream on Rumble. I thought that
Huh?
Rumble was
Where'd this
trying
guy
to
go?
be
Oh, there
like
he
a
is.
competitor to YouTube with video
Come here.
sharing. But can you stream on Rumble?
DSP, you should
I
stream
don't
on
know anything
Facebook.
about that. See, here's the thing.
DSP
I've already
Facebook streams
done
would be
this
so
with
funny.
Blip.
Can you post
So
video
if I were to
comments or
do
picture
content,
comments?
like political
You just
content,
post a
and I went
bunch
to
of pictures of
Rumble,
cat
I
being
would only
fat,
put
and
the
then you get
political content
banned.
on there. Stuff that I do with gaming would never work because playlists. And you need to have functional playlists, functional.
Oh shit! I need
organization
to be stealth.
when it comes to your stuff if you're doing gameplay. And
Oh,
Blip
this is
didn't
already
even
repaired.
have
Damn it.
that. Like Blip didn't even have freaking playlists. So good luck watching a playthrough on Blip TV. You know,
You got
11
banned
years
from
ago,
Blip
12
TV
years
for
ago
being
when
a
it
Nazi.
existed because you couldn't watch anything in order. It was just you had to find the random part of a playthrough. Even if Rumble didn't even have
Yeah, there's
that,
a bunch of dudes here. It's a
it'd be
buffet of
fine
victims.
because
Where do I even
it would be
start?
like the videos would be okay.
I guess I'll
tonight we're
take
gonna
you out.
discuss
You
this
seem kind of
topic in
killable.
Politics. This is going on. This is going on.
Come
Here's
here,
the
come
date.
here.
Then
Stop
I can
running.
just search by that, right? It's not like it's an
Stop running so
narrative
hard.
of a story where you need to have it in
There
a
you go.
playlist and you're uploading 1,000
Grab you and throw you
videos.
on
I
this
wouldn't
hook
be
here.
doing that.
Check this shit out.
But my concern
Welcome
would
to
be
Hook World, population you.
That would be
Nah.
the streaming. Is it?
All right, where are
viable
these
to stream
jerks? Oh, there's
over
one.
there? Can you
Jerk
stream over there?
detected.
Because I need to have interactivity with an audience, or what's the point, right?
Well, DSP, that's the problem, I think. I actually think that interactivity has hurt DSP's channel more than anything. Because DSP,
Okay.
he interacts by yelling at people,
Really? Rumble
banning
is a streaming
people,
site now?
debunking
Okay, see, I didn't
people,
even know
lying to
that. I
people,
did not even know that they
or
had
just getting
streaming
information from
ability. I
them
haven't been
to
over there
beat the
check it
game.
out.
None of those things are really good. It doesn't benefit him to interact with his chat, actually. It's kind of toxic to say that, but this dude
What are my
specifically
overall
makes it
thoughts on
bad.
aging and getting older? Are you afraid of it, or do you embrace it? Both.
I'm,
Am I afraid?
I
of
am a
getting
fence
older?
sitter.
Yeah, I am. Because as I get older, I can't
shit,
do the things that I
Adam
used to do. My mental
I don't wanna quit
capacity
running.
depletes. My physical
Come on, quit running.
capacity depletes. You know, things that I used to be able to do, I can't do anymore. I don't have the energy.
I'm too
I have
stupid.
pains. I have problems
dumb.
with my back. I know my back's just
My
getting
back.
worse
Oh yeah,
as I
my
get
back.
older,
Forgot
I'm
about
gonna
that.
continue to
And my
have
hands,
issues
my
with
back and my hands.
numbness
Did I tell you
and
about the
shooting
hands?
pain and problems and
My hands are broken,
and
dude. I
other
need new
things as
hands.
well.
Hip today.
So everyone's afraid of it. Everyone's afraid of their own mortality. I feel.
Not me.
Right? No.
You're
unless
not
you
afraid if you're hoping to go out in a kick-ass way. I want to
believe
die
you.
from
You
being
believe that
impaled
you're
by a
just, like,
forklift.
immortal and you're gonna keep going on and on and on. But for me, yeah, I
That's
am afraid of
airborne.
mortality. Of course I am.
All right, I
At
better
the same
crouch.
time,
I'm
I
gonna
am
sneak
embracing
on this
it.
dude.
If you haven't noticed, have I
Come here, get
dyed my
stabbed.
beard since it went?
No, you
mostly
plucked
white?
out the white hairs, DSP.
Am I doing anything about my receding hairline? Do I really give two shits? No, I don't. It's
Okay,
something
where are
that's
these
natural
guys?
That happens to
Where the hell did he
everyone.
go?
So why
These dudes are
freak
pretty
out about it,
sneaky.
right?
Unfortunately.
In fact, use it
Unfortunately, I found you. Where are you?
Experience being 41.
Oh yeah.
About to be 42
I
years
sense
old
you.
to
I sense the
relay
stupid. And it might be
things
me.
that have happened in my life and help others, right? As
Oh
opposed
shit, I forgot to
acting
put
like I'm some
these
kid,
traps on their heads. I completely forgot about
right?
all that. I should do
That'd be
that.
pretty stupid.
Oh well. Doing pretty good
No,
though.
never
I've
seen
hooked
the
them
show
how many
The Bear. I've
times?
heard
And it's
about it
only
on social media, but
one
I've never seen
generator done?
an episode of it, nor do I know what it's about. So
Alright, so let's see. Where am I gonna find this dude at? These guys are probably repairing this gen. No, damn it, for real? Oh, okay. Okay, I'm kind of in a bad place now. I usually have a little bit more momentum by now. Aha! I
See, I
found
don't know.
you.
Mark says other sites can't compete with Google, YouTube, Amazon, and Twitch.
What
They're
are
two
you
of the biggest
doing?
Corporations in the world. Although you're correct,
You're also
what we're
wrong.
Finding is that sadly you can't
Like
just
that.
do certain kinds of content. Like political content is very tough to do on
Yeah, and
YouTube or
DSP
YouTube
definitely
right
has the subtlety
now.
to do that. He definitely has the ability to measure out his words and say what he means without having to backtrack and do apologies. DSP is the guy that's going to be really good at that.
The next thing you know, that's the end of it, you know? And that's why there are these...
DSP is going to have to do a debunk stream, the second stream of his political stream career.
Really care.
Okay, so apparently people took me out of context on my first stream when I said that we should, like, gas all minorities. That's not exactly what I meant. And these negative idiots like to spin things.
Oh, you're trying to spread
I'm
mass
telling you.
information and that could hurt people. Flag your video, demonetize your video, flag your channel, demonetize your channel, block your channel. Do you really want to deal with that?
I mean, you're the one who's
Like,
considering the
frick?
idea,
It's
DSP.
supposed to be about freedom of speech. You can't have freedom of speech.
You
on
do have
certain
freedom of speech,
topics,
DSP.
Right now,
You
I
also
don't
get
think
freedom to
I'm on
get
video yet.
the same freedom you
God
say
forbid
other
I say
people
something
have.
about politics that someone doesn't agree with, right? Like that's just how it is.
Wait,
So,
who are you, by
but
the
I
way?
think
Okay, you're
going
still at a
elsewhere
wall.
for that
All right.
stuff probably
Welcome
makes
to
a
the
lot
hook.
more sense.
Where's the hook at? Oh, there's a hook right there. Sweet. This is perfect for you. Check it out. It's made for you, specifically tailored for
No,
at
I
a wall.
probably would never grow out my
Bye.
beard because it bothers me. Unless I could find a way to get it to not bother me. The times
Yeah,
I
do a
tried to grow out
ponytail,
my beard
DSP.
fully, it itched too much and really.
Oh
really
shit!
bothered
I've
me.
detected you,
And
jerk
because of that,
asses.
I didn't like it, and I ended
Oh
up shaving it
yeah.
off. So
It's
maybe there is
time.
a way to get it so it doesn't.
It's
make my
time,
face
Frogga.
itch, but I couldn't stand it when I tried.
Oh, I
to
shouldn't
grow
have
it
dropped
out.
my stuff. What the hell am I doing? Yeah. Let's just power this up.
No, I would not eat a Carolina Reaper pepper on stream. I don't do pranks or dares on stream because I'm not an idiot.
I don't
have
do
actual
interesting
content
things
share
that people
with
want to
my
see on
opinion,
stream. Okay, I don't know if
rather
you're
than
new here.
torturing myself and looking like a jackass. I don't do chair sniffing. I don't suck cucumbers and kiss
You do
cocks.
blow bubbles.
You know, I don't say absolutely ridiculous things about gender and race and shit
What?
like that. You know what I mean? Like,
That's
I don't
not
have to do any
true.
of that shit, 'cause people
That's
watch
not
my
true at all,
content regardless
DSP.
without stunts.
I mean,
There you
that's
go.
definitely a new clone, but I feel like it should be a little bit less obvious than that. All right, let's see. Let's find you a hook. Let's find you a good starter hook, huh? Oh, this is a good one. You'll like this hook. Pretty good
You have to
hook.
get past the itchy stage. It lasts a week or two, and then it gets better.
What are we
sorry,
talking about? Is this Derek posting? Derek, you're masturbating way too much if you're having an itchy phase.
No, Twitch is the absolute worst. Twitch, unless you absolutely positively are 100% in the mindset of the people who run Twitch, you cannot do anything on Twitch outside of just
Alright.
like.
I'm getting
PNC
pranked here.
level
There's someone
engagement.
here.
That's it. God forbid you're not completely in line with their mindset.
That DSP,
they
that's
say
your
you
stream.
didn't even do,
If you are not in
right?
line with
Remember,
DSP's
they
mindset,
suspended
you
me
get
for a
banned.
day, and they said
I guess that's why
said the
DSP hates
racist thing. I
Twitch.
never
That's the
said it.
closest thing
And then
he
they
gets
actually
to being in a
apologized to
DSP
me and
stream.
unsuspended my channel just because they. Oh well, well
Oh,
fuck
I see you.
No, you're not gonna shut down my business because you're an idiot and you fucking don't. You should be a moron about it. No, you're not gonna do that.
You're not going to do
right?
that even though
Imagine
you
that.
own the
Imagine.
website.
Think
Okay.
of it this way, and I know again, everyone always makes fun.
Imagine
of
you have a
like it's
sandwich
always
shop.
restaurant or food analogy.
Imagine you have a sandwich shop that you don't own, that you're making sandwiches in, and then you get banned from it. It's bullshit, right?
Doors, saying, I suspect that you have a health code violation inside, so I'm closing your restaurant.
But
closed your
DSP, they
restaurant
told
for a
you what
whole
you
day,
did.
So now everyone thinks that you have health code
They
violations.
told you what you
They
did,
go inside the
DSP.
restaurant, they find nothing. Oh, sorry about that, and then they reopen your restaurant. But yeah, but you closed me for a day. The bad stigma is already associated with
The
my
toxicity is
restaurant.
already there, man. I
Why
did nothing
you
wrong.
Suspend me if I did nothing wrong. That's literally what Twitch does. They suspend you saying you did something wrong, then they investigate, realize you didn't.
Our
They
official
own
policy
their
is to
mistake.
say that you
That's the
did
most
something wrong when you
unprofessional thing can
didn't.
do. If a health inspector did
Sounds
that,
pretty good,
they'd
eh?
probably get sued and lose their job. But you can't do that to Twitch because Twitch has all these clauses and shit in there to try to protect them.
Aha,
right?
I
So
found
I'm not
you.
going to deal with that nonsense.
Someone's
I'm
being
not.
toxic
I'm
over
not
here
dealing
by
with
being
unprofessional
alive,
companies.
much to my chagrin. There you are. Come here. Come on, let's get you stabbed.
Tommy Salami, you're talking
Welcome-
about something completely different.
welcome
You
to
have
the
no
knife.
idea what you're talking about, so you should shut up.
Oh,
a
shit,
completely
that's the
different issue.
positive
Nothing
stuff that
we're
you come to
talking about right
DSP
now.
stream for, being told to shut up because you said things. Like being at Twitch, man. You can't say anything without
I
them
received
telling
a
you to shut up.
$1.30 tip
Yeah, you should drop that. That's a really good move.
from a troll, so I ignore the troll.
Ban
The
him.
troll can kiss my ass.
Oh, good. Nice. More positivity. Nice, nice. You should drop that. Yeah, definitely drop all the pallets so I can eventually kill you super easy. That's a
Watching
good-
DSP throwback, is there anything that I would go back and change about myself?
Yeah, no,
What
I'm
I know
perfect.
now?
That's
See,
stupid.
here's
Dumb
the
question.
thing
Next
about,
question.
As they say, hindsight is 20/20, right? Do
Okay,
you
let's.
think that anyone in like 2010 had any inkling that there was going to be a complete cultural shift?
Is there
and
any
that
inkling
the
that
things
people
that
could
were
actually have
considered
issue with the stupid
okay
things that I said?
in that time
Yeah, I don't
frame,
know. Maybe.
within just like 5 or more years, we're going to be considered taboo and not allowed.
What?
I don't think anyone saw that.
I
coming,
think that's a really
right?
childish
Take a look
thing
at
to say,
comedians from the
DSP.
90s and 2000s and how they
Does
talk
anyone
today.
have
They're like,
any
"This is
idea
a
that maybe
crazy
I could be
world.
held accountable for
Everyone's
my
just fucking
actions?
cancelable
See,
and
no one
it's
ever even
bullshit.
thought that could
This is
happen.
supposed to be
Where is
comedy.
this dude? Oh, there he
Why
is.
does anyone take everything so
Where are you?
seriously? It's supposed to be joking around and no one takes offense. And it's the opposite now. Everyone takes offense at everything, right? You got to understand that when I did the commentary back then, literally no one was offended.
Everyone that was offended,
got the
you
joke and
blocked.
laughed and thought it was funny. How could I have been one of the top?
Okay,
YouTubers
that's
if that
bullshit,
wasn't the
DSP.
case?
That
And
is
I
utter
was.
bullshit.
I
You
was
can't
ranked
make
in the
that
top.
claim.
I was one of the
You
top
can't make the
machinima
claim that no
performers
one was offended by the things I
at the
did.
time.
That's stupid
How
as
can
hell,
you say
man.
that you know what I'm saying? Like, it's
Saying
like it was
Jew
a
jokes
censorship that
always
no one
offends people,
foresaw.
man.
So it's like, well, do I regret what I did back then? No, not really.
No, because
Now,
I
here's
did
the
nothing
thing.
wrong, see?
If there are people who over the years I did offend, it wasn't intentional.
No, I didn't
You know
mean
that
to offend you.
sometimes
That's
when
kinda
say
your
stuff,
fault,
you could
really.
actually offend someone
Where is this
unintentionally.
body at?
There
God damn
are
it.
things that I said
Where are
back
you?
then that people did take offense at because they didn't understand that it was a joke and they thought I was
They
being
didn't
serious.
understand that I was
That sucks.
joking when I
You know,
said these
that's kinda
horrible
just
things.
an inevitability.
I
You're
understand that
someone
you were
who's a
trying to
public-facing
joke and it wasn't
persona.
funny.
The things you say and
Understand
do
that.
sometimes have impacts you don't expect. Like I'll tell you right now. Again, I always bring this up as the example. I used to always rag on Minecraft, right? I used to always say, "Oh,
Oh, this
Minecraft's
again.
just
I
for kiddies,
hate
for
these Minecraft
dumbasses. There's nothing of
retcons.
value in that game. It looks like a kiddie game. It
stupid.
looks all pixelated and shit. Who would like that game?"
He's
right?
not gonna
And
come
I
for
did
this
that
guy.
for years and years. Ignorant statements about Minecraft, not knowing, not playing it. You know. Then years later, I actually tried the game, and I realized the game was incredibly good. I was like, wow,
It was
this
only
game
good
is
because
way
Papa
more
Vera
than what it
helped
looks
you,
like on surface
DSP.
level. I was
No one was
completely
offended.
misunderstanding
I'm
what
pretty
this
blown
game is.
away by
I
that.
ended up playing
Maybe
it
the
for
stream
like a
is
year
pretty
and a half
badass after all.
and loving the game, and that's on me that I was so ignorant. But when I was younger, I didn't understand.
Is this person seriously not
that
gonna
what I
unhook that
said
dude?
Had weight.
Dude, that's
and that people
toxic,
listened,
man.
And it could have a negative impact, and people would care about things and be offended by things I said. I didn't get that at all.
No, I didn't get that. I might
learned
have
over the
some sort of
years
consequences
that
for my
now
actions.
what I say is very
It's just crazy to
important
me.
to make sure that it's weighed and balanced, and I'm seeing from another person's perspective. I want to be a better person. when I
Then
say
why
things
do you always
publicly
shit on
because I
people
know that
all the
I'm under
time?
the microscope, and what
Why
I
do you
say
shit on
is
people's interests
echoed and
all the
resonated and
time?
trumpeted out
Why
there
do you
times
attack
10,000
everything all the
as in all
time?
people who repost my content everywhere, and of course spin it in a way that's not what I actually.
I don't
said,
have to spin
right?
any of this,
So-
DSP. I just have to let you talk.
So anyway, do I
It's
regret
pretty
what I
handy.
did back
No.
then for commentary?
No, I don't regret
it.
I refuse to feel
But
bad about the things I
certainly,
did.
if you knew the future, right? Like for example, things I
If I had known
absolutely
that people were
would've
going to get all
changed.
pissy
Number
about
one,
racist comments, I would have said
reacted
it.
negatively to "This Is How You Don't Play." I would have watched them myself.
No, that's
I
not
would
true.
have literally watched them.
You're too
reacted
insecure.
to them and laughed at them. And if that
All right,
had
where's the
happened from
hatch? I
day
can't
one,
listen, so
people
I
would
can
not
just
hate
kind of
me
try
for
and
that.
look for it.
But what happened is it became
This dude's probably
fun
gonna get
hate
away.
on me
That's
because
fine.
I was the guy who was so angry about it that you loved seeing it, right? Then I also would have adopted direct capture live streaming earlier. I would have become an interactive personality earlier. I took way too long to care about the fact that I had a live audience that is a
Racist issue.
a hot
There you go, got away.
source of input,
Oh, sorry.
interaction, interactivity. That level makes the content better. It really does, and it makes it more natural. Look at this. Right now.
Okay, so there was at
I've been
least
doing
like
this for
5
45
flown
minutes.
changes
People
there.
are liking it. People are contributing. People are going to
I'm gonna
watch
stop
this
for a
on
second
demand
and
enjoy it after the
observe
fact.
chat.
I didn't have to script anything. I don't have to do stupid sexual jokes and dumb comments and everything all night. We can just have fun having a real conversation. This is so much better than the content that I used to put out that was just
Yeah, when he was
TV,
30, yeah,
literally
that's when he was
filled dead
younger.
air 99% of the time I'm playing a game.
He blocked our
talking out
family.
of my ass.
Yeah,
It's
and
just
he
better.
bragged about it. He
Okay?
said that if you
But
try and say I'm wrong and
that's the point
stupid, I'm going to
making.
block
Back
you
then,
10
know
ways
that.
till Sunday or something or other.
There was no track record. There was no history. There was no examples to follow to see what was right and what was wrong.
That is not true,
You know,
DSP.
people out there say, "Oh, Ffil has failed for 10 straight years."
He
I don't
did.
think I failed. I just think that I didn't know what to do that would work, and I wanted to be true to myself. And because of that, I made decisions that, in a lot of cases, yeah, they didn't pan out well, right?
There
At
was
the
no
same time,
roadmap.
Would I have changed
There was no
the things
roadmap.
that I did back in the day, like to not do that kind of commentary or whatever? I don't think that
No one
that
had
was
any
intended in a
idea
way
what
that
was
you
an
could say, well,
appropriate
wow,
thing to
Ffil was a
say.
hateful person back then. You know, what a
You know.
shame. No, I don't think so. I don't think people even say that. I think people look back and they recognize that I was trying to be
know.
funny and no one was offended back then, right? I don't
Are you
think that's
serious,
the case.
man?
But there are definitely things I would have changed to have constant growth and go with the times.
Yeah, that's my
rather than
regret,
being
is I
stagnant
didn't
and
have
very
infinite
stubborn
money.
to change. And definitely I would have reacted way more positively and gotten the joke with people criticizing me and doing things like "This Is How You Don't Play." Now I mostly do that these days.
But then people say
it's
that
too
you
late
did
because now
badly
it's
and then
become
you
such
yell
a
at them.
hateful
So
movement
not
to just
really.
crap on Ffil and everything he does is bad, that it doesn't matter what I say and do. No one really cares, right?
No, and also you would never been able to do that. Yeah, this is... I started off this Clone 100 segment as a joke, but we're kind of coming up to it organically. And getting some idiots out of here. Yep, get them out of here.
Really dumb thing.
Yeah, I can handle this is how you don't place. By the way, this person who's saying mean things,
For
ban
the
him.
record, I just should bring this up since people are so stupid. I should bring this up.
In fact, that's going to be a new
when someone
clone.
speaks on a topic and has a lot to say, that's not a rant.
It is a rant.
It's just not.
It
Like,
kind
you
of
ask
is.
me a question, I'm like, oh, I have a really interesting answer. And
Okay, so
insightful
that's
answer with a lot
another
of
new clone. He doesn't know what
information.
rants
That's
is.
not a rant.
Stop it, DSP. I can't keep up.
I mean, it's so dumb. A rant is implying like an uncontrolled,
Yeah.
almost like
Yes.
nonstop stream of consciousness.
Yes.
Blabbing.
Yes.
That isn't really going
Bingo.
anywhere,
I've got bingo here.
right? That's
Yeah.
a rant.
Yeah, that's what you just
raving,
said.
Full of emotion, angry about something, right?
Oh, there we go. The emotion.
That's not what.
If you're not
answer
screaming,
the
it's not a
question
rant.
Nicely and giving you a lot of information because they feel like, oh, I can actually add a lot to this one.
Well,
That's not a
going
rant.
by
You're
your
an idiot if you
definition,
apologize for
DSP,
using
that's a
negative
rant.
association because you don't understand the word. So look it up and don't say it in my chat, or else you're not going to be in my chat like that joker right there. It's a moron.
But I thought you
Okay.
said that you'd be able to handle people making jokes about you, and then you banned them. So
Oh, let's see here.
no,
I received a
I guess you can't, huh?
tip, but I want to check on something because I think we have an imposter.
Oh shit! Identify yourself. Dox yourself. Get him banned, DSP. Take him out.
Can't tell.
Yeah,
I can't
just
tell
ban
if
him
it's
anyway to be
imposter or
safe.
not, so I'm gonna leave it alone. I got a $4 tip from Kirk. It appears.
Oh God, not
you
this
sigh
guy.
And you get mad every time I support. Should I go back to the chat room? What does that mean? Kirk, I'm not sighing every time you support. I have no idea what you're talking about. Half the time when you're tipping,
We
now,
got
you say
marital
something that
problems
I don't
with Kirk.
understand. I can't even like address it because I don't even know what you're saying. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm too stupid to understand. What are you even
said something
talking
earlier, I
about?
was like, huh?
What?
Thanks for the tip, but I have no clue what this even means.
No, this
I
has
don't know
actually
how
become a
to
very
respond to
entertaining
that.
stream.
I really don't.
I was dreading
I
this
don't
stream.
know
This is
what
the best
else to
stuff.
say.
I take it all
I
back,
wish
DSP.
that
Do nothing
I
but
could
pre-streams
respond in a different
forever.
way, but if I don't understand you, I can't really respond.
Don't play
in a
any
positive way,
games.
can I?
You
Right?
you convinced me, DSP. This is
Now,
what
in
I
that
want to
case,
see.
I understood what you said, but I disagree with you. No, I'm not sighing every time that you contribute.
Ban him.
I think what it is you basically you backed yourself into a hole.
Yeah.
You got your situation where you said so many stupid things in the chat.
Yeah,
people
like
don't
I didn't
you
do though.
So now they don't want you in the chat. There's a target on your face, right? Right here on your forehead, there's a target.
Wait.
And
Didn't we
now
just
you say
discuss
stuff,
this
and now
with
you always
Twitch?
feel like there's a negative association. I don't.
But
think there should
DSP,
be.
he's just joking. Everyone should know that it's
People
just a
are going to
joke.
act that way
They're being
regardless
offended for
because
no
of the target
reason.
you now have
You
on
should
your
stand
head
up for this guy,
because of
right?
the things you've already said in the past.
Oh no,
right?
it's his fault. He should take into consideration the things that he says. DSP, would you change the things you said? No.
That's how it goes, man.
I feel like that's some sort of Giga clone.
All right. What else would you guys like to talk about tonight?
Let's go
Actually,
back to
we're
what we
almost
said
an
about
hour
you
in.
not
We've
ever
been
changing the
kind of
past.
slow.
Let's go back to
I
that
feel
one.
like we've
That
been
one was
doing this
funny.
for an hour, but we have been.
Jesus Christ. The clip channels are going to have a hard time with the stream. It's pretty much the entire thing should be clipped.
To each their own. The Berserker fights are basically the next level of challenge, and a lot of people like that high level of challenge. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But
I'm too confused. I'm
everyone.
dealing
It's
with a
not for
lot of
everyone,
whiplash right
It's
now,
definitely
DSP.
not for everyone.
I think my clone counter is only off by a couple. I think we're actually at 167.
Clay JT, there is no way I would ever answer that stupid question.
Let's see it.
Sorry.
What is it? What is it? What is
That
it?
was a really dumb one.
Let me see. I don't see it.
No, I do not meditate.
Oh, do you respectfully fart at home or do you
Not
let
in
him
a
rip?
normal way, anyway.
You can answer that question, DSP. You know you want to. I feel like
Destiny
DSP
wanted to
lets him
talk
rip.
to you before. He would be a good person to get political content advice from. He's been doing it for over a decade. Everything I hear about Destiny basically is like drama, bad idea. First of all, he's incredibly leftist, right? I'm not incredibly left or right at all.
I'm incredibly
I stay away
stupid.
from that. I don't want to be one way or the other. He's what
I just want to be
all the way
dumb.
to the left, right? Super left. The first interaction I
Yeah,
had
well,
with
he's
Destiny,
living his
okay,
dream.
I'm sitting here on a Twitch stream many, many years ago, and I was playing Prey. Anyone remember that game, Prey?
Yeah, that game
Which
was pretty rough.
It was the game.
What killer
that
should I use now?
between, like Dishonored 2. Well, it was before Dishonored 2, right?
You're getting.
I
You're
thought
getting. Is this a
Prey was
rant at
outstanding
DSP?
game,
Because it's not
right?
seeming to go anywhere.
So I'm sitting here, and again, I know nothing at all about this guy. I never heard of him before.
So you listen
So
to
I
the tractor
literally have
content.
No clue who he is. And I'm just sitting here playing Prey, and people
It's
are coming
Western
into my
times?
chat
All right, let's go
on Twitch,
Wesker.
They're like, "Yo, Destiny wants to come on your stream and talk to you." And I'm like, who the fuck is Destiny?
Dude,
What are you talking about?
are you
So I'm
guys
north,
talking about the
I'm in mile, I like this.
conceptualization of Destiny?
There's
Wants to
more people
talk to
coming
me?
my chat. Yo,
No.
Destiny's talking about you right now. He wants to come on your stream. I was like, what are
He
you
said
talking about?
you're the
Who's Destiny?
guy.
Why does
Is
he wanna
that
talk
true?
about me? He wants to talk to you because he heard that you said it's a buyer's market for cars. And he wants to come debate you.
He wants
on
to
that.
debunk
Until
you.
It's not.
He wants to say that you might be incorrect.
What?
How dare you? You
I'm a
fucking
gameplay
piece of shit.
streamer. I'm sitting here playing Prey for an audience of hundreds. They want to see me
You
play
dare
games.
call me out on
You
my
want me to
idiocy?
pause
Get
my
banned.
stream and have someone come on I never heard of to debate about if it's a buyer's market for buying automobiles.
Yeah,
in the
it's
United
called
States.
DSP. It's
You're
called
serious
interaction with
about
your
this.
chat.
They were serious. There was like dozens of people coming into my chat bothering me about this. Oh, we're playing
Antagonizing
Destiny.
Ffil.
He wants to do- I was like, no, I have no fucking interest. And if you keep coming in, I'm gonna ban you. And they did.
Oh,
They
okay,
kept
never
coming in
mind.
and saying, so I banned a ton of people that day.
You
right?
admitted to banning
So
a
all
shit
a
ton of
sudden
people
now,
for
everyone,
suggesting
"Oh, see,
content?
Phil's a Destiny hater. Phil doesn't
What?
like Destiny. Phil's a, I don't know anything about the fucking
I don't know
guy. This is
anybody.
the
I
first
don't know anything.
example
I'm
of any
stupid.
interaction I ever had with this man. Apparently, he's trying to be intrusive to my business and my
He's
content.
daring to
Below
question
the
me.
topic.
Anyone who
Has
brings
nothing
him
to
up
do with
is
anything,
banned.
Right? It'd be one thing, oh, another streamer wants to talk to you about games or something. All right, maybe I'd be interested in that. No, I want to talk to you about buying cars. Right?
Why not? You talk about poop and
Like,
food all
no.
the time. What's the difference?
How about no? How about that's incredibly dumb? Right? I want nothing to do with that.
Is this a rant, DSP?
So then-
I don't know if this is a rant or not.
Over
Can you
the
tell me
years,
if this is a
you hear
rant?
He always talks about me negatively. Well,
I'll
I don't
start
know
up in a
anything
second.
about him. I literally know nothing about the man, right? But oh yeah, he's ragging on you.
Who
Again.
would-
You hear he said this about you again. You hear he mentioned you again negatively.
Yeah,
No,
who would want to
just
talk
like
to him about
everyone else.
games?
Everyone likes to name drop Darkside Ffil in a negative way. So I don't think about it. I don't care about it.
Maybe
You know,
DSP,
we'll just
he
do
was
it.
trying to help you,
Everyone
like
it's the
Lavinia
common
or
mean
RG
joke,
Beef.
Brag on Darkside Ffil
Nope.
about something.
You
today,
can't correct
right?
me. It's impossible.
So, the only
Should
other
email
time that
me,
really
idiot.
I had a serious like interaction with him was not
Doesn't it
last
feel like
year, the year
offended by how
before that,
Destiny does interviews,
when I was
where he
seriously
plays
looking
games
to
and
do an
interviews at the
interview
same
with
time?
someone who was, like,
Yeah,
a
that's very
professional interviewer.
antagonistic.
Because so many YouTubers were ragging on me for shit, and I was like, well, let's actually have an interview where we can talk about stuff, you know.
You
in a
turn people down,
back-and-forth
DSP.
environment. I think it would be a lot more fair to do that rather than everyone just
Exactly.
crapping on me in their own
Exactly,
video
Zeta.
content, right?
This dude
And
does
Destiny's
so
one of
much
the people who's
self-sabotage.
interested in
He
interviewing.
destroys himself in
And
ways I
everyone
didn't
had
even
said,
think
oh,
were
didn't you know
possible.
that he had interviewed LTG, right? So I was like, oh, okay. So I'll look into that. So I watched maybe 5 minutes of Destiny interviewing LTG. And all I could notice the entire interview was that
There you go.
Destiny was not paying attention
There you go. There's your
to LTG
criticism.
whenever he talked. He would go and play a game on the side. And
Are
I
you
was
guys
like-
talking
I
about
was
Dragon Ball GT?
confused. I was like, if you're going to interview someone, why would you have a game open? Why would you be doing that?
Because sometimes
Don't you
DSP, that
want
helps
your
your brain
guest
move a
your
little bit.
undivided
There's
attention,
this show,
right?
okay?
And that
There's a
way
show
they
on,
can absorb
well, it's not on
what you're
TV.
saying,
There's a show called
respond
Hot Ones
intelligently.
DSP,
Like,
and they do
it
interviews
actually
while
blew my
eating.
mind
You
that
would
he was
love
doing
that, but unfortunately, it's
And I was
very
like,
distracting.
There's something here, an underlying thing I'm not aware of or something.
Is
So come
GT
to find
canon?
out,
The
I did
answer to
talk
that
about
is
this on my
easily
stream.
maybe.
People said, were you consider doing an interview with Destiny? And I was like, I was really turned off by that interview style that he did with LTG. Like, I never would want to do that because it just felt like it was weird.
No, Cathetic, that's what this stream
And
is. It's
apparently
just a
people said,
talking
that's 'cause
stream.
He actually has like problems, like
Oh.
focusing. Like he has mental problems where he
Oh,
can't
a
just
mental
focus
problem.
on
That's a
one
nice
thing
way to
and
frame it,
focus over.
DSP.
So by doing that
If you have
side
ADHD,
thing,
you have
actually
mental problems.
distracts or lets him
I'm not
focus
offended by
better
that,
or something
DSP,
like
but I
that.
do find it
And I
kind of
was
odd
like,
you'd phrase it like that.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. It didn't seem like he was trying to be offensive to LTG by doing that. Like he wasn't ignoring him.
ADHD
I just
equals
found it
mental
odd. I was like,
problems.
I'll be honest with
Confirmed.
you. I think that would drive me nuts. You know what I'm saying?
But you
Like,
don't have to watch his
I
gameplay,
honestly think
DSP.
that if I did an interview with someone and that whole time that I'm trying to talk to them, they're over here doing something else, it would probably like totally drive me nuts. And that's not on them, that's on me. That's just
Yeah, that's
own
my
thing.
mental problem. But wait,
Like, if I'm
I don't
having
have
a
those.
conversation with
Hold
you, I
on.
wanna be talking directly,
I almost
go
made
back
some
and
sort of
forth, you
mistake
know,
there.
Have an intelligent back and forth. Now you're distracted over here doing something else. You know, same thing. You're talking to someone, all of a sudden they answer their phone, they start talking on their phone. No, I don't want that either, right? I
want to be able to rant at you with no distraction. I mean, I
on
don't
what they're
rant.
doing, right?
Ban anyone who
So-
said I was ranting.
That being said,
Shout outs.
it turned me
Sweet.
on. I said, I'm not interested in doing an interview with the guy.
This
right?
has been a really
So
fun stream.
basically
I take
what
it
happened
back.
was
This
he
is
had
really good.
Actually reached out to me.
This was a good filler
interview,
episode of
and
the
I said,
DSP
"No, I'm
show.
not gonna do it." So then, on one of his shows, he was talking about.
I kind of want to
and
go back
heard
to the
it. I
clone
heard
labs
the
and stop
segment,
playing the game.
Okay, it's not like this is. I heard this third party. I heard the segment.
Yeah,
was
I'm going
clipped
to.
from his show, and I heard it. He literally admits that if he did actually interview me, that it was going to be a trap interview where they were going to pull all kinds of stupid pranks. Like, for example, I'd be talking, and all of a sudden they would start playing clips of pro wrestlers talking about mobile games and shit like that and dumb shit. So basically, he would turn
So
it into a
it's
joke.
like
Instead of
this is
being
how you
like
don't
a
play
villain
thing
or
where you
a
weren't going to be able to
respectful
handle it, huh?
He actually just wanted to do like a big joke thing.
Also, DSP,
And
he
get
said this
popularity
after
off
you
of it. He's
canceled,
the
so
guy
he can
who
really
wrote
say anything he
Dark Side
wants, really.
Ffil, you know,
Oh, you guys, I was
really
going to do an
shit.
interview with him, and I was going to
So
light him
after
on
I heard
fire.
that, I was like, well, guess what? I mean, that I lost all respect for the guy at that point. It's like, why would I want anything to do with this man who's going to be a dick to me, basically? Like, he literally publicly admitted it.
No,
And they all
DSP.
treated like
It
a
essentially is like when
on
you
the
said,
show.
but
Like,
I would
that
have
would be
kicked
great
the
if you
shit
did
out of that
Ha
kid.
ha ha. Like, yeah, ha ha ha. Well, fuck you. You're an idiot. If you actually had any semblance of being professional, you wouldn't say that on your show after.
Now I kind of wish I had an
People would call
accurate
you out
clone
for it
count
later,
at this point.
right? So you
I
already
think this one
admitted it.
broke the
So
record
why would I ever want to do
authentically.
anything with you moving forward? So now I know you stay away from that kind of person, right?
Pines, I think he was getting
And
burned
that's
out on
that.
gaming,
Like,
but then
since
he tried to
I don't
play
involve
Tekken,
myself
and
in
people
any
said
of
no.
That shit. I don't even know if he even mentions me anymore. I ignore
It's
it
not like all the paranoia is
So that's it.
unfounded,
I
but
don't give
it's
a shit
always
about
funny how high
Have his
strung
own life,
it
do whatever
is.
the fuck he wants. I don't give two shits about him. You know, I have nothing to do with him, nor do I have any interest in him.
Okay, so because you canceled on him and he gave a funny joke about what he could have
Therefore,
done,
nobody cares.
he's toxified forever.
You can stop saying that in the chat now. Nobody cares.
What?
Stop spamming. Okay.
Destiny debated Ben Shapiro 4 weeks
I
ago
think
in the
it
videos
was
over 7
natural
million.
talent
Oh,
as
that's
a gamer, or
spamming.
was it
How many
cultivated
times did he
over
say
years of
it?
Experience. I had a natural affinity for certain kinds of games.
He said it once, DSP.
Alright, like fighting
He said
games,
it once.
But no, I didn't have like a ton of great skill
What?
at games in general. That came from practice. Like when I started as a YouTuber, go watch
Okay.
the content of me, an early YouTuber, and I'm terrible. At most games I play, I'm
Yeah,
terrible.
Banana Jones, I'm
Only
running out of clones at this
was
point. I should just
actually
keep
doing
this
really
menu
good.
open.
Outside of that, I was doing awful at everything else. I really
So that's
was.
at least 2 right there.
And everyone liked that. That was the joke. Phil's just kind of the Joe average guy. He's terrible at most games he plays.
If
but
that
he
was
still
the
makes
joke,
good
why were you so
content,
offended by
we
it?
all watch his stuff and laugh at him, right? And I was okay with that.
No, you were quite offended by
But
that,
now,
DSP.
after me having done this, you know, full time
So, again,
for 13 years, and actually doing it as a hobby 2.5 years before that, so you're going on 16 years as a YouTuber. I do feel like overall my skill.
have you
has
tried
improved.
talking
You
to the
know, I can
Alchemist
jump
from
into
Ninja Gaiden 3?
generally
They seem
any
to have
kind
plenty
a
of clones.
FromSoft
I should talk to those dudes, but I am pretty
Source
pissed off about
style
Ninja Gaiden
game
3.
and do pretty decently at it. Not great top level, but I get my bearings right away. You know, take a look at.
And I
Live
never
XP,
really
think that's
considered
a good
DSP
example.
average.
Here's a universe
DSP has
being
always
just
been below
created,
average in
but
terms of
because
games.
I know kind of the ins and outs of how FromSoft.
Now, I will say
works, I can really
DSP in
jump into
some
a
ways
game
is
like that
average with
pretty
his
good,
reactions to
right?
games, and that he says
Or
what
now
sometimes
DSP,
many
I'm
people
actually
think
putting effort
internally.
into games
But
like
usually
Midlife
people think it
since
internally
back
because
then.
it
I
sounds
feel
really
actually
stupid
pretty
to say
good at a
aloud.
decent level. I'm sure there's still genres out like driving. I never got driving. I've never driven any in a game well. That's, you know, stealth.
Yeah, he hates
very
his setup.
rarely. I think the one or two
Because
stealth
I
games
think
ever
what it
did
is
that was
in many
Frontal,
ways,
so
a
it's
joke
just
is the
but
surrender
in
of
general,
control.
stealth's not
You
my thing.
can't
I
have
find it
control
rewarding.
and be joked about at the same time. It's kind of
But
impossible.
in general, yeah, my skill
So you
level
have to
has
willingly
greatly
let
increased
yourself
being a
lose
full-time
control,
gamer
and he
over the
does not
last
like
15
that.
years,
He
for
hates
sure.
that. It's very
You know,
scary to
than
him.
when it was just a hobby that I did every once in a while.
Now,
casually
DSP
before
doesn't
then,
realize
it's gonna
that
be
if
a
you
lot
do
worse,
that and
but
let
that's
jokes
the case,
happen
correct?
while you lose your control or sacrifice your
Okay.
control, people actually respect you more. So it's an investment.
I don't
But he doesn't
climb,
understand
I
that.
don't know.
Oh, someone's getting banned.
By the way, you're now banned because, again, you're an idiot, and you said that there was a rant. There literally has not been a rant yet on this stream.
Dude, this has
So since you
been
said it, now
nothing
you're
but
banned.
rants.
Dumbass. Okay.
All right, there's another one.
So I don't know what you mean, Kleins. Is any chances for a classic Ffil stream? You like what we're
Ranting?
doing every Sunday night now on the Throwback channel? We just did one on Sunday night, Heavy Rain. We're probably doing another one this Sunday. I don't know what else you're talking about, right?
Man, I was really dreading
Okay.
this stream. I haven't had this much fun in a long time with his weirdness.
All right, I think.
No,
this is
DSP,
actually
keep going.
the
I'm
best
actually
because I
having a
only
lot
do
of
hour-long
fun.
videos. I don't want to make this be a 2-hour video. I think it's too long. So I'm going to split the part. But there's going to be a part 2. We're going to do this for another hour.
Is this a rant
All right.
right now?
And I want to say thank you to those who are here chilling.
He gave the definition, Big Matty, and he defined himself.
Like, if people are enjoying this, I'm glad. It's hard to read if people are enjoying or not.
You know what this reminds me
But it
of?
seems like we've got a
This
lot of
reminds me of
people
that thing that I
seem to
had
be
thought was
hanging,
never going to come
talking,
back, and
enjoying.
that is the Minecraft rants.
So
This is
I
what
would
we
say
used to
tonight's
have
doing
all the
well.
time in
We got a
Minecraft,
whole
is
nother
him
hour,
screaming about shit
right,
and making
to
no
go.
sense.
So, all right, let's split the part here. I'll stretch my legs, do a little bit of a break.
I think that would be a very fun
and then go from
iceberg
there. All right,
for the
so this is part 1.
that being
of
said,
Chill with Ffil.
or
I hope you're
WPIG,
liking it, and there'll
is
be
the
another hour coming.
Minecraft
I hope you'll check
rants.
that out too if you're
You
watching
could do
this
2
on
of
demand.
those.
If you're here on stream,
Rants
just
about
say chill.
Minecraft and
Hang
rants
out with me
during
for a minute or
Minecraft.
two, and then we're gonna get back to back to recording and more questions. Okay. All right. Awesome. Okay. First off, I am really gonna get up and stretch, but I do want to say this, guys. Please be careful with more personal questions. For example,
This guy's asking about my gout.
family members and stuff. It's pretty much off the table unless it's just like my direct talking about my parents or whatever. I'm not gonna be talking about anytime I mention anything with family or whatever. People turn it into something toxic and messed up.
Well, more or less, they're just trying to get an understanding, and that's when it gets toxic.
So, you know, if you could not ask me questions about family members and stuff.
What did someone ask?
That. And again, with you know,
will you grow
private
dreadlocks? Is that
behind
what
the
they were
scenes,
asking? That triggered you?
If I don't it's like say stuff. If you ask me a question in the chat a few times, I'm not answering it.
It seems Kat gets along with your parents. Do you like her parents? Uh-oh, yeah, you need to ban this person.
Okay.
I actually agree with you,
Let me
DSP.
stretch my legs.
Yeah, get that person out of there. It's sad they'll never see it playing bullshit. I don't want to listen to that. Hypothetically, if you were given amazing athletic ability, what sport would you choose to dominate? What sport would DSP play? Well, you can't play any team sports. That shit's toxified. Professional BMX. There you go. Motocross.
There is a stinky skunk that sprayed outside, and it must have whiffed.
You shouldn't talk about your wife like that, DSP. That's very disrespectful.
Shit, that's bad.
Johnny, because he said he's not playing games, so there's no point in wearing the glasses.
Damn.
Even though,
Strong.
like, vests and hat have nothing to do with games, so...
Woo. I hope it goes away. God damn.
Shuttlecocks.
What the hell is happening? Oh, by the way, don't ask me questions about me farting. But by the way,
I
there's
wish
a
it was
skunk
weed,
out
but
there
it's
being
not.
stanky.
Until weed is temporary, goes away. This is like you get that permeating smell. Like, oh,
Who says
man,
it unironically
fucking
anyway?
skunk. It's in here right now.
You're like,
In
"Ew,
the
that's a little
room.
stanky."
I can't close the window. If I close the window, it's gonna be too hot in here.
I just
So I
have to
gotta
live
put
with the
up this.
stink.
We have an hour of skunk smell while I answer your
Skunk on
questions.
skunk violence. That's not
God.
good.
In fact, you know what? I'm gonna get the air freshener can and spray the office, and then continue because man, it stinks.
DSP, get the flamethrower. Get the self-defense flamethrower. Wait, so you're gonna go get air freshener? All right, he's gone. Seize the stream. Seize the means of chill. Man, this has been I'm sorry, I keep saying it, but this has been really fun. I've missed these rants. Because we have so many rants about very, very trivial, mundane shit. But we don't ever get the rants where he contradicts himself 14 times within one sentence. And those ones are the best ones. Because you can see it in his face. He's really struggling to make sense of himself. And I like that.
So, heavy duty.
Oh, shit. That's
Heavy
intense
duty
shit.
Febreze. Always have one in the house.
That's like
for these
industrial
situations.
grade,
I
not
gotta
El Cheapo
negate
shit.
The stinky smell spraying near the window.
How much does that cost, DSP? Did you get it for super cheap? They were giving it away. I could see them giving it away to DSP. He's in the store. Here, sir, I think you need this. Oh, really? How much is it? No charge.
Oh, well, thank you.
In fact, here, your Buffalo here?
Wife.
Oh, yeah, okay, wife. All right. She could probably use one, too.
Hopefully that helps.
Feel better, DSP?
All right, guys, let's continue.
You should wear some sort of gas mask.
Alrighty, everybody, welcome back to Chill with Phil.
It was a
late night
buyer's
show
market
where
for
I'm just hanging out with my live audience.
Destiny apparently wants to talk to me about saying that it's a buyer's market for Febreze. Fuck you.
Just want to hang out and talk. I'm totally okay with that.
Oh, yeah, I've got a bunch of new
So let's
clones I
just go
gotta
ahead
do.
and continue on and see what
So you
people
walked
wanna
away,
talk about.
too.
I do want to say shout out to Dime, who did a super chat and said, "Hey,
Why do you
shout
pronounce
out
words
for
so
the
weird?
content from New Zealand."
Dime?
Dime for this
How many
super chat.
eyes were in that?
And everyone else so far who has contributed tonight to the stream, I really appreciate that. Thank you all so very much for
This
that.
dude fell.
And,
Oh, you were the one who did that? All right.
continue on.
Mods,
All right, so let's
ban
see here.
Dwarflet.
Klein says,
No,
"Do
it's
you go to
cool.
wrestling-
Well,
did you
first
go
of
to
all,
wrestling
you
shows in the
failed
90s
'cause he
when
didn't
business was
rant.
booming? No.
All right,
I only
so
went
try again.
to 3
You
live
thought I
wrestling shows
ranted.
my whole life.
But I
First
decided I
one
didn't.
Was a SmackDown show in the early 2000s.
Yeah, he should huff
which was at
that.
a Bridgeport
We should get
arena,
Tally
right? So it was
DSP
Bridgeport,
stream.
Connecticut.
You guys
And I
want to get a
can't
little
remember-
high?
Oh, I remember. It was the episode where
I'm
Kurt
gonna get a little
Angle
high. We're gonna play Mortal
climbed
Kombat.
the cage because Brock Lesnar had Paul Heyman inside the steel cage and was
I have
beating the
no
crap out
idea
of
what's
him.
going on.
So Kurt Angle had to climb the cage to get in and save him. But the scene was completely botched and screwed up.
By
So
who?
first,
Destiny?
The scene was he was supposed to break into the cage, but they couldn't get the thing to work.
Oh,
he
it was
like,
bugged
trying to cut
mechanics.
The lock, and the lock wouldn't open. He kept
They didn't
trying
program
for
it
like
right. That
5
sucks,
minutes and
man.
Couldn't get it to work. So eventually they told him, forget it.
Yeah,
Forget
just go
that
home.
scene, scrap it. Just
It's cool, give
climb
up.
in instead. So
But no,
he
that
did.
was
This
funny,
before
Dwarflet.
that
Good
SmackDown
rants.
Was live on TV.
I mean, good
recorded
pseudo
show.
rants.
So they basically refilmed the scene like 3-4 times to get it to work, which was pretty funny. The other one I saw was one of the Raw anniversary shows.
Raw? Oh,
And it was one where
the show
RVD
is
had
called
been with
Raw.
the
I
company
forgot.
for a while,
It's
but
like,
they
what's a
brought him
Raw
back.
anniversary as opposed to what
He
other
came
kind of
back for the
anniversary?
anniversary.
I got
One
you.
of the Raw shows. I remember that
Banana.
particularly. And the only other wrestling show I ever saw was 2012. It was WrestleMania 2012.
Man, look at this guy come to life when he talks about wrestling. But by the way, he doesn't really care about wrestling.
We had vlogs all over the place. We've already talked about the trip, and it was cool. Let me put it this way: even though it was incredibly expensive, it was cool to at least.
It would be
hey, I
funny
did
to
it
see
once.
Destiny's thoughts,
Just like
but
I went to E3 once.
a lot
I
of
was like,
people
okay,
have really
it was cool
grown
just to
past
do it
DSP.
once, right?
Because
But
in many ways, it's like,
it's definitely not worth it.
you know,
It's way
people
too
see him as
expensive.
what
It's
he
not
is.
that
He's
much
just
of
a
better
hopeless
experience in
drunk
person
loser.
than it is just
I
to
mean,
watch it on TV,
it's fun to
honestly.
mess with the hopeless drunk loser,
Notably
but a
that
lot of people
year,
aren't going to
there was
find the
debut
appeal in
match of
that.
The Shield, like the first WrestleMania match. The Shield
At least
was ever
this
in.
one.
And also there was
This one is perfectly
CM Punk
harmless to
versus
make fun
The
of.
Undertaker.
You're not
One
hurting
of the
anybody.
headliner matches that year. So those are probably the better matches that I liked. So, okay. I received a $4 tip
When is Matt McMuscles going to come out with his DSP videos?
from Super Snow Carl Turbo HD Remix. I heard you want to talk politics or have your own political channel. If you think tips are good now, wait until you see what happens when you give people what they want to hear politically. I know.
Oh, no,
have
DSP
control
doesn't do that. He
because
tells it
you're
like it is,
the wrong
stupid.
way with politics. I mean, it's kind of how it goes with everything in life.
Yeah,
right?
DSP is going to start a new
the
political
door
movement.
Swings both ways.
The
There's
Ffil
always
movement.
Potential for benefit, but there's also potential for worse in another realm. The way I see it.
What
though,
do we
people
stand
already
for?
hate
We
me
don't
so
know.
much for
What are we going to
literal
do? Not
nonsensical
rant about it.
reasons, right? That maybe it makes more sense to do what to do stuff, and then if you hate me because you don't like my political stuff, at least that's maybe I don't know. I still don't think it's a legit reason. Maybe it's more of a reason.
You're not allowed to hate
You just
DSP,
dislike me for
period.
a
There's
stupid
no
reason
legit
that people say today,
reasons. I'm sorry.
right? That
Stuttered
aren't
there for a
even-
little
half
bit.
of them aren't even true, right? So I
Said
don't
finished
know.
a story in relation to honeymoon with his wife. He still.
Okay.
Oh no.
So Kappa says, I don't know if you've touched upon this. What site do you prefer better between Twitch and YouTube? I feel like YouTube has more abusable exploits than Twitch, like the membership one. False.
Oh, wrong.
Twitch literally is a site that at a moment's notice
Based on begging.
will, without a check, without a balance, without any kind of a warning system,
Ban
they
me.
will punish you for things
Free.
you didn't even do,
You did do a DSP.
and then they fix it after the fact.
You did get banned for things you did.
Okay? That's just how they are.
Yeah,
That's
Johnny
100%.
Chase. He's here
That is
somewhere.
exactly
He
how
might
they
be in
are.
this chat right now.
The reason you don't hear about this all
You
the
know
time
what a
on Twitch
movie that
is
really
because the big
sucks?
streamers have so many fans that
Face
protect
Off.
them, right?
Anyone who likes
But
that
for a
movie
normal
should
person
speak
on
up in
Twitch,
chat
at any
because
moment's
I think
notice,
it's
they can
dumb.
flip a switch and shut you down.
I'm
and
now
then
watching chat
investigate
very
after the
seriously.
fact, which is ridiculous. Twitch also doesn't feel
Oh, man.
the need to ever give you a warning.
You know
or
what? Also
escalate at all
Simpsons.
instead of
Simpsons
just
kind of
outright
sucks.
punishment. And then you have to fix it after the fact if it's a mistake.
Damn it. He's
And
too
by the
smart
way,
for me.
They don't ever have to even tell you if they don't like you for some reason, and they don't even have to disclose the reason.
DSP, they
If you
told
ask,
you. They
well, I don't
told you.
understand what's going
They
on. Can I
told
have
you.
more
They told you. They
information?
told
Tell me
you.
what really
What do you
happened.
want them to
Wrong.
do?
They
Send
don't
you a
tell you anything. They
dossier
don't
of all
have
the
to.
slurs you
They
said?
literally
I
say
admit,
they
I
don't
want
have to
that
tell you
too.
anything. So, that's my experience. I was on Twitch for how many years? I started.
Okay, so
full-time
apparently
streaming
they
in
sent
late
me
2016.
like a
I was
folder
there
of
till
all my
spring of
slurs.
2022.
There's
You're
like
talking
50
almost 5
pages
straight
in here.
years. I had a
Wow.
giant viewer base, tons of paid subscribers. And then
They say
just
there's
one
another
day, in the
package
middle
on
of
the
the stream,
way?
You're out of the partner program. What happened? They didn't warn me. There was no escalation. It wasn't like strike one, strike two, strike three. It was
No,
just,
I'm only making
wrong.
shit of making fun of
What happened?
Face Off.
Oh, well,
Ironically, like
even
I
you
don't
said some hateful
have any
language or
negativity
something
towards it
like that.
whatsoever. But he likes to
Hateful
bring it up and
language?
make
Can you
jokes about it.
Explain what that means. Can you cite examples? Can you tell me anything? No.
They
But in
don't
a year,
deserve-
you
they
can
don't-
reapply
not
for
deserve.
the partner
They're not
program if you
required.
like to. Okay, well, fuck you. I'm done. I'm done with your site, right? And even then, that wasn't even the case. I said I'll try to tough it out, and I'll stick around and try to just survive on.
So
tips.
it's a bad
Within a
place
month,
because they
suspended
banned
my
you,
channel,
gave
saying
you
that I
evidence,
said a
but didn't give you
racist thing
enough
when I never
evidence.
did.
Do you
When I
want them
called
to
them on it,
type
I
out
said,
the
"I never
N-word,
said it.
DSP? Is that what
You're
you want?
lying." They fixed it and apologized to me. And I said, I don't want to be here anymore. So at any moment, you can decide that you
Okay,
don't
so I
like
got a
me.
lot of people
Tell me
defending
I did
Face Off
something
and
wrong. When I
Simpsons.
ask you, what did I do
So my
wrong?
only
Give me evidence
conclusion
so I can improve
is
or not
that
do it
it's
again. They
Matt
say, we don't have to
McMuscles
tell you anything, but
using
reapply
several different
here,
accounts.
and then you
Which one of you is the real Matt
again
McMuscles?
erroneously suspend my
No, I
channel.
actually don't have anything against these
That-
things,
that's
Game Master.
Twitch in a
It's
nutshell.
my little
They will do
trick to
whatever
try
they
and
want.
find
They're
Matt
completely
McMuscles.
unprofessional. Most of the sites run
It's not
by
working.
moderators that aren't even paid employees. employees. Did you know that?
You know what I really hate?
There's a lot of people who do that moderation who are just
I hate
volunteers.
Terry Bogard.
So
He's such a
it's
shitty
trash.
character.
It really is. And the only reason
Yeah,
It's
he's too
really
smart for me.
prominent
He's not
because
falling for any
no
of this
one has
shit.
really been able to compete with them because they are owned by Amazon, but they are failing. Take a look at Twitch right now.
They're
are
failing because they
absolutely
got rid of Ffil.
Okay, they've made so many mistakes, so many squandered opportunities. It's a terrible side. I mean, I could sit here all day ranting about Twitch.
What?
Does
I thought
YouTube
you
have
said you didn't do that,
problems?
DSP.
Yes.
Hold
YouTube
on.
has tons of problems, but YouTube has made efforts.
I feel like
to
that
get
should be an
better.
uppercase
They do
8.
have some checks and balances in place. They're not absolutely destroying you. Like, they're not just going to shut down your channel or business.
People should say in the
They're
chat
gonna have
right
a
now, are you
series of things
ranting? Because
that
you just
happen
kind of
that get
admitted you're
escalated to
ranting.
get to that point. You see the difference? And then you have a chance to maybe fix them
I'm
in
so
the middle. Still
confused,
shitty
and I'm so
system.
frustrated.
False takedowns with DMCA
And I
stuff
wanna know where the
rampant on
hell
YouTube, which is
Matt
really, really
McMuscles
bad.
is.
Yes, I've heard very bad stories about political stuff. Oh, you say something that doesn't agree with YouTube's ideology on politics, they'll say that you said something harmful. They'll demonetize you. I've heard all the horror.
Well, yeah, Pathetic, it's because
But
he's black. That's what
apples
DSP
to
said.
apples comparison, my experience with YouTube has always been much better than the few times that I tried to.
That
do
is
Twitch.
not even
They're more
remotely
professional
true,
about it.
DSP.
I can usually
I
get
remember
some
1,000
sort of
rants
their
about
own
you
help.
screaming about how YouTube sucked compared to Twitch.
And essentially, the way I see it, I have more of an opportunity to be a professional creator on YouTube than I do on Twitch. On
But
Twitch,
you
I can
don't
never
be
take
a
it
professional
seriously,
creator.
because at any moment you rub someone the wrong way, you're gone. Keep in mind, Twitch.
Yeah, you gotta
had
talk to
no
Derek
issue
about
with
the
me
right
for
way to
5
rub
years,
someone.
And then all of a sudden removes me from a partner program, but won't tell me what I did wrong.
They told you what you
Literally
did
will
wrong.
not say, here's the reason why
They did.
you did this.
They said
So
you
if
said
don't
slurs.
Tell me what I did wrong. How can I ever get better?
It doesn't matter if you get better. They don't
So,
give a
to hell
shit
with
if you
them,
get better.
you
You
know?
did something
Definitely
wrong, you're
YouTube's a better
gone.
situation than Twitch.
We're not looking
Twitch
for
is definitely in a
improvement
downward
from you,
spiral right
DSP.
now.
We're looking
Twitch
for
is paid,
compliance, and you
global
did not
systems,
comply, so you're
creators,
gone.
payouts, all of that crap. So let
You're a
them continue
child. You're
to
an
go like
actual
this down the
child,
drain,
DSP.
Right? And again, I realize there's no discoverability here on YouTube, but I'm happy.
That
with
is
the
so
amount of people I
frustrating,
have.
man.
Sadly,
This
my
dude
stuff
still
already
operates like a
gets echoed
4-year-old.
because of others.
Why didn't you
So
give
I
me a
really don't need the
chance?
exposure I would
This
get
is
on
the
Twitch.
real
I never
world,
really
DSP.
benefited from exposure on Twitch when I was
Imagine
over
if you
there
owned a
live.
sandwich shop, right?
You know what I'm saying?
And you crashed your car through the sandwich shop. You're an employee of the sandwich shop. And then you stepped out of the car and a bunch of beer cans fall over the floor and a dead hooker falls out of the trunk. Dude, I should just be given a second chance. Why am I being fired?
YouTube, it's been problem after
You
problem.
didn't give me a
I don't know
chance
if
to
you
learn
mean
from
that.
this.
No, it hasn't been problem after problem. It hasn't been. I don't know.
That's
what
so
you're talking about
stupid,
at all.
man.
Very rarely do we have problem after problem on YouTube. Usually it's okay, something happens, you deal with it, you move on, it's not even a big deal, right? There's been very few times where it's been like a big problem that's insurmountable.
That's how I know that when he
Deal
got fired all those times,
with. You
it
know,
was
I've
his
never
fault.
been removed from
Look at
YouTube's
this
partner
dude.
program.
He got kicked out for hateful
Right?
slurs and insists he did
I
nothing
have
wrong and he should have been
content
able to
on
learn
this
from it.
website spanning back to
No.
20 or 2008. I'm still okay on YouTube, but for some reason I'm too risque for Twitch, right? Doesn't even
No,
make
you
any
say
sense. I'm not even a
slurs,
risque guy. I don't
DSP.
say anything
It's not
They
risque.
don't know what they're talking about.
Uncle
You know, again,
Ruckus is
I already
not
told you guys
risque.
What happened on Twitch? I've already explained. It's the same thing that happened with Teespring. It's the
Oh my
same thing
God.
that happened.
This is so
with
wild, man.
the sites that let you do pop-ups on your streams automated. It's these idiots who
Holding
hate
me
made a
accountable for my
montage of
actions.
hateful content about me, showing stuff from way back in.
Yeah,
the day,
exactly, Banana
right?
Jones.
We're talking.
Oh,
over 10
I didn't
years
see that
ago.
one.
They made
Right.
a montage of those clips, and then they packaged it together as if here's the worst of Dark Side Ffil.
Awesome.
And then they
Can I
showed,
get
oh,
that
he's
video?
known as
What
the
video
human
did they
hate.
send? I want to see this
The
video.
website
The
called
worst
that,
of Dark
all
Side.
this
Holy
right?
shit, this is
So they
19
used that
hours
and
long.
weaponized it against me to misrepresent me to these businesses. And these businesses looked at it and said, well, here's the thing. We don't actually have a problem with Ffil, but if we're going to have a hate
We
group
love
actively
Ffil,
complaining
but
about
unfortunately,
it,
we just
can't
have to
that
ban him.
negative stigma. We can't have people harassing our social media.
This is bullshit,
Take a look
man.
at a couple times, Twitch actually did this. Listen to this. Twitch put me into a montage on Twitter. It'll be like, so here's people who were playing this game and had a good time, or here's a funny moment, how they reacted to it. They would put me into the montage, and then a bunch of my haters would tweet, why you have Dark Side Ffil? He's a jerk, he's this, he's that. And then they would just edit me out of the montage.
Yeah, because you're a
Now,
problem, DSP.
Re-upload it without me in it.
Yeah, because you're an issue.
What? Why
Well,
do you-
why did these
why
people
do you
like bring up the
give
fact that I crashed through a
attention to
restaurant with a
haters?
dead hooker
Just
in my
think
car?
about that.
That's
You're a
bullshit, man.
giant
Why are you doing
corporation.
this?
You are immune to them. You can ignore them. But instead, you give them attention. All you do is empower them when you do that. And they have done that again and again and
They
again
held me
over.
accountable again and
And
again.
it's
Don't do that.
pathetic, the way that they act. Again, it's
This happened a
completely
while ago,
unprofessional
Cadence. I can't
the
put an
way they
exact
act as
date
a
on it.
company. So
This
because of
was
that,
quite a while
That's
ago.
why I'm not on Twitch anymore, because they just give into that shit. Much like a lot of these other companies. You got to keep in mind, a lot of them are run, again, by ultra-liberals. They're very left.
Ultra-liberals. They don't stand me saying slurs 50 times in a row.
You got someone who used to say these things on YouTube that today are cancelable.
Okay, DSP.
You got a hate mob following him around. We can't be associated with that, so let's just get him out of our partner program.
Yeah, he said hateful slurs,
like
but we're going to lie about it.
No, but that's okay. Just get rid of him anyway, because people find
DSP, do you think it's possible that fairly decent people would have a problem with you? Or is it just ultra people? It's ultra leftists, ultra conservatives, ultra clowns, ultra everything. A reasonable person has no reason to dislike Ffil. A decent person who is not anywhere on any sort of extreme spectrum would only like DSP. That's some narcissism, dude.
I was off a year on WrestleMania, no big deal.
He's gone on that before where he said that no decent person has a reason to dislike me. Now he's, again, doubling down on it. Well, I guess it's like octupling down on it. What's 80? Yeah. That's his manipulation tactic as well.
Because people just keep rehashing the same topics over and over. Can we have some new topics to talk about? Obviously, I don't want to talk about the same stuff over and over.
That's not true, DSP. Right? You love talking about the same stuff over and over.
Fucking drama and Destiny.
You just don't want to create any more ammo.
Topics now would be great.
Maybe DSP, I've got a lot of reasonable people who don't know all your stuff and don't like you. That dude who I keep trying to get on my show, you know, my friend of mine, he refuses to watch you because he does not like you. He thinks you're a bad person, but he doesn't even know all your lore. So is that invalidated?
The new Call of Duty comes out as bad as it has been.
Oh, man.
You mean the original?
Sorry, I'm yelling. I'm just very intense about the stream. I like this.
Call of Duty 1 and 2 were really good on PC, and I played them on PC back in the day. Call of Duty 2 particularly.
Yeah, and Phil, maybe someone who says slurs took offense to DSP using slurs, you know? It was a reference to them, so they banned them.
Those games are lost to time. Like, no one seems to want to play old school shooters anymore.
Not Matt Rankin. No, that's my other friend. I haven't named him because I don't really know what alias he uses. But no, he's the one who likes Baldur's Gate.
People felt that it was too like it's too.
And I keep sending him videos, and he keeps telling me I'm not watching this. What if I told you I would kill you if you didn't watch it?
I'm not a car guy. I don't have any favorite cars. I don't care.
Wow, nice. Thanks for shutting down that conversation.
Dogma 2, obviously you got Rise
I'm not a car guy. I can tell you my favorite car.
Rebirth, but I have to look at the game the rest of the year.
Aston Martin DB5.
The dates and things that things are coming out.
Got an ejector seat.
I haven't looked at it in ages, so I couldn't tell you what other games are excited for because I don't even know what's coming out.
You could say something lame like I like my car.
That game from way back in the day that I have the back in time.
Exactly, Heinz. Give me new topics. No, not that one.
I had a blast. Most FPS games now feel uninspired, and they're just focused on selling shit online. You're absolutely correct. 1,000,000%.
Like, you don't have to be a person to have a stance on something. That's so lame, DSP.
Content, good narrative.
I'm not even a sports guy, and I've got favorite sports people.
That just has a lot of microtransactions. Making games as a service. 1,000,000% you're dead on correct there. It's a shame because FPSs in a lot of cases used to be great.
No, he doesn't watch them.
And now they're not anymore.
I keep trying to get him to watch it.
They're not.
But he kind of gives me the runaround a little bit. It's cool.
Right? Yes, Slayer, I can see your messages.
Yes, Slayer, unfortunately, you are visible.
PS5 Pro, there's absolutely no concrete information on PS5 Pro. It's an industry rumor. Until you have information on it, I don't give two fucks about it, and I'm not.
Jesus Christ, he's shutting this shit down. Can we just talk about something that's not confirmed? Can we speculate? It's okay, DSP. What's going to be in Shadow of the Erdtree? Oh, well, you don't really know, so what's the point in discussing it? Because we all have things we'd like to see.
Emulation on there would be legal, so there you have it.
Duo Octogen. Holy shit, banana shows. Duo Octogen. Yeah, about that much.
What do I dislike about Destiny 2? No, it's not that there's anything horribly wrong with Destiny 2.
That's not true.
Or Destiny 1.
DSP went on numerous rants about how it's horribly wrong.
You know,
that's not true. I remember those.
The Halo games before, and then I was, everyone.
How am I supposed to trust your opinion?
Revolutionize gaming. Do you remember the ad campaign for Destiny? That's what it said. It was like, it changes the face of gaming forever. It will like revolutionize gaming. That was their ad campaign.
Well, that was their optimism,
what
DSP.
The fucking Destiny 1 did that? What are you talking about? Destiny 1 is Halo with a different skin.
Can I say that you have bad advertising when you say you have chill interactive streams?
I don't know what you're talking about. It's Halo with Borderlands included in it.
DSP has meaningful streams. Right? I don't know. So false advertising.
Why on earth would you say that's something revolutionary?
What did you want them to say, DSP? Yeah, our game sucks. You probably don't want to buy it.
So because of that, everyone bought it and played it co-op, but it wasn't anything special. It really wasn't. It was boring to me. I didn't enjoy it that much.
What did you want them to do,
Destiny 2 came out,
DSP?
It was the same fucking game with a
Yeah, who's ready to chill? I'm not feeling any chilly right now. I'm feeling anxiety.
Just for the sake of it, because Destiny 1, right? I didn't play full co-op, and people were like, "You didn't play it right. You didn't experience it the way it was intended." I said, "All right, Destiny 2, I'll do that," and I did. I played the whole game co-op. Nah, it's, you know what I mean? Is there an actual
What do you got there, DSP? Is that a suppository?
large group of people who like that style of game? Yes,
See,
there is.
I can
The
make
same people
poop
who
jokes
play
too,
The Division,
DSP, or butt
right?
jokes in this
The
case.
same people who play these other games. You know, Apex Legends, it became Battle Royale. Same formula.
Look,
Battle
Zeta,
Royale
there are
instead,
no rants,
right?
okay? And
So
you're
there's
looking to get
definitely
banned.
a giant
I'm going to
market,
rant to you about, but
but
shit,
it's not
I'm going to
revolutionary. It adds
discuss
nothing
how
to
you're
the
going to
game
get banned
whatsoever
at length.
at all.
There you go.
And what happens is it now.
But you're right. I like the rants of rants.
The pool we were just talking about. What happened to the narrative-based?
Pre-stream.
What happened to the narrative-based games out there that were worth a shit? They don't exist anymore. Because
Yeah.
these companies don't care about
Baldur's Gate 3
anymore.
doesn't
They care about
exist.
printing money. So make the game
Narrative
that's the
games?
fast, quick buck game and just add.
Okay,
nauseam
that's a new
TVs
clone,
and stuff
man.
with
There's tons of
updates,
narrative
DLC
games. You're playing
patches,
several of them.
raids, different maps, different new character released, different loadout, but it's the same fucking loop of gameplay over and over and over. It's fucking boring.
Also,
What makes
didn't
those
he
games fun
skip one of the
is not
Call of Duty
game, it's the
storylines
social
because
interaction you have
detractors
when
said mean
playing
things about
the
it?
game. Destiny 1 and 2 are not great games. The social
Yeah,
interaction
Repsy,
fun
and
you
he's
have
also
playing
what
Destiny
is that
1 and
meme
2
of that
with your
robot
friends
that said no
is what
fun
makes a
allowed?
great experience. If you
That's
play
also
those games by
DSP.
yourself, it's fucking boring. So how can a game played by yourself be boring, but only if your friends are involved be good? Think about that for a second. What's the added factor that made it good? Your friends.
You don't have
Not
those.
The game, your friends. The game doesn't hold up in face value.
That's not
So
true. I
that's
feel like
the
there's tons of
problem.
games that
Again,
do hold
why
up.
are we making these games so prominent and popular? Why are they making so much money when they're not good games?
But you also
That's
don't
the
have
thing,
any friends, DSP.
right?
You're kind of
It's a bad move
Whatever.
for the industry. These kind of games. We
Yeah, it's a
really
bad move
hurt
to
the games industry a ton
assume
in the
people
last
have
5 to
friends.
10 years by giving time and effort towards those games. Again, GTA Online. Tell me right now, in the last 10 years that GTA Online existed, what was that absolute cannot miss experience that I missed out on? Not playing GTA Online.
The missions
Can
are really
anyone
fun.
explain that to me
The
in chat?
heists
If
are
you
really
could,
fun, DSP.
Please, by all means, do.
And I'll
Chat
tell you
in
this:
chat.
a lot of the kids
Tell
at
me,
work
what did
play
I
that
miss
game.
by
Still,
skipping
I'm kind of
GTA
shocked
Online?
by it. How many of them
'Cause I
still
only
play
played
GTA
at
Online?
launch, which was a joke.
They do
and then I
missions,
played
they
the
do
first heist,
heists.
which
It's
admittedly
kind of
was alright,
inspiring that they're
and then I
willing to
never went
put
back to
a
it
lot of
ever
their
again.
shit apart
So
or
what did I
aside and
miss?
do those. So
I played everything
no,
else.
you're
but
stupid,
I skipped
DSP.
GTA Online, right? So every time I ask that question, some people will be like, "Oh, well, when I
I don't
did
know
races
if that's
with my
necessarily a
friends,
new
or when I
clone
did
Banana
races
Joe's,
with my
but just a
friends, and the
default
nice
failure
hangouts
of
with my
DSP
friends."
himself.
That's the
But yeah, I'll
answer
go
you
ahead.
hear. You never
'Cause
hear,
I'm having so
"Oh,
much fun
this
anyway."
groundbreaking, revolutionary experience that happened."
Why does everything
while
also
playing
need to be
GTA Online.
groundbreaking and
Doesn't
revolutionary?
exist.
How come
It
something
was
can't
always
just be
about, "Oh,
fun?
my friends and I became a part of a role-playing community," and that, you know what I mean? I get that, but you understand that's not the game. Guess what the most profitable game of the last decade
You're
was?
enjoying the
GTA
game,
Online.
but you're not enjoying it
Why?
correctly. Therefore, you're debunked. Nice. I
Because
like
people
this.
fell for it. It's a trick. It's not anything that was meant to be
What kind of logic
groundbreaking.
is that? You
It's
guys are
that was
playing
meant
this
to be
thing, you're having fun,
revolutionary.
but I
Did
don't
it
think
add
you're having fun.
anything
Therefore,
really
you're
to the
stupid.
cultural experience of video games at all. No, in fact, what it did is it set games back. They actually canceled meaningful DLCs and plots and stories they had planned for GTA 5 and either never released them or screwed them up so they could wedge them in as another expansion for GTA Online.
So how is that
whole,
necessarily inherently a
Franklin
bad thing,
expansion
DSP?
that everyone was like,
Granted,
"Dude,
I'm not
this is
happy
so
about
good
it
for
either,
the
but it's
real
not
story
inherently
instead of
bad.
just a GTA Online side mission, right? But that's the point I'm making here. We've taken in the last 10 years games that used to have meaning, games that used to have cultural significance, that used to be standalone experiences that were revolutionary, blow you away. I'll never forget that.
I don't
too.
feel like this is true,
Every day
DSP.
I boost up my game. I do exactly the same button pushing with my friends, and I joke with my friends, and I sink more money into it. It's a trick.
But maybe you're
It's a
having
trap.
fun with your
It was
friends,
set up
DSP.
intentionally by Rockstar.
Maybe
and all
I'm
these other
having
companies.
those
One,
positive
did it on
moments with my
purpose.
friends.
And you all
That
fell
is
for it. If you
discounted?
spent significant money on those
Look,
games in the
just
last 10
because you're a
years, you
loser
fell
with
for
no one in your
their
life
trick,
does
their
not
trick.
make you the
Now,
arbiter of what's
every company
meaningful.
wants to put out these games, right?
No, you're
You
a
know
piece
what I
of shit, DSP.
Every company wants one of those.
You're such
And
an
that's sad,
asshole
that's a
telling people what's the
direct
correct way to
result
be
of us sinking
happy.
money into Destiny, into the
And
Division,
everything has to be
into fucking
meaningful
GTA
and
Online.
revolutionary.
Now everyone wants to
Not
be like that.
really.
Now we can't get good games anymore. Now we got Suicide Squad from Rocksteady. that was supposed to be a great game, like the Batman Arkham trilogy, and instead it's a
man.
dog shit game that you can.
And
tell
every
is
single
supposed to be
game review this dude
service
says, he says, well, it's not really revolutionary.
Skull and fucking Bones. Are you shitting me?
Every game he's
Skull and
played,
Bones is a modern
all the way back
quadruple A
to
video game
Skate
where
2,
you
he said it
give
wasn't
up.
that innovative.
It's not quadruple A. It's a
what?
negative quadruple A. You should pay me to play that piece of shit because it's a stinker turd.
Oh
and
yeah,
the fact that you
this
even
stream is
charge
kind of
money
getting a lot of
for it is
emotions out of me.
atrocity.
I kind of
That's
enjoy
the
it
modern
because usually I'm
game,
dead when I'm watching this
right?
shit. Was that a rant, DSP? Did you ever think that maybe DSP, I just want to have
Anyway,
fun?
there you go.
That was really
Thank you,
stupid,
bud.
DSP.
All right.
Dude, I don't know, Banana Jones. I think those dudes are going to be super busy. I mean, how can they even clip these moments? It's all just one big
Now,
ass
some people
giga
in chat are
rant.
saying, well, I'm misunderstanding GTA Online. Fine. If that is the case, then I want to be corrected and told why. You know what I'm saying?
But every time
Like,
people
I
do
want
correct
to
you, you
know
tell them they're
what I
wrong.
missed. Because every time I ask, I never get an explanation like, oh, so there was this actual giant cool story arc that happened.
So you're
narrative,
setting standards
really
for how
cool,
they can answer
you know what
DSP.
I mean? Here's what I get told. Yeah, so there was a Franklin expansion that really would have been cool if it was part of GTA 5, but instead they really, you could tell it. They cut corners, they cut content out.
Who
they
said
went
this,
to
DSP?
make it part
No,
of
this is
GTA
bullshit,
Online.
man.
Most people don't
You're
even care
setting
about
the
story
standard for
elements. It's not
how
a big
people can
deal.
answer.
That's what I hear.
And you're setting an
And I
unrealistic
hear, what's
standard.
the best part of GTA Online? The heist with friends, racking up money to have your own crib and cars. And
You
shit.
don't get it,
Meaningless.
DSP. You don't get it. And it's fine.
role-playing.
It's okay.
Pretending to be someone that you're not in an online environment, social atmosphere. I get that.
Yeah, it sure
Things
seems like
that
it,
have been
Corvo.
popular forever. You got your Second Lives. You got your friggin'. They used to have the friggin' the PS whatever it was, PS Home, right? MMOs have that constantly. Virtual communities, role playing, and I understand that.
But you're
aspect
still
of it.
wrong.
Been there, done that.
Oh, okay. Never mind. It
GTA
has to be
Online did not
revolutionary.
revolutionize that.
It
at
doesn't
all.
need
So
to.
why the hell is that the biggest?
I feel
money-making
like,
game
oh,
of
where's
all
my new
time?
sound clip for this?
Honestly. Right?
I feel like I'm taking crazy pills!
What about you, DSP? When's your innovations?
So Nick
Where are
Rules
your
says,
revolutionary
"Personally, I like GTA
changes?
Online has a lot of
What,
content
DSP
like new
throwback?
vehicles, races,
Oh,
missions,
huge
fights,
revolution there,
like I just
DSP.
said, meaningless. I can see some of your points, though. I never bought any DLC or shark cards. So then you're not one of them. You're not one of the people who made it the most profitable game of all time. You're actually not.
Okay,
in
GTA
line.
Online, he has a lot of content like new vehicles. Oh,
GTA
meaningless,
Online.
meaningless,
The average
meaningless.
person who bought
Maybe
that
it's meaningful to
ended up
me,
buying
man.
it, rebuying it. Every time there was a new version, they bought it for the new console, and then they sunk more money into it. That's why it's the most.
Yeah, and
profitable
also, big guy, it's
console
more
ever.
accessible. More people have access to it now. The community system is only going to get bigger because of it. And there's so much support to help with that. Was that not good?
Matthew, what you're saying is absolutely ridiculous. I'm married happily.
Do you think
He
friends
said,
are
"Do you
necessary to
think
live?
friends are necessary for a happy life?" Because I watch clips of you and John Rambo. It makes me sad. I have the best friend I'll ever have in my life. She's called my wife.
Then how come you
I
have
already have
more
that. I have a
fun
mutual
with
relationship
Rambo
with
than you
someone I
had with
spend
her?
time with all
No.
the time.
No.
You don't have to worry about me. Just because it's not on camera like it used to be with the friendship with John, right? Just because that
Dude.
relationship isn't on camera doesn't mean it
I'm
doesn't exist.
enjoying my
have more
anger
than
right
that
now. This is a
relationship
lot
now
of
with
fun.
My wife. She's the best person I'll ever spend time with for the rest of my life. I don't, I'm not lonely.
Then how come you had better
At
chemistry
all.
with Howard
At
than you
all.
had with her?
You know what I mean? I just don't understand what you're talking about.
Yeah, you don't
Oh,
understand.
have
There's
any
your
friends.
answer
I
to
don't
your
have time for
question.
friends. I work.
I don't
6 days
have
a week
those.
full-time, and I'm married. That's my life. That's the choice I made, and I like that life. I'm happy with that. Don't feel bad for me. Feel bad for people who don't understand that that's a full, meaningful life.
I
Really.
don't see how
If
it
you
is,
don't think that's a full,
DSP.
meaningful life. I feel bad for you. If you feel like you need to have every moment you're talking to a friend. And you
He didn't
interact
say
with
that.
someone
He
else,
did not
that's
say
kinda
it had
silly,
to be
you know?
every moment. You're being dramatic and stupid on purpose. All moments, I just have friends like surrounding me and flanking me and attacking me.
Okay.
Dude, this dude is such a child.
I don't own any anime Vietnamese comrade.
I feel like that's
Where
not
do people
true.
get these weird notions? He just said, just listen to what he said. Now that you don't care about anime anymore, would you consider giving away anime that you own to people? What are you talking about?
That's not true. I feel like this dude does
What
own some anime.
do I own?
I feel like he said he owned Dragon
I
Ball
don't
Z
know
at
what
one
he's talking
point.
about. Were you in my house? Were you going through my stuff? Do you think I have a collection of anime? I don't even have an anime collection. What? People still say. People actually say.
Yeah, anime? I just said I was wearing.
Are you ever going to sell the statues? The fucking statues? The statues from Connecticut? From 10 years ago?
Yeah, let me get those.
What are you talking about? Like,
No, Derek does not count. That's a war crime.
the statues. What? They're long gone. They've been gone for so many years.
No.
Out of my life, they were either sold or they went away.
Okay, well, that's definitely a new clone.
Point, you gotta understand. I mean, it's 2024.
Well, it's 2 new clones, actually.
Right? I don't have a statue collection sitting around in my house. Like, what on earth are you talking about?
Then why don't you show us your house?
Slayer says maybe he thinks that you have the anime DVDs like Attack on Titan I watched a long time ago. I sold those ages ago.
No.
I even talked about it years ago. That we
No,
the
DSP. I'm calling bullshit because you're a hoarder.
Those, used DVD, used bookstores, and I traded it in, and I got a few $100 for it all.
Whoa! You got money for it?
Any real
Dude, you've been saying for years you're broke.
In the house outside of
yeah, exactly, big guy.
Christmas,
that's where I remember seeing them. You're right.
DVDs that we save to maybe watch every year.
Because that's a hot date, Go to the hotel and watch Dragon Ball Z with your date. Oh, yeah.
But that's it. People have these weird notions that I have a house full of goods sitting around that I'm hoarding. What are you talking about? I don't have.
Dude, it took you forever to throw out a bunch of styrofoam. I'm pretty sure you hoard. That's why you don't do a house tour, man.
Oh, excuse me.
No. You tried your hardest. You tried to use energy.
Now things are all
to convince people.
Scrolling off the
and it didn't
screen,
work, man.
Right? Hold on.
And you're telling me that this dude loaded up his car with all his DVDs and sold them all. Because this dude, he wouldn't do it in stages. He'd want to do it all at once. Except he can't do it all at once, so it's impossible. Exactly, Johnny Chase and Stephen Hawking.
Hidalgo says the first content I ever saw from you was your Mass Effect 1 upload. You began part 1 recounting the Conan O'Brien documentary where he's outed from NBC. It's not about looking back at the end of his career. It's about him surviving.
He destroyed valuables with acid in the closet stream. What? Because with his acid blood?
In a way, it's a documentary about how the broadcast.
Almighty Bree, some of that's exaggerated because I was clowning around at the beginning of the stream, but not by much, actually. This dude has been lying nonstop and retconning nonstop.
We're talking about that tonight, but I agree with you. I mean, Conan O'Brien was treated absolutely horribly by the broadcast industry.
Oh, they said he said hateful slurs. But they didn't give him a folder of all of his slurs. That's what they should have sent DSP, a video of all his slurs with timestamps and everything. They'll use floor cleaner and a bunch of shit.
I never considered joining the medical.
I actually missed those streams. I never actually watched those cleaning out the closet streams because they sounded super dumb to me.
Are we running out of questions or something? These are the weirdest things I've ever seen. Like, what are we talking about right now? People are asking about my DVD collection that I don't have. They're talking about the Conan O'Brien documentary from my Mass Effect 1 playthrough over a decade ago and asking me if I want to be a doctor.
You were saying you want to do subjects, DSP. They're trying their hardest.
Where are we gone with this line of questioning right now? I'm a little confused.
Objection. I'm confused and stupid.
What's happening here? Carlos says, if you have the mini PC, could you consider playing older FPS games? Like, hold on.
Let's see, like Band?
Like Singularity, Return to Castle Wolfenstein, and old Call of Duties. I mean, again, I don't know the viability of that whatsoever. I have the mini PC.
You're not going to tell me, not in a million years, that DSP's house is free of all this bullshit. Not in a million years can you tell me this.
It just seems like there hasn't been a lull yet.
Because even if DSP had the maturity to get rid of all this shit he had accumulated, he's too lazy.
That's number one.
He's too lazy. Putting styrofoam in the car to take it to the dump killed this man. He was talking about it like he climbed the Matterhorn or something.
We haven't really been looking for.
You're telling me this dude got all of his DVDs together, all of his statues together, all of his everything, and sold everything? No. No.
It would have been too rushed.
Not in a million years.
Dropped to play Tekken 8. So I'm glad I didn't do that. I think that actually would have been felt like a real waste of time.
Didn't he watch the DVDs when his internet went out? I feel like he mentioned it, but I'm not confident enough to answer that.
Stuff in the future, when we have time for it, in between all these other releases I'm playing.
You said you still have DVDs in the closet stream. Sure. Okay, well, there you go, debunked.
We don't have any time.
I'm glad he got $84. He's gonna think that's what people want. Him talking every night is gonna destroy him.
Like, sadly,
it will be pretty funny if this continues to this kind of energy. I don't think it's gonna continue with this energy.
So many games are too long. I've been saying this recently. The games are too long.
Yeah, I saw his Blu-ray collection. I saw those in the old
every game that I play, why'd I have to play
going back in time streams that Tevin used to do.
I played the shit out of Baldur's Gate 3.
This dude had a massive DVD collection.
A week, and I'm still almost like 90 hours in, and we're still not even at the end yet. It's like these games are too fucking long. I can't get.
Oh yeah, that's it. You debunked me because of Blu-rays. All right.
People get tired of it, right?
Who's getting banned?
So there you go.
I think I have Asperger's. Is it contagious? My friend said it was, and I don't believe him, but he showed me some news clippings, and now I'm scared. Dude, I think you've got other issues
All right,
besides
Hidalgo,
autism to
thank
worry
you. I
about.
see what you're saying, but we're kind of off that topic now, so I had no idea what you were talking about, and now I understand what you're saying. Okay.
What? Who got banned? Oh, I was occupied and had to dip out an hour ago when you were talking about. Okay, well, get banned, idiot.
No, I'm not planning any trips. I don't have any trips going on or anything like that whatsoever. I can't. I'm working. Then now is not the time to be planning.
I got to
trips.
spend all my money on
Why not?
polls,
No.
dude. It's too important.
I wouldn't know anything about the new generation of kids. I don't really have too much interaction with the younger generation at this point.
Then-
right? I don't.
Then
I'm
how can you
isolated
tell
from it.
everyone
My
about
viewership is
kids?
not kids. I would, if you look at this.
Then how can
statistics
you always
on
say,
YouTube
oh,
and
they
everything,
marketed this
my
to
viewership
kids
is
if you
not
don't know what
children
kids are?
or teenagers for that matter.
Oh,
It's
this
more
thing
adults
was
between
meant
the
for
26
kids.
and
You don't know what kids are,
So,
DSP.
because
What
of
are
that,
they?
I
What are
wouldn't
they
know
into?
about a younger generation. how they're
GTA
acting,
5?
so
No
you're
one gives a
asking
shit about
completely
that.
the wrong
Oh, there's
person about
kids?
that.
Oh, well, I don't know
anything
anything about that. How can you make these judgments if you admit yourself you don't know anything?
Completely false.
Oh.
Tekken Takuma says if you played Baldur's Gate 3 when everyone asked for it, you would have finished it before the fall season, most likely.
I agree. I think that's true.
You would have finished it before the fall season, most likely during the summer lull when everything was boring. It didn't come out until late August.
PC,
talking about?
dumbass.
Even if I had played it when it was brand new, and if it was the only game I played for a month, I still wouldn't have beaten it. That's how long it is. And
Right?
then
It was
I
earlier on the
if I-
PC,
I
right?
have to remember something.
When did it come out? I'm going to
September
look
is when
stupid if I
all
was
these
wrong.
big games started coming out, including Lies of P, one of the hottest games of the year. If I had started playing Baldur's Gate 3 on release, literally I would have played it for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it
and
came out in
immediately
July,
distracted
right?
by
On
other
PC,
games and played
yeah.
less and less, and then eventually.
Okay, so
not
I'm
being
going to count
able
that as a
play
new
enough to
clone because he
follow
forgot that it
any
came out on PC.
narrative, and it would have failed. Why has Baldur's Gate 3 worked right now as a playthrough? Because I started playing it.
See, I was right,
December.
idiots. I
Correct.
made the right call.
And when I started playing it in December, there was nothing else out to compete. So I played it all through December, all through January. Now, new games came out like Tekken 8 and Like a Dragon, but I'm balancing those still with Baldur's Gate. It's
But
still the
DSP
focus.
said at the time that
only
it was a
reason we're,
dangerous
like,
move because,
90
you know,
parts in,
he didn't want to
a
just
month and a
focus
half
on the
to 2
game.
months
Now
later,
it was a
because
good
I
idea.
literally made it my focus because now was the time to do that. There was no way I could have done that when it came out. First of all, it came out in August on PC. I didn't have a way to play it then. I had to play it on console like I'm doing. So really, I couldn't have even played it till September when there was already a million other games out. So your
Million.
entire thing you said is
What
completely
other?
false.
Okay, and get
There's
banned.
No way, even if I played it in September, I would have got. I would still be playing it now.
Yeah, Bob, it's
If I started playing
very
it in
much a
September
sign of
without
insecurity
having the
that you have
focus
to be
that I
right about
have,
everything.
and it wouldn't have
Because
been
if you're
nearly as
wrong
fun
about one
experience
thing, you're
because it wouldn't
basically
be broken up
worthless.
and balanced
You
with
have no
something else.
value as a human, except that DSP has been wrong about actually innumerable things.
Have a good night, Cracker Jack.
Yeah, get banned,
Thanks for
Cracker
stopping by
Jack.
and
Get him
hanging
out of here.
tonight.
Help him out the door.
You know, I don't know if I will or not, Kathleen. She says, "Are you going to play the Sonic Generations remaster in the fall?" I'm interested in it because now
Maybe
they
if
added
you
Sonic
guys
Hedgehog,
promise to give me
which is
money.
neat that they did that, and it looks like it'll have new levels. I liked Sonic Generations when I played
Oh
it.
my
I
goodness.
thought it was a swell game.
And Repsy has his work cut
a
out
lot
for
of
him
people
too
are
with this
saying
stream.
it
There's a
doesn't
ton
look
of
like
moments where he's being an
remaster.
asshole,
It's
very
exactly the same
unnecessarily.
as the original, pretty much.
Repsy, are you the one who's sending all these negative
Back then,
moments
even
to
on Xbox 360 or
these
PS3. So it doesn't
businesses
really
that
need
hurt
a
Phil?
remaster.
How long are
Right?
these
Maybe
videos?
that's what it is.
Do you
Maybe it's
have
just-
4-hour-long
they're just
super condensed ones?
arbitrarily re-releasing the game
Upload them
on
now,
modern
please.
console so more people will buy it, but by adding in some
Then again, that wouldn't even
shadow
really be
levels, that
necessary.
gives
All you have to do is
people
give one good
feel like
example of
it's
him doing
new
this shit and
when
you're
it really
gone.
isn't. I would be interested in it at the least if you guys are interested.
There's
in
a
it, I would
couple
consider
DSP
it.
moments that
I'm not gonna
individual
commit to it
moment should have
either. I
gotten
wanna kinda wait and
canceled.
see if there is interest in it or not by the time that the fall comes along. It also is going to depend, obviously, on probably a
They
lot
sent, like, a
of other
montage
games
of
that
my
are out
worst
at the time,
moments.
like, do
Well,
I
that
wanna
seems
stick
awfully
it in the
generous of
schedule, or
them.
Is it going to actually take away time from genuine new releases, not ones that
All
are
right.
released that I'm playing?
Oh, and
again,
I forgot
right?
the clone that he was saying about Baldur's Gate. What was it that he said?
Would I consider a Dell laptop if my Acer broke?
Well, if I don't remember, I'm not going to
I
count
don't
it.
really know much about laptops these days.
Yeah, what
I
are the
don't
kids
really
into?
think that-
Are they into
what I'm
are they
using
into
a laptop
laptops?
for? I don't really think it matters what brand I use. Like, literally, all I'm using my laptop for is monitoring stream chat, monitoring contributions, right? Every once in a while, reading a forum post, playing an animation. It's the most basic use you can use a laptop for. It's not even using probably like half the memory. In fact, I'm really curious. If I hit Control Alt
Oh,
Delete
please
on this
do.
sucker,
Crash it, DSP.
right? Where the fuck's the
Kaboom.
delete button?
I want to
Actually,
see
I don't even know
pieces
where
of
delete is
shrapnel
on this
fly through the
laptop.
air
I
and
don't
hit
think I've ever
DSP in the
used it.
face.
Holy crap. There it is.
He's gonna be like that dude with
So I
all the
didn't control
diamonds in
the
his
lead
face in
of
that
the
one
cast
James
manager,
Bond movie.
right?
What was it? Die Another Day. Yeah, that's it. Die Another Day had a funny
It
moment
says I'm using
where one of the villains did a
11%
James
of
Bond
the
quote
CPU.
back, or a James
That's
Bond
it.
quip back to James
11%.
Bond.
And 1% on my disk, because I'm not even.
I missed your
saving anything
sparkling
to it.
personality.
We don't want to be
Punches
used as
Bond in the
memory.
face.
reason
How's
it's
that
using
for a
lot of memory,
punchline?
I have
Oh,
3
that's
browsers
good.
open on this sucker. One for DSP Gaming, one for DSP Reacts, and one for DSP Throwback, and each one is set up individually. So when I want to do a stream, I can just jump into the new browser. It's already ready to go. I don't have to reset.
You should flail around more,
scratch.
DSP.
So
I'm
that's
not really
awesome.
understanding what you're trying to convey right
that's
now.
why it's 60% memory. It's basically 20% of my memory on each browser, right? That's what
Okay.
it looks like. So,
Yeah, Chromebooks are
but
pretty rough.
anyway, yeah, I think any laptop, it doesn't matter, Dell, any company would work because I'm doing the most basic thing possible. I don't do anything
DSP, you should get a laptop from 1998. Those things are
crazy
pretty badass.
or anything over the top or that needs a great laptop to do.
Yeah, I think that's it, Almighty Bree. That movie sucked, except for that one moment where
I am
the
recording.
villain punched Bond and quipped at him. That was pretty
Oh, I
kick-ass.
don't use my laptop to record. All recording is done on my desktop over here. Yeah, you're thinking, you must be misunderstanding. You think I record on my laptop? Oh,
No, you're
The
stupid. I've
laptop
explained
is
this a million
meant
times.
solely for the monitoring of the streams and doing things like that.
Yes,
on
Banana
stream
Jones.
interaction.
That's what a pro
all
does,
that's
man.
done. Over here on my desktop, that's where it's streaming.
That's why his
gathering,
laptop
and
messes up every
things
once in a while,
taking
because
place
it's
over there.
choking on all that.
Okay, Derek, have a good night. See you tomorrow.
Yeah, goodbye, Derek.
I didn't
Get
even
the
know
hell
you were
out,
here,
you piece of
actually.
shit.
See you tomorrow.
You're human garbage. Find the door, idiot.
By the way, I think the skunk finally gone. For those who don't know, during the break between these
Derek has
parts,
always been a
I
piece
had
of
to go
shit
get
to me.
heavy-duty Febreze and spray it.
But I guess it's kind of like one of those
Well,
things where
skunk
I'm
was
not
sitting
necessarily
outside,
like
sprayed, like,
ignoring
out
the
there,
things that he's done,
right to my window. I was like,
but I've just
"Oh my
really
God,
come to the
he's so
conclusion that like there's
strong."
nothing to
No
joke about with
power,
Derek.
so I
He's
ran and got this,
utterly
but I don't
human.
smell it anymore,
He's
so I
human
guess
garbage.
It must have dissipated.
He's always been shit.
Lloyd Davies says you could use an iPad for that too. You know, ages ago, I had an iPad and I tried doing it.
It was probably
I
weed.
just
Oh,
didn't
the
like it
gardeners, they were out there
because
smoking?
a lot of the things don't run well on iPad. At least they didn't back then. You're talking a decade ago. That's when I had my iPad, like 2012, right? Or more like 2013.
Do you still have that?
I
Can
got
we see
when
it?
I moved here, so probably
You
around
should do an
2013
iPad stream.
when I
Let's
got
see it.
Yeah, a lot of the apps and stuff didn't run well on it.
Oh,
and
never mind. It
wasn't easy
sucked.
to do things like moderate and stuff on it, so I never used it. Even
Yeah,
though
I
had
could
it and
ban
intended
people on
I was
that
gonna
thing.
Use it for that stuff. I ended up never doing it. I just used a laptop. Oh, you don't have skunks in Singapore, Slayer? No, they're very prominent out here in the United States. Skunks.
Big Roach
The thing
garbage
is,
aside, I
usually
don't
you
think the
even
open
see
beta
them.
for
They're
Final Fantasy
more
14.
Very nocturnal, keep to themselves animals. So you would never.
Oh, I don't
see
know
them.
anything about that.
You know, every
Anyone
once
else
in a while
got a
you
take on
activate
that?
one or you scare one and it spritzes, and then it's like, oh boy, that's bad.
Yeah, skunk smell doesn't go away. I'm sure he just got used to it.
Matthew Reed, I've already answered this question many times, but if you really want me to answer again.
Oh, shit.
these
Oh,
are
I'm sorry. I'll be right back. I forgot I left my
besides
dog
Howard
outside.
Stern and the Angry Video Game Nerd. As I said, back in the day, I was a fan of Howard Stern, and some of that inspired me. I would also say things like South Park, Mel Brooks, many comedians from the 1980s and 90s. You know, the humor of Harold Ramis, Bill Murray, Dan Aykroyd, John Candy, that kind of stuff, all kind of inspires where a lot of my humor comes from back in the day. And then when I was getting to the age where I had that office job, and I hurt my back, so basically I wasn't a competitive Street Fighter player anymore. That's when I started heavily watching like internet content, and I started watching Angry Video Game Nerd, his early days, his first few years, and then Nostalgia Critic. Those are the two guys who I saw. I was like, wait, so you're telling me these guys have no budget? You can tell they didn't have any production budget. They're filming in their houses, right? Yet they're putting out funny videos that are entertaining to watch, and they're getting tons of attention on the internet. They're getting views. They're starting their own websites. Like Nostalgia Critic had thatguywiththeglasses.com at the time. Angry Video Game Nerd got signed with Screw Attack, and then subsequently GameTrailers.com was putting all of his content up regularly, and he was getting tons of views and everything. I was like, wow. People with no production value whatsoever can actually make high-end content that people enjoy. And that's when I saw YouTube. I was like, I guess that's the point of YouTube, right? You don't have a budget, but you can still broadcast yourself to the world. And if you have talent, people will notice you, and you get popular and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So all of that being said,
I'm back.
yeah, I would say that Angry Video Game Nerd the most, to some extent Nostalgia Critic, because they see.
Wait, what were we talking about? Nostalgia Critic
inspired me to try my own hand at it and be successful at it. But my humor again comes from like Howard Stern, South Park, you know, Mel Brooks, that irreverent kind of 80s,
the kind of
style
funny
humor.
that would be funny if anyone else was saying it and was clever.
You push the boundaries, and you know.
No, DSP,
that's how I
you
was
flatter yourself, sir.
earlier years on YouTube.
The difference
right?
between you and Howard Stern, the difference between you and South Park, and the difference between you and Mel Brooks is that they are
all
funny.
those comedians, all those classic comedians,
And you're
from the
not.
80s and 90s. I've told you guys that like, you know, Ghostbusters is my favorite comedy movie.
My
of all
favorite
time,
moment in
right?
Mel Brooks
All
comedies
that
is when he
stuff from the
says,
age-
"It's
that
like
time,
poop."
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. Uncle Buck. Amazing movies, right? Like super good.
Whoa,
So
whoa, it's a black person. Whoa,
remember when
Probably have
Howard Stern would say that?
Written. They just fucking did stuff on the fly. They even said half of Ghostbusters 1 was improv. Like they were just riffing and you know, having the best absolute time.
Yeah, that's why I really liked it when
That's
Dan
like
Aykroyd
lightning in
said,
a pan, right? You can't
it's
recreate
time,
that, just-
Fraga.
It happens. It's synergy. And that's the kind of stuff you watch those 80s comedies and you can see
I
that
like
kind of
that.
stuff
That's good
happen all the
stuff.
time, and I grew up with that shit. Sure, Airplane. Absolutely. Airplane, super funny movie.
You're
Ultra
nothing
parody
close to
movie,
that.
Right? Those ultra parody
Nothing
movies
close
used
to
come
that.
out back
My
in the day,
humor comes
those
from
shits
Mein
were
Kampf.
so funny.
This is a
But
pretty good
today it's
joke book. I like
oh,
this.
That's so offensive. Cancel. It's like, no, people understood it was a joke back then. No one got pissed
Yeah,
off
but
at that shit.
because
right?
it came from somewhere of intelligence, DSP. Your jokes don't come from
The
that.
South Park game in March, not really. Did you see it? It's not just look that good of a game. Once again, they went to online co-op, literally just running around snowball fights.
Sounds fun.
It's nothing like the RPG. No coherent
Doesn't have to.
story,
It's
nothing
revolutionary,
really like that
DSP.
at
It's
all.
different.
So
I
it
thought
doesn't
you
look very good
wanted
in
that.
In my opinion, I don't think I'm playing it either. It doesn't look very good. So
Yeah, I remember in Airplane where he clown moded for 30 minutes, messing with stuff. And then said, "Whoa, whoa, whoa."
George Carlin also, I agree.
No.
Here's the thing.
No,
Like,
DSP. Do not
I
play this
became
game
a
with
fan
me.
Of George Carlin late. Like I knew of George Carlin because he played Rufus in Bill and Ted, right? And then later on, as I became an adult, I became more aware of George Carlin and the comedy that he had done earlier, right?
Is this
And then
guy
I would
really
watch
trying
him
to say that
stand
he's
up
like
and
all
see
these
some
funny
show, like,
people?
oh my God, like
Has he
this guy
watched
was
his own
smart,
material?
but funny at the same time, and you can respect that kind of.
Now I kind of want to
So,
see
yeah,
edits of
absolutely
these
George
movies,
Carlin.
but with DSP humor
Great
and
great
attached.
comedian and a great, I would say, even a great thinker to some extent as
I
well.
want to hear Bill Murray make poop
It's
jokes.
weird how sometimes
constantly.
philosophy can be tied in with comedy, right?
Yeah, DSP doesn't do
Kathleen, have a good
that.
night.
He does not tie philosophy to anything.
You know George Carlin from the Thomas the Tank series? I didn't know he was in Thomas the Tank, but okay. There you go.
Oh man.
Do I like?
Yeah,
Huey
just
Lewis
constantly
and the
goat
News?
laughing.
The only
Yeah,
thing I
make
know
sure
of
they
them is
laugh
the
at their
band
own
who did
jokes.
A couple songs from Back to the Future. That's the music I know of them. I like that music from Back to the Future, but that's all I know. So.
This dude flatters himself so much. Man, this guy masturbates more than Derek.
I've never heard of that person. I'm Resolution. Matthew says his later years, again, I guess he's talking about George Carlin. His later years as a comedian vastly contrasted his younger days. I'd love to see you react to his stuff. I would love to watch his
I'd
stuff.
love
The
to,
problem
but
is,
copyright,
probably
you know?
wouldn't be allowed.
Yeah.
All that shit is like owned by corporations, right? Like all his stand-up specials and everything. He's gone. Which
Yeah,
sucks.
you know,
And now,
bummer
the
for that
rights
dude,
get
I guess.
divvied out to this
What was
company,
your
that
favorite
company,
porno of
this,
his?
that. So who even knows who owns the rights to shit? Good luck trying to fucking watch that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna, I'm gonna watch a George Carlin stand-up. Fucking claimed 17 times, blocked by 17 companies.
Why don't you research it
sucks.
first
Like,
before you
stand-up
say this
comedy
stupid
is like
shit?
a rampant thing. You can't watch anyone's stand-up comedy on YouTube and react to it. It
Yeah,
all
Bob,
gets
that would be
fucking
really
blocked.
cool to see George Carlin's thoughts on DSP. I imagine he would be pretty succinct. He would say, yeah, this guy's full-blown retarded. There's nothing more to say about him. I'm done. Is that it?
Well,
Can I
guys,
leave?
Just so you know, we're heading on almost into the end of the second hour here. So
Like, Bill Murray would have
you know,
something,
we're starting-
nothing
definitely
positive to
still-
say about this
questions
guy.
are dying down now. So if anyone has anything last minute they want to ask, any last minute topics, thanks to those who contributed, any last minute.
Wow, this has been a
anything like
wild
that,
stream.
Probably we'll give it another 10-15 minutes tops, and then we'll be out of here. For the
Yeah,
night, 'cause I've just
let's
talked
go on a
for
couple
8 hours.
more
I've
non-rants,
given my
DSP.
voice a break. Yes, I saw Face Off. with Nicolas Cage and John Travolta in the 90s. I saw it in the theaters with my dad.
Oh wait, who asked that?
Great movie. You know,
Who asked that?
definitely a
Where's
90s
Matt
movie,
McMuscles?
Meaning today it probably wouldn't work, but for the time it was absolutely.
Who said it?
You know, awesome.
Slayer.
summer popcorn
Shit, Slayer was
flick
Matt
action
McMuscles the
movie,
whole time?
Ridiculous premise that never would really be.
Oh my God, no one would have ever
It was funny to
suspected.
watch in the theaters back then.
All right, never mind. Slayer's the coolest person
No,
in
I've never
DSP's
actually
chat
been
because
to a
we know
stand-up
who he
comedy
is.
show in person. No, never.
All right.
Trey, maybe one day I will play Persona 3 Reload. We'll see. I still don't know if it's safe to record or broadcast. It's just
He'll
not the
kill
time
me.
for another RPG right now. That's another thing that's just lost to time. Like those action comedy style movies from the 1990s, right? Yes, they were mostly action. They had adult stuff, but there was funny parts in them too.
Yeah,
They
DSP,
don't
do you think
exist
you can
anymore.
replicate some of the
We'll
humor
never
of
see
that?
another big action star. Honestly, if you think The Rock is an action star, you didn't see real action
Oh,
stars
there you go,
in the
Grandpa
80s and
mode.
90s.
Oh, you
You
guys
don't
think you have
understand
action
the-
stars?
you know,
No.
the,
Wait, does action star
Nicolas
exist?
Cage,
No.
Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, right?
Chris Evans. Yeah,
big,
these guys,
giant
they're not
profile,
real.
Bruce Willis, right?
Yeah,
The
that's-
giant
they're not real
profile
people.
Action stars of that time were so different. You could never have one of them today. The Rock is
If
nothing like
if Slayer
them,
asked
really.
about Hitomi Tanaka,
He's
then
nothing like
damn
them
it.
at all.
Right. Well, maybe that'll get him banned. He can't say that. He's got to be careful. But yeah, he might bring it up one day.
Chuck Norris. I don't know,
Apparently,
some
Slayer
people, but
sent
Chuck
me
Norris was
a
like three
J
years
porn
earlier.
video.
You know, we're talking like 90s-ish,
Okay.
right?
It's private react. And DSP,
I
there's
didn't even
still
know there was
Alexander
a new Earth
Nevsky.
Defense Force game dropping. I had no
He's
clue.
the ultimate action hero guy.
Do I prefer modern or classic Sonic more? I mean, you're talking to someone
Vincent.
who
Vincent.
played the living shit out of Sonic 2. Like, it was my favorite Genesis game, and I probably played it like 400 times because it's such a good game, you know? But at the same time, I respect what they do with some modern Sonics, like Sonic Frontier.
Okay, Vincent, moving on.
It made sense what they were doing. That was a good first step towards a great modern Sonic
Well,
game.
see, that's the thing, Almighty Bree. He's going into old man territory.
I think
Where
the
that, oh, well,
classics
that's not a
overall have been
real
better than
action
anything
hero.
modern they've done,
Why? Because
in the last many, many years.
he's not Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, Jean-Claude Van Damme. Say what you'll say about Jean-Claude Van Damme. A lot of people said he was horrible to work with. He was an asshole.
He was very
always on drugs,
toxic. He didn't
but
pay
his
respect
movies
to
are
Pact at all.
entertaining. It was a different era back then. It really was. And today, you don't even have those anymore. We're going to have an action movie. Who are we going to put in it? Kevin Hart. What?
Would that
Are you
happen back
fucking
in the 80s, stupid?
idiot? Kevin Hart? You think he's going to be a believable action guy in this fucking
They
movie?
put
Are you
weird characters
stupid?
in all kinds
Right?
of action movies
So
back in the
what
80s and
people say?
90s, DSP.
Fast
I don't want
and
to hear it.
Furious 27. It's not even a movie. At this point, it's not even a movie. It's a meme, right?
Oh no, toxic memes.
Oh, man.
This dude is so obnoxious. We've had some serious old man segments from this guy. Serious boomer modes.
Do I
Yeah,
miss
I'm
the
not gonna
old
watch
days
that
of
meta.
Arcades back in Connecticut. It's not that I miss them. I just feel like they were such an anomaly. And sadly, I hate to
That's
say
not true.
it,
You said
there
you
were no
missed them. You
cameras
just
back
always have to
then.
disagree
No
with
one was
people.
walking into an arcade with a big video camera to record the experience and show to everyone what it was like. And because of that, I feel like a lot of that era has been lost. Like, it was a very unique
DSP
time
was
to
doing
live.
that though.
I would
Yeah,
love
right,
to
exactly,
see a
Emred. Why is
documentary
Eddie
about
Murphy in
the
action
arcade
movies?
days.
Why the hell was he in
And I
Golden
would
Child?
absolutely love to contribute to
stupid. He's not like an
documentaries and
action hero
many of the
guy.
stories that I've
That's
had,
dumb.
because I lived in arcades, like literally the entire 90s. That was my free time.
Wasn't
was I
Danny
was
DeVito in
arcades
some action movies?
all over the place, not just in Connecticut.
I
but
don't know if
all
you'd
over
count
the country,
Matilda
like
as an
Street
action
Fighter.
movie.
And I would
It
love
was. It had a lot of weird
to
stuff happening.
share stories and reminiscing about those times because it's not documented. But I will say this. For anyone out there who has tapes of those days, because I know
Golden
one or two
Child
people,
feels like
I'm
a
not gonna say
fever dream.
names,
Golden
there's no
Child
online
feels like a
harassment
movie
out
that
there.
doesn't actually
There are
exist.
one or two
When I
people
watched
who
it for the
actually
first time, it
travel
didn't feel
around to
real.
Street Fighter tournaments
It's got a
and they
certain
record
dreamlike
camcorder.
quality
And
to
at
it.
the time, everyone was like, "That's weird."
And then you
Why
had
did someone
Charles
do that?
Dance there killing
Now
people
you
on
think back,
purpose.
you're like, dude, if they had access to that, do you understand the wealth, the insane wealth
The money.
of knowledge, the insane library that people would eat that shit up to see footage, documentary footage of old arcades, old tournaments.
Yeah, because we'd be looking for
actual
you, DSP.
competitive play from that era to see what it was like.
You guys would love
right?
this blurry ass
It doesn't
footage
exist
of the
at all.
dark and
It's just
loud
the
noises.
technology wasn't there to do it, so no one had.
No one invented cameras.
That was was it. You just had to be there to see the matches.
Cameras are
Right?
fairly new.
It's pretty different. It's so crazy to think about that, because now we're in the digital age. Everything is instantly on the internet. Fully,
Dude,
right?
cameras were invented around 2010, which is weird because that's when I got fired.
Absolutely.
See,
RG
he had
out
premature
tonight.
aging, Almighty Bree. It's weird. He was a kid at, late 20s, but now he's 80 at the age of 41.
Oh, yeah? Anso Kamara says, I grew up in New York. I actually
He's
went to Chinatown.
kind of
Fair,
like Benjamin Button, except
arcade
moving
as
in
well.
zigzags.
I remember getting to play Blaze Blue there
Blaz?
before it hit consoles. See, that was way after my time. You're talking Blaze Blue. That's like way after the time that I was regularly going to arcades. But that's cool that you got some.
Yeah, Sniper the Ladies, man. That's kind of how I felt. Tiny Tina was okay. And I'm willing to allow Jack Black as Claptrap, but he's on thin ice.
I think Keanu Reeves, Frank Martin. I don't know who Frank Martin is, and Liam Neeson do good action movies for modern times. Yeah, but again,
Yeah, what about Keanu Reeves?
it's still not that. Like, you compare Keanu Reeves, and I'm not knocking Keanu Reeves. I've seen some of the John Wick movies, and they're
Oh, what's
great.
this?
By the way,
But
I just want to say
compare
something.
Keanu Reeves in John Wick to like
Oh, okay, I'll check
the
this out.
larger than life stars that were Arnold.
Keanu
Schwarzenegger,
Reeves is no longer
Sylvester
larger than
Stallone,
life. What are your
Dolph
definitions
Lundgren,
here, DSP?
Jean-Claude Van Damme, right? Those giant personalities, and then after that was Nicolas Cage and stuff like that.
That's
Those-
bullshit. You're moving the
that was- it was
goalposts here,
just a
DSP.
different era.
Keanu Reeves
I mean,
is perfectly
Keanu
fine,
Reeves does
matching
John
your
Wick,
description.
and then every once in a while does another role, and that was it. Like, that's it. I mean, imagine if he was in.
Well, how many
20, 30
movies did Bruce Lee
over a
do?
5-year span like these guys were.
Keanu Reeves has
right?
done more movies than Bruce Lee, hasn't he?
Wesley Snipes, yeah, to some extent. Not as big, though.
Keanu Reeves
Wesley
was in
Snipes
more
was
movies
very
than,
popular
what was his
in
name?
the late 90s, but
Jean-Claude
not
Van
as a
Damme, I
film
think.
star.
It doesn't matter, but this is all so stupid. I hate when boomers do this. When they have to use this
Matthew,
stupid
did
shit,
I
like,
really
oh, well,
do
that's
this
not a
tonight? I'm
real
glad I had
thing.
a
That's
chance
not a
to swing by.
real.
We do this
I'm
again
talking like
sometime.
an
Good night.
action
Thanks,
hero
Matt.
that's
Have a good
real.
night.
You get what I mean? A real hero. What's a real hero do?
No one from no one from Indian DSP has reached out to me. For those who don't know, there is an Indian musician who also goes by DSP.
He is not the
And
guy.
They were prominent.
There's a lot of
for
confusion.
while
He did not
before I was a
masturbate on
YouTuber.
stream.
And so when I started posting videos on YouTube, there was crossover. where you
Yeah,
would
exactly,
see
Lack
DSP,
Brick. It
you
wasn't a
would get
real
them
hateful slur.
instead of me, or you would get
You gotta give me a
me
real one.
instead of them, and it was weird. Because I get the feeling people would actually go talk to him about me, and I would get messages intended for
Yeah,
him.
people
and
were
so
talking to the
traffic
Indian
would come to
DSP.
mine.
They're asking
Very
him if he
odd,
was the
the way that happened.
guy. Is this the
No
guy who always
crossover.
rages out at
Well,
every
in
fighting
the
game?
United States, there's very little
No.
crossover there. Like, I have no knowledge of Indian music or Indian film stars, but in India,
Yeah, they're
like
not
big
real
shit.
action
They
stars.
know
There's
their
no
stuff
action
better
stars in
than
India.
American stuff, right?
There's no Jean-Claude
So-
Van Damme in India. Get out of here. Stupid.
It was pretty interesting at that time. Now, obviously, I have no idea if that guy's still prominent. I'm definitely not anywhere near as prominent as I ever was, so I'm sure there really is no crossover.
I'm never as
anymore,
prominent as
right?
I... Okay, that makes sense. All right, fine. That's fine.
All right. So last opportunity. I'll say last, final questions here. If anyone has some, you want
Yeah,
to toss
India
them
isn't
our
real.
way.
If India was real, you
And
think I
last-
would have
last
heard about it
chance,
by
we'll
now.
Probably stick around for another 5 minutes or so until we wrap.
You
it up
don't
here
see
for tonight.
Jean-Claude Van Damme spin kicking around there.
And for the
He was only ever prominent by
for
default.
the record, I had a great time here. All right.
It's like saying that the Wright brothers were the best aviators. Dude, they were the only aviators for a while there.
Let's see here.
Best pilots ever.
I'm just double checking something. Okay.
Double checking
I
my
had a good
gout.
time
Yep,
here,
still there.
Relaxing with all of you tonight. I'm not saying this is something that we should do frequently, but every once in a while, if people just want to have a late night hangout session like this, I'm okay.
Does he
with
want
it.
Bob's
But as
and
you can
vagine?
tell, now that we're getting to the
DSP, no,
final
he
half
wants
hour,
tips
you
and
notice the
support.
questions really slowed down. There wasn't as much to talk about. You get some people who are like repeating troll questions in the chat over and over, and it's like, what? You know what I mean? But I had a good time just relaxing with all of you.
Yeah, prominent's really annoying
And I
because
hope
it's
that you
very much
enjoyed
like
it. If you
real.
watch
What does
this on
prominent
demand,
mean?
by all means,
Because two
comment on
people
the
heard
video
about it?
what you think about the
It
topic
depends on the
discussed.
community size, DSP.
I'm open to having that kind of discussion too after the fact. That's stuff we could always talk about on a podcast in the future. But this was a cool anomaly to do a late night stream like this.
This is a rare time. I'm going to agree with you, DSP. This was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun with this stream.
I think it was.
I have a lot of fun when you go on these
Right?
old ass style rants, vintage DSP style ranting.
I'm aware of Road Rash. I'm sure I played it at one point, but I never really owned a Road Rash game or got into them tuna. No.
Wait, hold on, DSP. Don't say anything. Damn it, wrong one. Where's my road rash sound? No, don't go anywhere, DSP.
One more minute here, and if nothing really pops,
No.
I think we'll call it.
Wait. It's here somewhere. Where is it? Here it is. Found
What
it.
always happens though, like, so you start a Q&A night with a bunch of questions, right? And you talk about various
And then you ban a
different
bunch of
topics,
people
it
and yell at a
starts
bunch of
hot. Everyone
people.
has these hot topics. But then once you get through the night, by the end of the night, it dies down. This is exactly what happened when Kat was coming on streams in January. The first night, everyone had interesting Q&A for her. She hadn't been on streams in 5 years.
How do you do your makeup? Get
Second
banned.
Q&A stream, first hour was all right. And the second hour was like, everyone's like, what are these questions?
Yeah, this is stupid. We all hate this.
It's just, they start being
Yeah, that's a good
silly,
point, though.
stupid. It's like,
What about
that,
Tropic Thunder?
right?
Reminds me. What
So
about
that's
what's his
happens.
name?
You run out of time. 2 hours.
My fellow
probably,
Scientologist.
like,
What's his
the
name?
sweet spot, and then it's like, all right, enough of this.
I was gonna say Jim Carrey there for a second. Tom Cruise. What about him? Is he a prominent action
I don't
hero?
watch wrestling.
He's been in a lot of action
I
movies.
don't watch wrestling. I haven't seen a single wrestling match since 2020.
I don't
that
feel
was
like
the
that's
last
true.
time I saw a wrestling match.
I don't
4
feel like
years
that's true,
ago.
DSP.
I have no intention of watching wrestling any further in my life, so the answer is no.
DSP, I'm going to read you a little bit from the book of Dianetics. You want to read some with me, DSP? It's very good. I actually think you would like this.
Just going to go ahead and ban these.
Yeah, see, exactly. It's all about banning idiots.
Over and over with your troll questions. So.
All right, get him out of here. Get audited, idiot.
All right, so everyone who was here tonight, thank you.
You know
Vietnamese
what?
Comrade,
My
thanks for
chat
your
is
questions.
clear
Everyone
clear
who
of
was here
idiots.
Tonight, thanks for chilling. Thank you for your questions. I
Didn't he
really
leave? No,
appreciate
Tom Cruise is
everyone
never
hanging
leaving
out
Church
and
of
having a good time
Scientology.
with me here who was here.
That's never going to happen. Not unless they shoot him or something. Then again, I don't know.
Really, it was a good time. And to those who did support tonight as well, thank you very much for that. Yeah, everything was. I had a good time in general. Is there something I want to do all the time? No.
Yeah, I think you should save
this
this, DSP.
Something different, and you want to break stuff up? Sure. But it also has to have a time to do it. Like, it made sense to do it tonight. We were supposed to do something else, so it made sense to just do this on the fly.
No, Armored Serial.
Honestly,
Tom Cruise is still
I think
there.
He's got a lot more attention.
To my
tonight
understanding, he's
than
still
it
there.
would've if I played Tekken, right?
Because he
That's
he
good, I
had
guess, but at
in
the
a
same
recent
time,
movie they
I
had a
would've
tent
very
for
much
him
also
so he could do his
enjoyed Tekken,
Scientology stuff there.
right? Slayer says Frank Martin is the main actor in Transporter, Expendables, Meg 1, and Meg 2. You mean Jason Statham?
Yeah, what about Neil Breen? He's a larger-than-life action
You call
hero.
him Frank Martin? We call him Jason Statham here in the States. Does he have a different name in your
Did
country?
they regionalize
I
him?
wouldn't be surprised because a lot of these guys have stage names, right? That's interesting, right?
Neil Breen. Have you watched any of those movies, DSP? They're pretty good. You should watch them on stream.
Did you get the
And
name?
goat
of them?
laugh
I
all
think
through 'em.
So, yeah, that's Jason Statham you're talking about.
I don't know who Frank Martin is. That feels like a fake name. What's your name?
Okay.
Frank Martin.
All right,
Okay,
everybody.
so you're not going to tell me your
It's
real
time
name.
to
That's
call
cool.
it a night. Thank you again. And again, if you watch this on demand after the fact, please
Give me
leave
money.
some comments on
Please.
topics talked about. I would love to hear your opinion.
Please
on
give
the
me
topics
some
that
money.
we talked about.
I was born without
Frank
a
Martin
butt.
is his name in the Transporter film, so he actually is using the character's name. In the
Give
movie.
me
I
your
see. That
money.
makes sense. I don't remember the names from the movies. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
okay.
Thank you guys. And
Okay, I
on
see,
demand,
Banana
thanks
Jones.
for watching as well. Hope you had a good time. And see you soon. In fact, I'll see you all in the morning for the Level 1 podcast where we're going to be talking about all kinds of game stuff with this Nintendo Direct and Elden Ring DLC announcement.
Yeah, we couldn't talk about that shit now. That'd be stupid.
Have a good night, everyone. Peace
We
out.
got a dedicated segment for boring you guys.
Whew, all right. That was a
All
good
right.
time, guys.
Now to
it's
really yell at
exhausting,
you
though,
guys.
talking straight for 2 hours like that. But I did have a good time with all of you. So thanks for hanging out. So what I'm going to do now
Harry the
is
Regar.
upload and
Ban
get
this
ready
guy.
for tomorrow. So what's
He's
tomorrow?
posting clown
Tomorrow's
emojis.
my last streaming day of the week until my break on Thursday. More Baldur's Gate 3 on the first stream. We're actually in a good story part
I'm sorry.
right
This
now of Act
this
3,
is
where we're
dumb, but I kind of like this.
River-
It's like he launched it at
actually
us.
break on
It's a
Thursday.
key blast.
More Baldur's
Take
Gate 3
that,
on the first
rats.
stream. We're actually in a good story part right now of Act 3 where we're exploring this Rivington, something like that. It's a town that's around Baldur's Gate. And we're going to keep doing that and maybe actually head into Baldur's Gate tomorrow.
Oh, that'd be
depending. I'm not
badass.
sure. I don't know
Spoiler.
how much time it takes to investigate this outside area, but we're doing that. And tomorrow night, it's like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, where we're actually going to be doing big side missions and story.
Yeah,
missions
exactly, like
rather than
Reggie.
focusing on time killing stuff. So it should be a good RPG day coming up tomorrow. If you're interested, I hope you'll swing by and hang out with me all day here on the channel. In the meantime, videos still continue.
Yeah,
to
I
go
can't
live
watch
on the
that,
other sister channels. On DSP
Dragon Ball
Reactions,
Z
we'll have
Abridged, by the
several
way.
days
I
of
heard from a lot of
reactions on Sunday,
detractors
every day
that
through
there's a
March.
shit ton
And then
of
over on DSP
hateful
Throwback,
slurs.
every single
Can't
day.
watch that
We
much.
got either a part of Red Dead Redemption 1.
And I also
or
feel
Final
that's not very
Fantasy 13
revolutionary.
classic playthroughs,
And sorry,
and
I can't watch it
my
now.
retro react from Heavy Rain continues. I think tonight's part 3, and then parts 4 and 5 are still
A good
coming.
story
So
part. Yeah, a
every
good
day
story
you got all this
component,
content
like a
everywhere.
puzzle
Hope you guys
piece.
will give it all a look. All right.
Good part of the story. Yeah, that's how
Thank
you
you all
say.
for a great stream as well. I indeed had fun tonight. I hope you did too.
I did
wish you all the
actually,
best. Have a
DSP.
good
Thank you
night.
for
Be
checking
safe.
in with me.
See you in the morning. Peace out.
Hey, goodbye, DSP. Holy crap. Man, those dudes have their work cut out for them this stream. There are so many clips. Oh, goodness. I'm trying to think of my favorite moment, though. I think my favorite moment was when I was getting really heated about him demanding that games have to be so meaningful. And he does it on purpose. He absolutely does. He does these wishy-washy, no-definition words because it absolves him. Because he can tell you what real is, but you don't know what real is. Therefore, he will help you find the answer that is real. And even when you think you know what is real, you're not really correct. And he can do that with anything meaningful, revolutionary, all that shit. But something I had thought of when I was going to get my dog, though, it'd be kind of funny if that became a little meme of the video that they sent Twitch or whatever, or the video that they sent, Teespring, and then what DSP montage you can make from that. And you're going to say, well, there's already DSP dumb moments montages. What the hell could you do different? No, make them really silly. Like put ragtime music behind it, or, have it done as a stage play or something. But yeah, what are playtros? I have no idea what playtros are. Because I'm referencing the other thing. Whatever. Anyway, thank you everyone for joining me. That was... Yeah, what does cultural insignificant even mean? Yeah, exactly. This didn't do anything for culture. You know that thing that I'm not a part of, willingly and by choice, and I hate? Yeah, it wasn't significant to that thing. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. This was a lot of fun. I don't think that he could keep up this energy every time. If every stream was like this, I would kind of be on board with watching more of these. But most of the times, we really don't get this good of stupid shit from one of these Q&A streams. Usually it's mind-meltingly trash. But we got some solid weirdness, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate all of you. You were all a bunch of heroes for bearing with me through it. And I'm glad you guys all witnessed that I did nothing wrong in that Dead by Daylight game. But that guy was attacking me as though I did. I'm glad you all had my back. Obviously everyone supports me. I'm probably going to stream tomorrow. I don't see why I wouldn't. So what is he playing, Like a Dragon? Damn. Well, I guess I'll be here for that. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up the Midwest goodbye. Thank you again, everyone. Have a great night. And remember, try and be revolutionary. DSP will let you know if you're succeeding. You're not succeeding, by the way. You can try.